Hey, what's going on? We got an action-packed show. We've read a novel and also news coming out about a certain comic book that might give us a little bit of insight to some of the stuff that's going on with the Acolytes. For those people who are watching Star Wars Unlimited, once again, thank you. I will tag that section over our back end. But we might have some in the comic section too, because we're going to look at some of the marketplaces there. Apparently, I picked the 3 cards, wrong cards to look last week because those all dipped. This week we got 2 new risers. Also, we've got a novel review. And what else do we have? Oh, that Bad Batch thing that we played. Well, let's get into it with
so good Bad Batch. Can't even remember it. Bad Batch was so good that Marco doesn't even remember it.
I remember what happened in Bad Batch. You know what the problem was? Can I say this right before? I know it's gonna get Dom all riled up, but Dom always complains about what would happen. Why don't we get these pitches that they pitch? Why don't we just make these movies? Why don't we have da 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 da? Well, you know why my brain's melted today? Because I saw one of the pitches that Star Wars decided to 86, as in Order 66 it. It's called Rebel Moon. Holy shit, that's bad. Excuse my language.
Watch that. Jesus.
Because Dom keeps telling us. He keeps telling us if you would just, like it was 2. I didn't get all the way through it. But Dom, so here's your answer before Wayseeker tries to control your news. Because every time you say it, I'm going to say Rebel Moon. If you want to know why, it's because all the things you say, just go watch Rebel Moon. That's what you're asking for.
I know, but I really want Disney to take a big...
No. Stop. Rebel Moon. All right, get into news.
Rebel Moon. Pisses me off that they can't...
Rebel Moon!
Fucking damn it.
Rebel Moon. You can't drop an F-bomb in the first 3 minutes.
All right, this one's for Ruben, right off the top.
Oh, hell yeah.
You got to buy this. So, Truff, they do all this kind of weird stuff.
Oh, we didn't say hi to people.
They are coming
Stop
out.
your news. Stop your news.
Stop your news. We didn't say hi to people.
Hey, I'd say hi for the right room. Appleman, hey, what's up? John, what's going on? Raise your hand if you FOMO'd into Esta. I did not FOMO into it this week. Yeah, Ruben, you FOMO into everything, though.
Everything.
Hey, I'll tell you this. We're going to cover some stuff, John. Some of the cards are coming back down, though. Definitely don't do the thing where it's like, you look at the market price and it says this is what the market price is, and then you look at sold listings and there's a $300 difference, and then you're like, oh shit, I better buy the. Just wait a little bit. Just wait a little bit. Here we go, Dwayne Scott. What's going on? Justin, I didn't like Rebel Moon Part 1. Not even go. I tried. I got to watch it. You know what I mean? I can't criticize it if I don't watch it, so I'm watching it, and it hurts. It hurts bad. Damn, hey, Wayseeker, Ruben, Marco, WJ. What's that?
Bray.
Hello, guys. Hello, Kingdom. Dude, I'm telling you, Dom, it's bad. All right, let's get back into news. Go. Sorry. Wayseeker, go back into news.
Right off the top. Nothing trolling Dom here.
All right, nice.
Truff, I guess it's a company that does all sorts of weird stuff. They do hot sauces and other stuff, too. They're coming out with their hottest hot sauce ever. And it is called the Dark Side Darth Vader.
I got to get this.
I know, as a Texan person, you got to love your hot sauce. Now you get Darth Vader hot sauce.
Like, could they have designed the bottle any worse than that?
I can't have hot sauce. My stomach
that's their.
Like
so, do you guys know this stuff? Like this, they sell it during the holidays and packs and stuff. I get it. One of my older brother likes hot sauces, so we get them. The kids get them this because he's a godparent, and it's like that's just the way the bottle looks. And then they just put a Darth Vader on top of it.
Don't look good. First off, it looks like a bottle of Axe body spray. Second off, I don't want to say what else.
Listen, I can't have any hot sauce, so I'll have to X this, man.
How much? What's the price on this?
I didn't even see what.
Usually, it's like I think for the holiday packs, which is 3, I think it's like $25. So break that down. I think it's usually like $8 a thing. I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't eat it, but yeah, JJ, I think you're right. I think it's trying to be like Axe body spray, like cool-ish or stylish. I don't know. I don't think Axe body spray is that cool.
Yeah, $39.99. I just looked it up.
Yeah, except for it's old men because my brother's way older than me too, and that's who actually eats this garbage. So.
You got to get one to eat and then one to put on your shelf forever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna disintegrate.
$40. $40 for hot sauce.
It's $40 for this.
Just give me regular sriracha, man. I'll take the regular sriracha.
No, you sure that's not part of a set?
I don't think so.
Well, hang on. I don't think so. I can bring it back up again.
Because I mean, I think that's what some of their sets go for. Like
this is the hottest ever. So they probably
crap. This stuff sits on the shelf for so long, dude.
Dude, what store sells it? You got to buy it directly from the
Target.
Target?
Yeah, Target sells this stuff all the time. Yep.
I've never seen it.
Never seen what? Truff?
Truff.
Yeah. That's where,
Don't know.
I mean,
Don't go to Target enough to know.
Yep.
I don't buy stuff on the internet, so.
We'll keep going forward while he looks it up.
Hot sauce. It looks like
Yeah, keep going forward.
All right, so we got news this week, which kind of plays into the book. This is how another way they keep talking about Acolyte in the news, and they don't really tell you anything about it. They just put out these word salads, and so they're calling it now a prequel to the prequels. So we'll talk a little bit about how I think it is both the prequel to the prequel and the end of the High Republic. We'll talk about that a little bit.
I think if you just $110. I think if you just say the word the Acolyte, people get excited. So
they do.
Like,
They do. And I
cool.
mean, it's the most viewed trailer of all time. So
and it looks good. I mean, like that's the other thing. I think it looks
for
good
TV. So they are people are super excited about it. So they're just
It's the most
coming out with it.
trailer.
What?
The most down way, not the most viewed.
It was
They
also the most
included-
viewed.
It's
The most
both.
viewed, but the most hated.
It doesn't mean it's not the most viewed, Dom.
I don't know, Dom. Like
Still,
you can keep
but
you can
people-
keep saying that, but like
People are super, but it also it's going to show us
Rebel
why
Moon,
the
Dom.
Jedi became more strict
I know.
and why they became more monastic. And so we'll get into this a little bit when we talk about the book, about how I think the book really does set up for the Acolyte and why I think it's a
You know,
must
I
read if
think-
you're really excited for the Acolyte. So,
And I'm not gonna. I mean, I can kind of see the reach that you're going on that, but if you keep watching, and actually, Dom, you might not hate what we're going to talk about during that book review, and I do see a portion of it. But if you start looking at all the stuff that's dropping around that time, including the comics and everything, they're really trying to make it mesh with the Acolyte. So we shouldn't be waiting too much longer for stuff, and hopefully it's good.
Dom,
Everybody but Dom's excited about it. so-
everybody in chat is excited about it.
like literally every Star Wars fan I talk to,
Everyone except for Dom.
Dom,
Except for
I
Dom.
don't
Dom's
like
the
the
only
tone.
guy.
Listen, I tell you what. You know what?
Rebel Moon.
Dom's
It
excited
might-
to hate on it.
Hey, listen, you might have the lightsabers, you might have that stuff, but the tone of what's in it and what's not in it.
You don't know the
You
tone
You
of
don't
what's in it.
know
You don't
anything
see
but
it.
what's in the trailer. You can't say
Well, I
you
can
don't
tell you
know
one
anything.
thing. I can tell you one thing, and this is only
Rebel Moon.
in my it's only in my thing.
Rebel,
There's
hey,
no
Dom,
masculine
Dom.
male.
Sometimes you hold on,
No,
stop,
dude.
Dom, stop. Think about what you're
going
gonna say. I'm
I
gonna
know.
help you out here.
No,
Think about what you're
I
gonna
know.
say before you say it, because sometimes you say stuff and then you're like, "That's not what I meant." So, like,
No,
before you say something wild, try to think it out first. Okay,
okay.
go ahead.
There is no masculine white male in this show. I'm just
Who
saying
cares?
it's all.
You're the one that always wants aliens and stuff in Star Wars, right?
So they're all aliens.
Yeah.
Dom.
I'd rather have
Who
aliens.
cares?
I'd
We're gonna
rather
have
They
lots
are
of aliens.
They
Yeah,
are
we're both.
aliens. There's a male Wookiee walking around with a 20-inch Donkler Kong. What the fuck do you want? If that's
I'd rather
not
have that.
if that's
I'd
not
rather
a
have
masculine male, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying the lead is a woman.
Oh, I'm just saying what Rebel Moon, bro.
Hey,
What
Rebel
are you
Moon.
saying? You're not
You know
saying
what?
you're saying hey,
I
Dom,
lost that battle.
stop.
I lost that battle.
Stop. You're done, Dom. You're done. All right, next up.
All right. Here you go. Here's an Acolyte person.
There you go. They're bringing in Zizor for you.
Dave
That's not Zizor.
Farewell is
That's the
reportedly
dude that
cast
played
for the
Kraven.
Acolyte. He was the Martian in
Martian
Supergirl.
Manhunter.
It's a male for you, Dom. You can't be mad
Underneath,
about
I think
that.
so, John. I don't know, man.
I don't
Right?
know who's gonna play. You know what?
Probably an
They snuck him in
alien since he's played aliens before.
I mean, I
Probably an
guess,
alien.
like, dude, if your biggest thing is you got to worry about what race somebody is starring in a movie, like you
I'm
guys have
just
got
saying,
bigger
no,
problems
I'm
in your
not-
life.
I'm
No,
worried.
Dom, I'm just saying to the chat too, to Patches. If that's your problem, guys, be honest with you, you got bigger problems in your fucking life.
Obi-Wan had that. How good was that series?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, who cares?
Yeah,
Brian,
you
that's
got-
Martian
you really got to
Manhunter.
do something right with your life. If
That's
your
Martian
problem.
Manhunter. That's a picture of. That's not.
Is that? That looks like Zizor to me.
It looks like Ziza, but it's not. Unfortunately, they won't go that route. So
But no, I mean, good actor. I'll be interested to see what character they play.
who's his Supergirl?
Yep, a couple other good things.
Yeah.
So, some more Acolyte news there. This one is a must buy. We got some
Oh my
Grogu
God.
Crocs. They're releasing this week as well. This one I have to get for the kid. Absolutely must buy. $70.
You can't.
I didn't know too.
wear
$70.
Crocs.
I'm sorry. Any adult wearing Crocs, I'm sorry. No,
I'm not buying it for me. I'm buying for my
Crocs
kid.
are Crocs.
Your kid's
They-
gonna
they-
need orthopedics when they're like 20 because you put them in these things.
70.
I see
bucks.
people wear this, and this is one of the worst pair of shoes anybody could possibly wear.
It's not
You look
shoes.
real
it's
menacing
sandals.
wearing Crocs. I
$70 for rubber shoes. It's kind of a bit much.
Dude. Ruben, you're buying these, aren't you?
I'm not buying it because I don't know if they make my size.
Oh, they do.
Jesus.
Oh, they
dude,
do.
you wear Crocs,
Did it-
dude? Come on, man. That's not
I
masculine,
don't
man. Come
I don't wear Crocs.
on. Crocs
I
suck.
don't wear Crocs.
I don't wear Crocs
Ruben will
either.
put them
but
on
my
a
kid
shelf
loves-
somewhere.
My kid loves
I'll
Crocs.
put them on my shelf.
Dude, they're
All
not
my nieces-
bad looking.
Well, my nieces have Crocs, and they have like all like pins or whatever they have in them, like all different.
Yeah, that's how they got.
Yeah, you can put pins in them. Yeah, we got. We
But
switch
you know what
them
you
out.
could do? You know what they
Out.
sell? They sell like a wristband now, and you can just it's made out of the same rubber material, like the back strap, pretty much. And you can put all the pins in that, so you don't even need to buy these stupid shoes anymore. You can just buy the pins and the strappings.
I don't think $70 is that bad. I don't know. Hot sauce for $40.
Yeah, $70 ain't gonna be that bad till, like I said, you gotta get your kid orthopedics by the time they're like 12. That's gonna be tough.
I'm sorry, John. I'm never wearing Crocs. You won't catch me dead wearing those things.
There you go.
Even in the
Yeah.
top of the
Dom,
pocket.
you
And
buy
they're
'em.
male. They identify as males.
There you
Dom,
go,
so that's
Dom.
for
You gotta
you.
buy them. The Crocs are white.
Well, yeah, they're
Nah.
white and identify as male. There you go, Dom.
I would never wear those. Even if somebody put a gun, shoot me.
What if they
Yeah,
were
dude.
both?
Hey,
What
Dom,
if
do
they
you wear tell me you don't wear flip-flops.
Well, I wear flip flops. I have.
Oh,
flip-flops
get the
now.
fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
They're no
That's
different.
trash too.
I
No,
wear
Trip-
flip flops in my house.
hey, tell me you wear slides. Please
No.
tell me you wear
No, I
slides.
wear flip flops in my house, and that's it. I wear sneakers and I wear shoes. That's my thing to wear. I don't wear.
So if they were Boba Fett, would you buy them?
Yes.
Ooh.
What? No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you
You
would.
wouldn't buy them if it was
You
fat.
totally would buy them if it's Boba Fett.
All right,
I got my
move
sneakers. I got
along.
my Boba Fett sneakers. I draw the line with Crocs. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Tom.
What weird
you
life you
if-
live, bro.
If Tamora
no rhyme
Morrison
and
was
reason to
wearing
anything you
Boba
say.
Fett Crocs, would you tell that to his face?
Yes, I would. Crocs, dude. Crocs. Come on, man.
I call bullshit.
You would. I call bullshit. I call. He would go like this. He'd go like, "I love your Crocs." He'd give him.
Where'd you get
No.
those? I want those so bad.
Dom gets on the internet and just tells bold-faced lies 90% of the
I
time.
don't
That's
lie,
it.
man.
That's how you know.
Yo,
That's how you
I'm
know.
99% the truth, man. Of how I feel.
No bullshit. You're lying.
Ah.
Get
That
outta
1%.
here.
Come on.
The 1% is when I'm on this panel. I lie about what I really feel about everything.
Get out of here. Go
Uh-uh.
next up.
All right, we got a 25th anniversary Star Wars Lego book that was announced this week. It's called The Force of Creativity. It's coming out in July 20th. It will retail at $150.
Hey, Patches, you know what that
Book.
does? Hey, loser.
Does
Oh,
Go get a light.
this book-
Go get yourself banned, bro.
This book looks cool. It's a coffee
Fucking
table
loser.
book. It's gonna be
See, hold on,
big,
Dom. See,
big.
that's what creates losers like that. That was
I
just in
know.
the chat.
Listen, you know
That's what it does. You get losers like that, jobless people
was
living
just
in their
saying- I
mom's
was just
basement.
saying
That's when you
that
say
the
stupid shit.
I
You get
know, I-
stupid people, dude. So go ahead. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Wayseeker.
So yeah, we got this. Like I said, this coffee table book, Forces of Creativity. It's given 25th anniversary. It's gonna have a bunch of different fan creations that they've done for Star Wars. A bunch of the biggest sets. Give some history about them. All of that in this coffee table book. This one, like I said, it's $150, which kind of makes it interesting to me because some of these books are the ones that really do good collecting wise. They're at a price point where they're not bought in mass. And then it's some.
sometimes they
So
have a
this is
unique
the
treatment.
price point that I'm really interested in as a collector.
Where's it going to
Sometimes
go
the mini
though?
figure
From
is
150 to 180? Like
Oh, we got some of those
150
books that's
it's like
500
it's a
to
dollar for
1,000.
every 2 pages.
Well, listen, those books, this book like this,
This is
it should have something like a mini figure that comes along with it sometimes, which makes it even
We're all rejoicing, BK.
even more valuable.
I mean, there's the.
Yeah, I
There's-
don't know. That's
JJ,
I don't not in these $150 books. They don't.
I don't think this one will.
Yeah,
This
no.
would be an Ollie's. This would be an Ollie's in a couple of months.
No, it won't.
this won't.
No,
No,
it won't.
This won't.
No, it won't be in the
No.
dollars, but I still don't think. it'll
JJ,
be
there's a
market for it.
costumes book where it just shows all the costumes of Star Wars characters. That book goes for like $700.
Yeah, because they don't like a lot of these. They don't print a ton, and like if you get one, you have to have a lot of these. Don't. It's not. This isn't showing up at Target or someplace like this. This book is showing up at a Barnes and Noble, maybe not in your area. You know what I mean?
I'll have
Or
this
you're
in
gonna
my
have to pre-order.
thing. You know what? You know, it's so it's a Lego. It's all the Lego. It shows pictures of all the Lego sets that came out, right?
And it gives information. It gives fan creations. Yeah, it talks about all the process. Like, it's a cool little book. It's a cool book, big book, but
Kill somebody with that.
you could absolutely, Tom.
Yeah,
Tom's all
especially
about
like the.
Right, yeah.
I mean, those Lego fans. You guys remember? If you guys remember the show back in the day, we used to have Leaky Trooper here, who still built. Make sure you check out his channel. Still building like these massive Lego things out of stuff, and like, dude, those people. Like, if you think just comic book people are nutty. I mean, go or Disney people too. Disney people are nutty too, but go put Lego with that. Like, those Lego people will cut a bitch. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've gone to Lego stores. I have 2 Lego stores. Well, actually, the one Lego store in Times Square. It is always packed. Always packed. People always buying stuff. Lego. That's why you never see Legos on clearance, because Legos always sell.
Unless they're nubs, then you see them on clearance.
Then you see,
yeah. Sorry, had to put it out there. Nubs is not clear.
Anyway, I haven't
Already.
seen the Lego, the High Republic Lego sets like in person yet. I haven't held one in my hand, but hey, listen, it's Lego. It's gonna sell.
Oh, the nub ones,
Even the nub
the
ones.
kid ones. Yeah, no,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
cool.
kid, yeah.
I'll tell you this, they're cool.
The young Jedi.
Oh,
Young Jedi.
hey,
ones.
I'm telling you, yeah, young Jedi. That's what they're called. I mean, hey, look, all Legos are cool, bro. I don't care what you say. So
Yeah. So we got some new food heading to the Galaxy's Edge. I thought I'd
Yeah.
for you.
hey,
What do you
he's got a
think?
good point. Lego is one of the few things that
Who
people will
wants-
pay more for.
Who
Yes.
wants a Princess Leia milkshake?
If it's peanut butter, I'll have it.
I think it's vanilla. I think it's vanilla with little cookies on the side. Looks like Princess Leia right there. What do you think?
Like buns.
Pretty good.
I'd rather
Yeah,
have
those
the
are clearly buns,
milkshake if
not
she had the
cookies.
slave
I
outfit on.
drink it.
Give me the
drink it.
bikini.
Got a few other ones going here.
Oh, okay. There we
You
go.
got lightsaber churros, which comes with a chocolate sauce. Who wants
Ooh,
some?
That's okay.
Where's this at?
These are coming to
Disney World. Land.
Galaxy's
Galaxy's
Edge for May the 4th. Not in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
just
give
looks
you
like. Hey, you know what that is? That's the treat that the kid drops on the floor, picks it up, and eats it, dude.
Yeah.
That is made. That's a dirt collector if I've ever seen one before.
This
Dude,
For like
three
20 bucks.
things that are coming out.
Yeah. So that that's JJ. That's Disney, bro. That's Yep.
That's what I mean.
Don't have
Like,
kids,
that's why
bro.
If it falls on the floor, that's why they're eating it. Is because it's $20.
Oh
You're
no,
thinking,
no.
oh,
They'll
look,
eat it either way.
No,
No,
the kids don't have the was it the 3-second rule? They just pick it up. It'll be on the floor. They'll fondle it.
yeah. If it's highlighted or red,
they'll
yeah.
bounce it. They'll pick it up eventually.
Yeah.
After they quarrel.
You'll be like, hey, they're like, no, Mom, Dad, we just want to play with them. Okay, but don't put them in your mouth. You turn around for 1 second, that kid's eating that.
Eating it, gone.
Eating it,
Yep.
it's gone.
Wait,
God.
that thing. I ate it.
Hey, Barb.
What I'm curious about is I guarantee you that like the churro is not the extra full length
John.
of that hilt. It probably cuts off like an inch past there.
Oh, I'm sure.
John,
That's probably
John, I believe she's passed away, John. I will not put your comment up there, but I believe she's passed away. So good luck with that. That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
All right, we got some Ganache squares for people that are Ganache fans. You got your Death Star and you got your Rebels.
Hey, can I
Ganache.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it good?
don't
Doesn't
know what this
Ganache
is.
always sound like a good idea, but it's always disappointing?
It never tastes good. It's never
that good.
It,
bro.
it sounds awesome. It's like fudge. Like
That's
you get a
not
little bit of
chocolate,
fudge.
right?
It's like
That's
one
fudge.
bite's okay, but like a big
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
fudge,
It's chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had it before, Dom. It's just
No.
that's how forgettable it is because you're just like, damn, dude.
No, I've had the thick piece of fudge, like what that is. Regular, because they have the fudge.
No.
places that-
Yeah, no, not fudge. This is ganache, which
This
is
is
like
Ganache, which is still different.
ganache is like trashy. It's a combination of trash fudge and
trash
like
fudge.
whipped chocolate. Like it's not good.
Oh.
It always disappoints, bro.
If it's dark chocolate, then I'm in.
You know what's
right
solid though? Oh, speaking of that, Dom, remind me next Christmas I'll get them to you because I get them from Santa Claus
Yeah.
every year. Crate and Barrel. It's kind of pricey, but whatever. It's nice. This is something I get as a present, but I'll waste money on it. It's dark chocolate salted caramel things that look just like this.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
those are good.
Remind me. I'll get you some.
I'll
dude.
remind-
Yeah,
thanks.
for sure.
Yeah, those things are good, man.
Oh, bro, like
All right. You're getting a Lothcat souvenir mug. I don't know why they just showed a picture of the Lothcat. I don't know if it goes on top of the mug or like attaches to the mug.
Yeah,
But-
like, where the hell's the mug?
I don't know. There's no mug.
Is it a shot glass?
No, it's like it's like Wayseeker's
mug,
water
man.
bottle where you only get 2 ounces. It's a big 20-ounce thing. You're like 2 freaking ounces.
For sipping, it's like an espresso mug. It's little, and you
You
keep
open the
drinking.
head, just comes off, and you just drink it out of the body of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I would get one of these though. That's a scary loth cat. Like
That is
So
scary.
they make it like it's a loth cat. You put water in it. It's like it's loth cat pee. Like you're drinking the pee of the loth cat.
all right. I don't even know what this thing is, but it said limit 10 per person. So I'm like, it must be something popular because who limits up to 10 per person? What is a sap tap cup?
Dude, that's amazing. That thing's cool.
Yeah, what is this?
It's like
Like a cup of the.
It's like, hey, it's the
What
thing
is
at the
it called?
cantina
Wacky
where the
straw
guy's
or-
going and drinking this. shit.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is.
Oh,
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's from
yeah,
the
that's cool
cantina.
because of the wacky straw. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from the cantina.
I wonder how much that is.
Who puts limit 10? Not like limit 2. Limit 10. What are
How
they
much you
thinking?
think that is? Like $30?
Because people are trying to get sets of 6, maybe.
You know, the
Uh-huh.
best thing they could do for that is make like the base of that, like there that looks like it's metal, weigh like 30 pounds. So it's like the hammer of Thor when you have to pick it up.
I wonder if it's
Yeah.
cheap. I wonder if they're only like $5 or something. $4.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah.
only limited to 10.
So you like tap cops, you can get 10 of them there. You're getting a Chewbacca donut. They're coming.
The hell?
That's pretty
No,
cool.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm
You look
just.
like you're eating Wookiee here. That's what I always
This,
wanted.
no, I don't want to. I don't even want to say what this kind of looks like. And no, absolutely
It
gross.
looks like
No,
shop meat.
sir.
You know when you make a burger, I made burgers today, and that's what the shop meat looks like.
Nah. Hey, that's
Dude, I'm eating a Chewbacca donut all day.
chopped meat is the stupidest thing too. Let's just take a hamburger and chop it up and call it something else.
I made hamburgers tonight, man. They came out good. So, that was good.
Ruben wants to say something, but he's afraid to say it.
Man, which without
I'm
the,
afraid. Okay, I mean, besides the way the donut looks, why does it look like his like teeth are wrapped around it?
I don't know why.
These are
Why do you have to
teeth.
make?
What is
Why do you
that?
make? Yeah, why do you gotta
It's
make
the
the hair
belt.
look
It's his belt.
pubic
I
size?
know.
What
I know it's his bandolier, but
Bandolier,
like, it doesn't look right. It looks like
Yeah.
just teeth.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, is Krispy Kreme doing this?
What? No, it's
No, it's
Probably
Disney
not.
World, dude.
no, it's not.
If that's the case, somebody has an infection, Dom, and you need to.
All this stuff is
somebody's
Disney
gotta
World
get it
stuff.
checked out.
Or Galaxy's Edge stuff.
Like a $9
This is
donut.
gross. Can we go on to something else? I am going to
Yeah,
throw up,
$9
please.
donut?
All right,
I'm
we
the
got
king
Darth
of
Vader and
nerds right now.
Stormtrooper waffles coming.
Oh, don't they already do this?
No,
My
it's a
mom's
new-
got
I
like
mean, maybe
4
they don't
different
know. I don't
waffle
know.
makers.
They
I
have
think
a
she got
Slave
a-
one waffle maker and a Boba Fett waffle maker. They have
Yeah,
it
there's
in-
already a Boba Fett.
Yeah, they
there's
sell
a
it.
Stormtrooper, I think.
Maybe you can
There's
get it
a-
somewhere else.
But they don't have
I
those
don't know.
waffle makers at Galaxy's Edge, and now they do apparently.
Apparently. That looks like
You gotta
French
pay
toast.
50 bucks
Hey,
for
I don't
the
think these
Vader
bitches
waffle.
know what a waffle is. That's French toast, isn't it? We're looking
Looks
at
like
powdered French
Looks
toast.
like a
Yes.
sugar cookie.
What are we doing here?
I'm just saying what are they? They
Wait,
call
Seeger,
it
I think you
waffle.
screwed this whole segment up.
They call
That
it
is
a
not.
waffle.
Do you not know what food is? That is not a waffle. That is
is a
French
waffle.
toast.
That's a
Shit.
sugar cookie, man.
They have sugar
Bruh.
cookies too. They have I
Bruh.
just put sugar cookies in there. They're doing a Mando sugar cookie, a Yoda sugar cookie, and I think there's a Boba Fett sugar cookie that's
They
coming.
ain't, hey, I'll tell you this: they ain't serving that shit at Roscoe's anytime
Yeah, I
soon.
get the Boba Fett sugar cookie. I'm putting that away. I'm gonna put that away and protect it and have it in a collector's item. Put it like a
Just
little
like
cake.
you collected that Christmas card that you lost.
I can't find it. I can't find it.
Okay, they have a Mando sugar cookie and a Boba Fett sugar cookie. I want to see the difference between those two cookies.
I
all
know,
I
right?
I want to be like,
Like that.
There's a
dent
dent.
on there.
There's a dent in the helmet. That's it.
There's a dent in the helmet.
No, you got
That's
the
all it is.
the freaking goddamn
That's the Boba
antenna.
Fett one.
There's antenna on top. You got
It's like,
Mando.
oh, I got a
with
Mando.
all
Oh, hang on.
plastic.
And now it's a Boba Fett.
Nah,
Yeah, I think
Mando's
you got this wrong.
impossible.
Everybody thinks that you don't know what a fucking waffle is now because of this, Way Seeker. Everybody.
All right. This is for the UK people out
There we
there.
go.
Pick this thing up for me. UK fans, I have a quest. They are coming out with a Young Jedi Adventure
Send it out
Scout
to
Set.
send it out to our homegirl. She'll do it for you.
$2
You want me to reach out to
plus
her?
shipping. Shipping is like $1.50. So it's super cheap.
Or so Tommy.
these
Tommy, get on it.
These are awesome. So
Scouts are
anybody
like
from
Boy
the UK
Scouts?
want to pick up a couple of these, send them my way. I'll pay for it. Just let me know.
Yeah, send me a couple too. I think they need to start coming back with more of the patches.
Yeah.
Like we originally tried when we were starting Dark Side, we actually had 3 different styles of show. We were going to try to come out with patches. It's so hard to make and come out with patches, but it's so cool, dude. Patches are dope, dude.
Yeah.
They're dope.
Uh,
Even if it
like
does
a
have a
jean
creepy
jacket.
psycho bear there.
The second pair is awesome. Come on now.
No, dude, you could. Yeah, you don't have to just put on jackets. I've seen people that make these. It's really easy. I mean, I can't do it, but I can talk the wife into it. It's like a piece of fabric, and it makes it look like a.
Put it on your backpack
like
when you go to school.
Yeah, put it on backpacks. You don't go cons with backpacks? I do all the time. But you can do that.
Yeah.
But also you can make them like what are those things called? I can't remember. My brain's not working. It's like a straight line thing, and then it pinches insignia or whatever, and then you put a bunch of different patches on it, man.
Well, I got my denim jacket, my green denim jacket. I have like maybe 20 different Boba Fett patches. I'm gonna put the patches all over it eventually. Wear it at the cons.
Hey, if you're really cool, you can get somebody to stitch a little red dripping off of his mouth and his teeth to make him look realistic, where he's got blood, because that little psycho.
Psycho Nubs.
You guys are so twisted.
Psycho
Yeah, Nubs
Nubs.
look like a vampire.
Psycho Nubs.
All right, you Fortnite fans, Lego Star Wars is coming this year for the celebrate May the 4th, and so they're doing a bunch of different new skins and everything else. So Fortnite people, other than Sticks, I don't know if there's anybody else out there that plays, but you.
Yeah, a bunch of 7-year-olds.
My
and
nephew.
8-year-olds.
I'm sure they beat Sticks though.
Yeah,
Now,
probably.
my nephew was stealing his mom's credit card and buying skins.
Bro, I caught the kids trying. I got the kid. We don't even let them get on the internet with the Minecraft. I got them trying to do the thing because one of their buddies.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this is just how you do it. And they're like, hey, I was like, whoa.
How you do it?
That's how you lose fingers around here, son. Huh?
So
And I'm not gonna name the kid.
Your parents' money. And
Yeah. Well, they're telling. He's like, this is. Then you could join me, but you got to buy these things too. And how you do that? And I was like, you got to be out of your mind. First
Is it
off,
like $25 per skin or something like that? Was it
who knows? All this stuff is.
Oh,
Yeah,
There's
crazy.
a couple that'll be cheap, dumb, and there'll be a couple that'll be like probably $50-$60 even.
Yeah, but the weirdest part about it is like people won't use them. Like they use them for what, a couple months, and they go on to the next one.
But can you actually play it? Like, do you win? Like, sure, you can hit the buttons, Sticks.
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
But
win,
do the
bro.
7-year-olds beat you? That's the real
Yeah.
question.
The squeakers are whooping him, dude.
We want to see it.
7-year-olds.
We need another
7-year-olds
stream,
that are
Sticks.
logging on.
Does he ever streamed it before? We
I
need
think
to
he did
stream.
once. I think he streamed Fortnite
You can,
once.
hey, Twitch. You could stream Twitch through us. We stream to it right now. I'll move it to video games so you can do it there. I would love to see that so that I could capture it and just. There is some old dude though. Some old dude plays it, but he doesn't attack anybody. I can't remember what the dude is, but he came up in my gaming feed one time, and he's just a dude. He's this old dude, and his whole strategy is because he's not good enough to beat people. He just goes around
He just wants
and
to
just
play
hides. He just hides. Yeah, he hides the whole time. He hides.
He goes for second place.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's real creepy right there. Just to be, I'm gonna go on. Let me lie.
Whatever their rank system, but he plays ranks. So whatever their rank system is, he's like on the leaderboard for rank system because he takes so many like second places and stuff. Because like he just hides.
That's awesome. It's such a waste of time, but that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I think he's got a pretty popular Twitch stream. So
I can just imagine Sticks playing at the kids. I got you.
oh dude, no way. Hey, no way. Sticks has got like, do they got close Sticks? Do they got open comms in that? No way. No way Sticks plays in open comms. If he does, I really want to hear it.
No,
bro.
you gotta,
Bro,
do
do you know what open comms are, Dom?
Yeah, I know
Like
it is.
everybody can talk shit. Like
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
dude. So it's proximity chat. So like, dude, could you imagine a bunch of 7-year-olds
67-year-old.
clowning on a 70-year-old,
The
bro?
kids are yelling at Sticks, and Sticks is like, "Man, shut up! I'm gonna get."
Yeah, he is. He's like
That's
70
awesome.
something. Yeah, dude. No, I mean, I
No, he
haven't
plays
played
buttons.
video games in a couple months, but even when I start playing, like you hear, I've had a kid before who can't speak, and his mom starts screaming at me. I'm like, hey, young man, please just could you drop the money so we could buy the thing because we're in second place and they're coming. We need to buy more armor. And the mom gets on there and she's like, listen here, he knows. I go, what are you talking about? I dropped money for our other partner. He picked it up and she's screaming at me, dropping F-bombs. I go, did your kid just say he's 5 years old? He shouldn't even play. Like, we're playing COD, man. Like, you shouldn't let your kid play. So I'm yelling at her about that. She got so offended. I was like, listen, lady, you shouldn't even da-da-da-da-da. And then finally I ended that with a nice, hey. And the other player goes, it's about time somebody called her that she needed that. But dude, like, these kids are wild because they will cuss the whole time.
Yeah.
They like that little 5-year-old was cussing. And I was like, young man, please could you just drop da-da-da. He's like, these fucking guys are good, mom. I'm like, bro, you cannot be saying this. You're fine. But he doesn't even say it like that because it's like choppy. You know what I mean? Because that's how 5-year-olds talk. They're choppy. I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%.
BK, Marco,
Yo, bro, when that piece of, I told her, I didn't just call it a B word. I ran her, bro. I ran her. And still won the game. My dad, guy down, then still won the game. Winners win, bro.
Boy.
Winners win.
All right, we got 2 comic news for us this week. We got a new Inquisitors mini comic that's announced called Hunt for the Jedi. It's going to feature a new Jedi, so another one, JJ, another survivor.
Survivor. Woo.
Ooh,
Another survivor.
There's nobody that died from Order 66, but that's all right.
apparently.
I actually don't have a problem with this.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Slow down. I don't have a problem with this. I actually like this. It's a mini. It's going to give us some background on some of these characters. Let them roll. If it sucks, we get through it real quick. I'm okay. It's better than what's going on this week. It's way better. It's way better than what's going on this week, even in the mini this week. So, yeah, I'm for this. I'm okay with this. Huh?
You know what?
John's comment.
What?
Run.
Tensu run.
Run. Go ahead. What, Dom?
I'm saying that stop with all the comics like the Star Wars title and the Vader, and just make miniseries. That's it.
They will never not have a mainline Star Wars, though. I agree with you, but it's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
They'll transition into something else.
I mean, this High Republic mini, it was, spoiler alert, it's not that great, but like move away from some of the Vader stuff too. It's good. It's that mainline. They should just call it Star Wars and then subcategory it Vader, and that should be your main storyline. Because
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And then to do these as sub-ins, and just do arcs with these little minis, do little 6 arcs, and it's this portion. But do remember, the last time, we can talk all the junk we want, but the couple times we did get Inquisitor, I think that's what got us so excited, right, about the Obi series. We thought we were going to get legitimate Inquisitors, and the only other experience we've had about those is mainly through comics, a little bit through novel, maybe Rebels, and a little bit through video games, but really the punctuation on that, where they really looked badass when we found out they were losing parts, and they were the storylines that they've done in comics with the Inquisitors are probably the top tier, right? We could say what we want about Rebels, but there was a little bit of wackiness with it, right?
The flying lightsabers.
Soul's best was the Darth Vader Soul run with the Inquisitors.
Yeah, with the Inquisitors. That's some of the best. Even when they brought him back as a guardian to the library, which was full circle, that was actually really good. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm down with this. I know we like to shit on this stuff because they do a lot of bad, but this one I'm okay with, except for that one cover that had the photo Inquisitor. Why would you even do that, man? You got this cover was perfect that you took these images off of. The C cover was great. Then they do a photo cover with fat head Ruben cosplaying. No offense, you don't have a fat head, Ruben. Ruben cosplaying as a fucking Inquisitor. The fuck was that?
Yeah, Ruben. Come on,
fat head Ruben. I'm saying Ruben with a fat
just,
head. I'm not saying Ruben has a fat head. I'm saying Ruben with. If Ruben had a fat head, Ruben, tell him I'm not lying.
Right? Our guests.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
That's not. He's not a guest. He's been on this channel 1,000 fucking times. He's not a guest. And number 2, he just said I wasn't lying. So there we go.
He's not lying.
All right, we got one more news. Crash and Burn, a one-shot announced. We had an earlier Crash. The artist has changed, and so now it is going to be Nick Brokenshire, which is good because the artist that did the last Crash one-shot was probably the worst art I think I've ever seen, other than the Grogu Mando series.
Bro, slow your roll. The first time they introduced us to Crash in comics wasn't the art was stellar.
But it got worse. It got worse in that last one.
I mean, it's objective. It's objectively the same.
So Nick posted this picture on X, and so this is what the art's going to look like in the comic. This is good art. I like Nick. I think Nick does.
I don't know, man.
Some of the best Star Wars art.
Joe.
It does. It does. This looks exactly like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Better than what we've gotten for Crash.
I didn't shoot any straights out.
Earth-based stuff to make them look more like from Earth than Star Wars.
What?
I'm just saying the
you got a bunch of people running around with fucking little beepers on their side and shit. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. You know what she looks like? Did you watch with Fifth Element?
Lady
Figuring out
J?
a way- yeah.
No, you know what she looks like? She looks like the sisters, the twins.
Zorana.
Yeah, Zorana.
Yeah.
I love Rue, Bry. Rue's like one of my top favorite new first appearances. That character is like the Punisher of Star Wars. That's such a cool character.
No, it's not.
I'm a big Rue
No,
fan.
it's not. Don't degrade the Punisher of no, don't do that. Nah.
Dude.
Never.
Bro, we don't have to degrade it. They degraded. They did plenty
I
good enough degrading that guy himself.
This crap will never touch what the Punisher was, because now I got some crap Punisher anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Bry likes him too. So
Thank you
Dom,
for the word
nobody's taking
salad,
you
Dom.
seriously.
Appreciate the word salad.
Nobody's taking you seriously, Dom. You just added to it. So anyway,
yeah, sorry, I will not talk to the Hall of Famer like that.
That
Sorry
is
for
the week
disrespect.
in Star
and
Wars.
former
That was it?
mayor.
That was
the
it.
news?
Dang,
Yeah.
I thought we would have had
Hey,
more.
you know what?
heat.
Hang on.
We had food.
I did find
Hold
out
on.
one thing. I did find out one
That's
thing
food and
this
bad
week, and
previews.
I did find out one thing this week that I thought you guys might have covered, but it was okay. So apparently, if you missed the total eclipse in August 2nd of 2027, you can actually do the total eclipse again from Tunisia, and they are starting to book Luke's homestead or the Lars homestead to watch the total eclipse
Oh
in
yeah,
2027.
that's
You do
kind of
that
a waste of money. That's a
I
waste
was
of
like,
money. Yeah,
it is
real waste of
okay.
I don't even know if we're gonna be around.
If I didn't have a wife and 2 kids, I would have been
And
there. I would
and
be
you
there.
did fear for getting robbed because you get robbed there. You know that,
Listen, it only
right?
counts if there's
I was
two-
like,
it only counts if
that
there's
would
two
be kind of
sons
cool
to me.
though.
I don't-
That would be kind of cool.
Is Ja Rule the one putting this one on? Is that what this is? This is gonna be another concert out there?
The new
'Cause that's
Fry
what that
Fest,
sounds
maybe?
like. Yeah,
new
Fry
All I
Fest
know is that'd be kind of cool.
sounds
We'll
like
see.
Fry Fest 3, brother.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. He does not look just like Cade, especially not in real life.
You gotta
y'all.
be careful.
Hey, nobody. Hey, once again, I think we got away from this rule, so let's get back to it on this channel. Unless you're going to show us your pictures, you ain't commenting on how people fucking look. All right. Unless you show yourself on the internet, we ain't talking about how.
You're the one that commented on how they
Yeah,
look.
because I'm here all the time. You see my shit all the time. I'm always on the internet, bro.
John, I got all the food. I got all the food. That's what I got this week.
Yeah, that was
That's
bad
cool.
news, John. I agree. Food away,
Bro. Next week, Waysinger probably is not going to be here, so we'll have real news. As usual. All right.
Like Han
Let's
shot
get-
first. The anniversary of Han Solo shooting first. Where's
Look
that
at
news?
Dom's coming up with better news than you. It's the anniversary of Han shot first.
something that isn't actually there anymore. It's not
It
there.
isn't- Hey,
It's
it's
on.
real to me, bro. It's
George
real to
Lucas,
me.
the person you
Still
always
here.
talked about, Dom. You can't
Still
do
here.
Han shoots first and then
Hey,
say
Wayseeker,
George Lucas
Wayseeker,
is
that's
the greatest
enough.
thing about Star Wars. No,
Wayseeker,
they
don't you
prove it.
besmudge
You
Han
can't
shot
do
first.
both.
Wayseeker, do not do
Han did
that.
shoot
You are
first.
not going to do that.
Listen,
Han shot
I
first.
didn't agree.
With
Listen,
Dom.
I didn't
I'm
agree
right.
with,
Dom.
I'm right.
listen.
With Dom, you're not right. With
I
Dom.
didn't agree with the changes that he made. He should have left the original stuff, but Han will always be the one that shot first.
I agree.
Han shot first. Thank you,
Han
Dom.
did shoot first.
Anything else Wayseeker says?
Lucas is
Wayseeker's
always
getting the
right.
mute. Wayseeker's
That's what
getting the
I'm
mute. Anything else Wayseeker says? Muted.
George
Han shot
Lucas
first.
is not always right. That's all I'm saying. You
Yeah,
can't
I agree
do
with that,
George
but Han
Lucas
shot
is always
first.
right.
But
Because of that.
I'm just saying, is that look? He may not be right. But
Wait, no, you're doing. Hey, look, you know what he's doing, Dom? Stop. You know what he's
he's
doing?
trying to troll me. I know.
What? No. He's not doing that. Ruben came up with better news than his segment today. You came up with better news than his
There
segment.
you go.
He's just trying to deflect. That's a deflection. We know what he's doing
how
here.
he got
He's
nubs
just
in there?
upset because you gave up
Why
with better
does
news
He got
than him.
nubs in there.
My news was great.
You know, one way or the other, he got
News
nubs
is
in there.
terrible.
He got
I would-
nubs.
I would not like. I'm just gonna proof. Thank
I'm
you.
not doing any
Court
clips about Lars Homestead.
Case proven. Cha-cha, over. All right. Why is Wayseeker on this show? Sometimes I wonder. All right, let's go. Mace Windu. Mace Windu. Hey, Tom, remember how you were so excited for this book?
Well, I was excited about the Bubba Frick as the leader of a bunch of pirates.
But he kind of isn't. I'll show you what happened.
Yeah.
So we get in here. They're starting to be chased. Okay, we're going to attack you because you stole something. And then Mace goes, no, I'm a Jedi, so she's under my protection because I got the hots for her. And the guy's like, all right, cool, we'll take off. He goes to take off, and then he gets blown up by, this is Yahya Sherma, the person that blows him up. but like he's not really in charge of much. And then Mace just goes, "Hey, get out of here!" And the guy goes, "Okay, that's the last you'll ever. That's not the last you'll ever see me." He leaves. So that sucked. And then they get into the Dustwalkers. This was not a good episode. Apparently, this week.
It's the shortest review ever.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do. I mean, at this point, this should be a 2-book thing. It sucks. Speaking of sucking, I've been accused of being too positive on the High Republic, especially Phase 3. This is High Republic Adventures. What the hell is the name of this piece of garbage?
Saber for Hire.
Saber for Hire. And it sucks because I do typically like Calvin Scott, and I thought this would be perfect for Calvin Scott if he did write a monster. Like, that's his lane, right? Apparently not this fucking time.
Yeah, but he also wrote the first one. It wasn't that good. So.
Yeah, it wasn't that good either. They're getting attacked by a anal monster, and they're running away. And then, they're like, okay, cool. We pulled the teeth out of it. Here you go. And then, like, the squid people are like, sweet. And she's like, they gave us some money. And she's like, hey, cool. Let's fix the weapon. And then all of a sudden, this is the problem that I have. If she could use electricity, if she already figured out how to use electricity to get rid of all the droids, what are the droids called that the scrappier planes?
Sab droids
Scavenger
or whatever.
Scavenger droids, that's it. If she already figured out how to deal with all the scavenger droids, then how come we even have scavenger droids in the High Republic? Or better yet, why do we have them in the Clone Wars? Because she figured out how to destroy them all with the electric thing, still keep her ship intact, and be able to go to different planets and see this googly face dude. Look at him. Great. I will tell you, if Scott actually wrote a good story in here, it would have been cool because the characters he introduced really looked like they could have done something. So this guy's line turned like, hey, we got this monster. And she goes, I see scorch marks. And he's like, yeah, well, the monsters are named the Nihil. And she goes, I don't fight Nihil, which doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it, but whatever. Then we get the thing, a common theme in Star Wars, and one that Dom loves, the stealing of kids, but it's not by the Jedi, unfortunately.
Love the stealing of kids.
Yes, it's not by the Jedi, unfortunately. The Nihil have been stealing kids for a very long time, much like the Empire steals kids.
And
So she's like, look, they stole my. Yeah, but they're stealing more kids. So they're like, hey, look, dude, they're stealing my kids. You're stealing my kids. Could you steal my kid before they steal my kid? And it's like, I don't steal kids. So that will be continued. I don't know, man. That book. Oh yeah, there's also another story. We get first appearances.
Skip this one for Dom's sake.
Yeah, we get John, Lorla, and Kit.
What the frig is this?
It's the one. It's what's her name's kid.
It's
they go on a camping thing.
It's the
This is
Chancellor's son.
Yeah, it serves no purpose in this book. It was a waste of fucking space. It didn't mean anything. And they took the one kid and gave him long hair instead of short hair. That's the end. It had no reason being in that book. I will tell you that 100%. But it's their first appearances, and one of them is the kid from whatever, and the other one started off in phase 1, so they're still around. But one is the Chancellor's son. Yay. Why are they in a monster book?
And why is he has shorts on, a t-shirt? What?
They're camping, bro.
They're camping.
Casual Friday.
Dom,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Star Wars.
Dom, that's what
Sitting
you're
in
worried
Star
about?
Wars shorts.
Not that it has a horrible story that doesn't mean anything.
Whoa,
You're
bro,
worried
bro,
about
bro,
shorts?
bro. Hold on. You don't wait. Time out, Dom. When they got tittied ladies wearing thongs, you don't question that shit in Star
No, I
Wars?
don't. Of course not. Because
But you question
But
somebody
this-
wearing shorts?
they're friggin'
Shorts.
wearing regular Earth
What-
clothes. This
what are
is
they
not
wearing in the
Star
back?
Wars.
They do a lot in Star Wars.
I mean,
What
it's
are you
crazy.
talking about?
I don't
Hey,
know.
but they're both white men. You're okay with that?
No, one's an Asian, I think.
Nobody can ever go out in hot
He
weather.
actually
in
looks
Star
like a
Wars,
woman.
but you gotta
Though.
wear
He
long
looks like a woman.
pants.
The guy. I don't
So
know.
Soul, I think is.
But the
Kid-
white male has red hair, so Dom doesn't like people with red hair. So that's
No,
fine.
the whole fact
But hey, I'm with him on that.
Wait,
So
wait,
I'm
I thought
okay.
that was a
I'm
woman.
okay with that.
I thought that was a woman. I
Just-
thought the guy with the black hair is a male.
We just
Yeah,
told
no,
you it's
they're
two
They're
dudes.
both red.
Two
Oh.
dudes, man. Two dudes.
It was the one dude with the red hair he did have a buzz cut the last time we saw him.
Yeah,
All right, next up.
passing on that.
But
Yeah,
let's
the
just
problem
think,
is they don't like him much, John.
Ty York
All right.
could have been such a cool character, but they've never got
Who?
Ty York right.
Oh, Ty York. Oh, yeah. But remember, that kit trap. These two came out of that story. These two came out of that story with Man and whatever, and they were written fucking terribly in that story. This is stupid. Like, this is the one part where, like, I wish we could, if we didn't have the
son.
rhetoric that Dom spews, we could talk about how this is just something. Like, why are we doing this? Like, this is just stupid. Like, just keep it to the monster
of a
story.
character in the story. I didn't think.
Who?
kit rep or whatever her son.
Yeah,
the
because
story
they did
wasn't
that.
badly
It's the
written.
relationship part. I don't care about all of it, but they stopped it for to have a relationship, which this book too. It's like what are they? Okay, did you read this book? Can I just ask you this? I get that there's a Leia love story, and I get there was a Mara Jade, and there's some other love stories. But like, when did it turn into that we just have to have a love story forced into every single Star Wars book?
And
Yeah.
you know, and is
No,
just-
and why do we have to have a love story forced into every single?
exactly.
This is supposed to be about hunting monsters and that type of action, and we put a love story in it.
That's
like,
what they're putting
that-
in all the stuff, man. That's what they
That's
want.
not what they put in all the stuff, Don.
Just
No,
about
there's no love story in the book that we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, I'm just asking why. Yeah, and it's good, like I'm saying, but like, why do we have to have a love story in every single thing? Pass on it. We're not writing for, I don't know. We're not writing for 12-year-olds, I guess, because we're grown men complaining about comic books. Now I look like an idiot, but my point being, answer my own question.
At least you called it.
But I don't think any of us are ever going to enjoy that part.
All ages Star Wars book.
Yeah, I know, but like, dude, do we really need? I don't. Is anybody enjoying any relationships that they write because they write them all exactly the same?
They're forcing it in there.
No.
Like all those books that they used to just have like a romance, it just magic. It just happens.
No, hold on. No bullshit. They used to do that shit too, and it was garbage. It was garbage how they used to do it with Mara Jade.
The Han and Leia stuff, that wasn't garbage.
Well, I mean, you got to watch out. There was some incest. Hold on. First off,
That was garbage.
The honeymoon book was garbage.
Yeah,
It was
honeymoon
trash.
book
That was garbage.
Trash.
Love story. I'm just saying, but now they
No, hold on. Whoa, slow down. You want to talk? No, now I got to smack you. Okay, you want to talk about it? Han and Leia's story had fucking incest in it, first off, which is completely disgusting and stupid. Number two, they got the honeymoon story, which was garbage. The third part of it, pretty much, that relationship is how the most dysfunctional relationship of all time, and they would stop the story of Han doing something or Leia doing something to do that. So yes, I've always had a problem with it, Dom. We aren't saying the same thing.
Not only that, but you want to talk about shoehorning? Remember how they shoehorned the Halcyon Legacy stuff into it?
Oh my god!
Listen,
I'm saying in general, like, can we cut the love stuff down? I mean, it is supposed to be like
It's both
Space
that way.
action.
It's not just the queer relationships. They don't do relationships right ever.
that's doing too much. There's too much of that in the High Republic
no,
stuff.
it's just they don't.
hey, okay. If that's the case, then we get rid of all of it, right? Because I'm good with getting rid of all of it. So we get rid of the Luke and Leia and the Han and Leia thing. We get rid of.
I mean,
Huh? Go ahead.
Okay, but isn't that the point of the High Republic? That they're going to get rid of all attachments, and that's what leads to the downfall of the Jedi? Isn't that the point? One of the points the High Republic's leading to?
no, I don't think so.
It
I think
should, that's what they
I
said
think they're
eventually. But
showing that getting rid of attachments is what led to the Jedi falling astray. Not the
yeah,
downfall
see,
of
that's
the
where I
Jedi.
think they're. But that's where I think they're losing it. Like,
Attachments is better. So I think we're trying to say that Jedi with attachments are
well,
better
they
than
definitely
Jedi
push that in the novel, which we'll talk about later. But like, that's where I'm saying it's like that. I think they're taking away some of the by doing that. Now that we had addressed the Dom situation, while doing that, I think they're taking away some of that sacredness of the Jedi, right? They're saying pretty much it's like the whole thing where everybody could have the Force. I don't have a problem with that, but not everybody can be a Jedi, bro. It's like participation trophies at this point. So like, let's stop with all the relationship bullshit. Like, can we just have them be a little different? Can we just have them? I mean, is that so hard that like, oh wait, you gotta follow some fucking rules to be in a club? Right? We had a douchebag earlier. He broke the rules, said some shit he should have said. Not in the club anymore. That's how it goes. Oh wow, it's not being a coward, it's being a boss. When you fire people, sometimes you gotta fire them.
You know,
right?
look,
Like, but with this now, it's like every single book has to be 25% some type of relationship. Everybody's normal. Jedis can't turn out their feelings anymore. Like, Ruben, that's all I'm saying.
I don't have a problem with the relationship part, but does every relationship have to be a gay relationship? That's
Not every relationship is gay.
It's not, Dom.
No,
It's not. It's not even nearly as bad as
Dom,
you
it's
think
not.
it is.
It's
There's
not.
tons of relationships in there.
We hear what you're saying, but you're making shit up because it's not.
It's
So
not.
at that point, that the argument's done with that one because unless you have proof, then it's not. So feel free. I'll give you a whole week. Hey, Dom, I'll give you a whole week. You go comb over every Star Wars thing and count them out for me.
What happened last week? What happened last week?
Come out. Hey, Dom, stop. if you want to prove it to me, go ahead. Actually start buying all this stuff. Actually start reading all this stuff. Go over this stuff and count it all out, all of it, and then come back to me.
There's so many on both sides. You got like Elzar sleeping with like a new secretary.
So in the novel too, like
do you have a problem with like
in the novel. So John, in the novel, we'll get to it later. But they are like the Jedi. They're trying to push this thing where the Jedi that attach, like, you know, there's a great line in the Jedi where it's like, we don't have attachments. That's part of the code, pretty much. You're not allowed to have attachments.
Right.
They're now trying to loosen that up, right? They're trying to say like, well, that's probably what like instead of the Sith being like crafty and sneaking stuff in, we'll get into it in the novel, but you'll see it in the novel.
They're loosening it up. I think what Ruben said is right. I think it's more of a yes, in a way the writers are loosening up, but it's a theme. It's a theme of the overarching thing of the High Republic. That is, it's being loosened up by the members of the Order themselves.
I think Ruben's right on that point. I don't think he's saying it's the downfall.
Type of rule.
I think what Ruben was wrong about is saying it's the downfall of the Jedi. I think what is now being said, it's they're highlighting their strict no attachments. That's actually was the downside of the Jedi. That the Jedi didn't fall because they had relationships.
That is Ruben's point, but that's the point I'm getting at too.
Yeah, but okay, but I'm also saying, but they're starting to show that. I don't know, but in every book, like this novel, all this, like we'll talk about it later, but we see a Jedi who that got rid of the don't have attachments anymore. Actually, you see it a lot. We saw 3 Jedis do it. That doesn't mean that they're romantically involved with somebody, but all 3 of them get involved with somebody, right? And it cheapens the whole Luke and Darth Vader turning thing. It cheapens the whole Obi-Wan with maybe he did, maybe he didn't with somebody. You know, it cheapens that, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. But I think like Star Wars is turning into a relationship book. I think Star Wars is turning into a relationship.
You're saying by adding other love stories, it cheapens the original love story
with the Jedi stuff. No, yeah. I think it is.
The Obi-Wan was Hadeen from the Mandalorian.
Which is supposed to be it was supposed to be so taboo.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like good, and he didn't. There was a love story there, but they couldn't get together. And that
we don't know that, Dom.
But I'm just saying. But the fact
I think we think they got together.
But this argument is why I'm saying was the good part. But now it's like it doesn't matter because like if you're a Jedi, you can have relationship. Every Jedi has an attachment apparently. Anyways, get back to this. Next week we've got Darth Maul books. We got the 1-100. We've got the 1 in what is that 125? We'll talk about those in a little bit.
I like the cover with Palpatine and Maul just sitting there.
Well, good. That's just a regular cover.
Yeah, I like that one.
I actually like the 125.
Just don't. we got
a Jango Fett book again.
This one for you, Dom.
Yes, I like this because they talk about 1313.
He's going to 1313.
Yes, I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
We also got Hopefully, we've also got Star Wars High Republic Adventures coming out next week. Hopefully, but they've shown us the preview pages already. We see what it is. It looks like it's advancing the story.
I can actually go to the shop and hold it.
Okay, yes, that's a great statement. Hey, by the way, guys, don't do it again. Don't get the FOMO on the B cover or the A cover. If it seems short and people tell you it's short in the store because the delivery they have this is what, book 4 or 5 already?
Yeah, 5.
This is an ongoing cycle. It doesn't show up 2 weeks later. The book's there.
Pick up the B. It's Bell's very first cover of all time. So if you're first cover person, pick up the B.
There you go.
So I heard something that.
Which one? This 125 is going up in value? Not the
ball.
No, I think
go ahead, not the ball. I don't know.
So
Anyways,
you heard that Marvel's going to be doing is going to be doing something. They're going to take away Dark Horse. They're going to get away from Dark Horse or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, the theory is like Dark Horse is doing it to themselves again, not being able to get their publishing.
It's not really a Marvel decision. It's more of a Disney Lucasfilm decision, I think.
And once their contract breaks up too, which is how many years is this in? Is this year 3?
This is year 1. We've only been in. This is year 1.5.
No, this is 2. Oh shit! They ain't getting out of that contract for another
year 2.
Well, they are. I mean, they have
middle of last year.
Okay. So they're probably something written into the contract. You'd have to ask Sam about that. But like, just if distribution, if they don't distribute the right amount of time and all that, if they don't make those, they can pull it out. But like, also too, it's pretty cheap it's cheaper for them to lease these items out for other publishers to publish.
And remember how good they were back in the day when they were putting out books on a regular basis? Dark Horse, when they were doing shit back.
Dude, they had some bad books back in the day. We've been over this.
It was hit and miss always.
No, hold on. What? No, their distribution problem has been for a while now. So, are you talking about what?
I'm talking about
He's talking about before when they had the license before.
The Legend stuff didn't come out on time. Yeah, that shit didn't come out on time either.
No, okay.
No, that's why there's so much left over, and like they've and
they've had problems like this.
I think. Hey, I'll tell you this. I think it's one of those, like, we write history a lot of times and talk about how great the good old days were, and you're like, wait a minute, like, oh wait, people weren't buying some of that shit. It wasn't as good as we thought it was, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, just wait. I've just looked up the prices earlier today. We'll talk about that. FOC. I try to be positive about Star Wars. Please don't buy this. And the reason why is because, like, I just want them to get the point. Like, I'm not trying to tell you to buy anything else, but like, you can speak through your pocketbooks. This series is trash. Dom is right. He's mentioned it before. Could they just stop it? They will not listen unless you stop buying this book.
We know it's over at 50. So, I mean, they've already said
no. Doesn't matter, Wayseeker. So that's it. So good. It's over at 50. Nothing's going to come out of these two. So this is the perfect time, Ruben, to say, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I just can't anymore.
Not going to do it.
Why is there buying it?
Why is there 5 covers for this? Like, yeah, we can't keep buying crap, but this is the perfect book.
We've gone far enough on the action figure covers. We're hitting a Shimmy Skywalker cover.
Yeah, really.
I'm surprised I figured action figure cover her.
I'm running a marathon here, and I can see the finish line, and you're like, just stop.
It'll be out there. No, Ruben. Here's the deal. If you participate in the boycott of this Star Wars book, I promise you, I will get them for free for you. I promise. I'll get them all for free for you.
See here. Okay, here's my issue. Yeah. I buy them from my local LCS. They put them aside for me. I could wait a week or 2 weeks, and I'll go in there and I'll get everything I ordered.
You got to call.
The moment I stop doing that, it doesn't go to me anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop doing it.
I can't.
You have that's BS.
It's kind of unjustifiable. Stop.
Dude, you just like to buy crap, don't you? Right?
I buy.
Whoa, Dom! No, you can't. Stop, Wayseeker. Stop, Wayseeker.
Well, you see this?
Everybody's muted but Ruben and Dom.
Look, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is crap. I can't take it anymore. They got to stop it. After this, either they have to get better writers on the thing, or that's it. Stop the book.
Okay,
just do limited series. That's it.
But straight up, I'm a completionist.
I know you are.
I can't just stop. I can't just say no. I'm done with this series and tell my local LCS, screw you guys for these last couple of books. You're not going to get my money, because then they're going to get the money from somebody else. And then
they're not. They're not. Nobody's buying this.
Listen, that book's going to be 25 cents. 25 cents bin frigging goddamn bin placeholder. I'm telling you, the story is crap. I'm sorry that this is even legend. I mean, this is even part of canon. All
right,
just stories they make. Honestly,
Ruben, here's the deal. If it gets out of hand and you have to pay the difference online and you can't get cheaper a month, 3 weeks later, I'll pay out of pocket. I'll hand you the money.
But see, you're not getting what I'm saying. If I stop with my LCS and I tell them,
then your LCS is going to call up Marvel and go, dude, our most loyal customer will not buy this bullshit. Stop with it. They will.
No, I'm thinking about the other series that I buy from them. They're going to stop that too.
No, they won't. Stop buying Star Wars books. Buy other books.
Hey, if they will, I'll give you. Hey, if they will, I'll give you. Hold on, I'll give you the number of a guy. I'll give you his personal cell phone number, and he will order every single thing you want and you don't want, and he will not overcharge you for it, and he will get to you every week, because they get their weeks a week and a half now. So you're just making up excuses. And you sound like an abused person at this point. Like, you know, like just Star Wars has abused
Mainline
you.
Star Wars. Stop
This
going
relationship is not mainline Star Wars has abused you. This is
I'm
not
just-
a good relationship.
I'm just
the
saying.
best thing that happened to me, that it was a tragedy at first that I couldn't get my books because my LCS didn't put it away anymore. They wouldn't.
No,
do
it was because you came on here and talked shit about that LCS.
So it actually became a blessing. I stopped buying the crap.
This is Dom
It is
lying
crap.
again.
That's
No, yeah, well, a little bit of a lie. Let's be real. What's what happened? Dom, you came on here. The manager of the shop was in the chat, and you talked shit on the shop, so they cut you off, bro. That's what happened.
They come
No. You were. I also know.
The owner.
Hold on. We're moving on from that.
You almost
All
got
right.
fired.
Also, might be FOC, might not. Who knows? Because Dark Horse. You should have ordered this last week, but if you didn't, I think this may be the last week to order. Don't quote me on it. You might be able to FOC it next week because Dark Horse. And then we got a couple interesting little put-ins. As Wayseeker was doing this one, we both put it into our news. So I pulled rank and said I get to claim this one. We get Star Wars.
This is why my news sucked because
No, this is not why your news sucked. Your news was terrible before this. All right, Star Wars High Republic Adventures, Echo of Fear #1. A little interesting thing. You don't have to read it all. However, this is written by George Mann, who has been getting better. For all those people that think I'm just negative and I don't take everything for face value, Wayseeker, what I used to say about George Mann.
He's like below Ireland used to be. Like
yes,
he's the most
He was like the
trashy.
best Star Wars writer ever, I think is what you said, and you loved it.
That is never what I said. And now what I say, he's okay. All right, so
He's
don't
like
give me
C
this.
tier. He's gone from F tier to C tier.
Yeah, absolutely. But in his little solicitation here, he does mention once more the Sith Lord, Darth Rava.
God, I had it in the news. I got rank pulled on me. I get it's news.
Yeah.
John wants
anyways, for those that don't know, that we'll cover it a little bit later. I know that the SNS boys covered it as one of the comics that had fallen off. I just talked to Kyle recently, and that's what he told me. But Star Wars: The High Republic, the one shot, Jedi to the Rescue, Quest for the Jedi. That's the book where we first get introduced to this Darth. Well, they mention this Darth character, so it looks like it's somebody they're going to be continuing with. So now here we go.
And the story goes. Just back up here a second.
Go ahead.
The story's about the gems that create and control the nameless.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're going to be getting here, the gem got split in 3 parts, and they create all these crazy creatures. And so I think they're going to go back and be like, how did the nameless start? It was by this gem. So they're just trying to figure out the origin of the nameless, and that's what Darth Ravi's story is.
So we're going to get it does appear we're going to get some Revi. We're going to get some Revi, whatever, however you want to pronounce it.
Ravi.
Maybe. Go ahead, JJ.
Like I said, you might
get
some Ravi, you don't know.
That's usually how they do it. They announce it, then talk about it, because he's been talked about like 3 or 4 times, and then they show us some Revi.
It's also important to remember that he's way in the past. He's not in the High Republic. He's back.
Yeah, still High Republic. But that does not stop. That does not stop what will happen. That doesn't stop what happened. Well, okay, next up. Because he said it was so great, here we go. This is the book that's supposed to be on the rise. It's actually fallen in the last couple of weeks. The last sale for this was $20, where it used to be $30. And there's one listed for $22.50 currently when I did the slide, which was earlier today. I think that's a good deal. I think if you're going to get this under ratio. Now, here's the deal with it, guys. I think it's going to stay around that line. We'll probably see a little jump in it, but here's why. There's at least 3 store exclusives. Do not believe what they say about limited. By the way, they're having trouble too on those because the prices have already, if you actually have got the what's it called, Terra, whatever, the one where you can see what they actually sell for, their listed prices are going under what they've been trying to list the store exclusives for. So if you want those store exclusives too, I'd also be very patient. Don't get the FOMO, Ruben. They could say limited 50, limited 60. We know how this game works.
Yep.
They're limited till they've gone through 3,500 copies because that's how many they have, at least minimum. But that also ups how many of these they have, and also ups the 1 in 100s. You kind of already saw the price dip of people offering the 1 in 100s, and where typically be over like 164 would be the new number for 1 in 100s. The offered price for 1 in 100s are probably around 139 at this point, so they're already $20 to $30. And the last sold for $89 for this Frank Miller 1 in 100.
God,
Holy ugly.
Yo, that shit's worse than a Rob Liefeld drawing. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool, bro.
He actually should retire. What do you think?
Cool.
You think
I've got nothing more to say to Frank because the last time I talked about mine and Frank's interactions, people thought I was crapping on the dude. Where I have a decent relationship with the young man. I didn't tell him he was dead. I said, "Hey, I thought you died. You look pretty good." And it was a joke that two men could say to each other, and apparently a bunch of people got offended by that. So I don't have anything to say about Frank.
No, but come on, this is not Frank.
Dude, he's been down. Honestly, he's been downhill ever since what was that All-Star Batman or whatever it was.
Yeah, well, with All-Star Batman
2 decades ago.
Yeah.
Did you see there's a Daredevil cover that he made too? Oh my god!
I think he's doing this on purpose at this point. Like he does have a very good sense of humor. If you ever talk to him, I know a lot of people wouldn't talk to him because he looks like a homeless man sometimes.
Well, in his defense, his crappy, ugly covers sell. So
they do that. Stop? Remember that Batman cover? Yeah.
Like, why stop?
Yeah.
You gonna get this, Ruben?
If my LCS has it, yeah.
Don't pay $100 for it. Definitely don't pay $160. All right, we talked about it already. We're going to talk about Quest to the Keys. CGC. Oops, did these backwards. It's not $88. That's
man,
there.
CGC. That's a hot roll.
No, sold for $25. CGC 9. Yeah, this is not right. They sold for like $3. It's probably the next one. There you go. A and B covers. B covers selling for $3.99 in February. The average now for the last 2 months has been $7.99. CGC 9/8, $25. Well, it should go opposite. The first one was $40, then $26, then $25. Not great books right now, but if you have them and you want to dump these things, probably when they release that series, because I bet you some drunken people will be talking about how it's going to be the first appearance of a Jedi named here. And you know how that bullshit goes. As soon as they do that, plus Dark Horse missing their publication date, price goes up. So there we go.
This is such a good comic.
It is a great comic, actually. It's a very good comic.
Good comic. I wish I would more in it, but man, this is one of the best we've gotten in like.
If you see those 9/8s going for $25, pick them up though too. I mean, it's kind of like, how are you selling 9/8s for $25?
Look, I would say this. Like I said it before, you should look into these books because of the Acolyte coming out. Because if something is mentioned, there's a good chance that some of these books might get a little spike in them if something is mentioned.
They're going to do. Go ahead. Exactly. But yeah, that's it. Because they're going to do it when that Dark Horse book comes up on FOC. Yeah. You know, people are going to say that shit, Dom. You're right on that. I mean, is it going to have a huge spike? Probably not.
Not a little spike, but
an $8 book going for double. You know, whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Don't get FOMO. Buy now before you get Ruben.
It's just a good story. Right. If you haven't read it,
it is a good story.
Just read it.
Can we call it Get Ruben? Also, and I'm not going to tell you why, but I'm going to talk about a trade paperback because somebody here made us read a novel who has maybe Sifo Dyas in it. Sifo Dyas' first appearance, not comic book appearance, but appearance in a comic format is in Visionaries, Star Wars Visionaries. It's got 10 different stories in it. He's in a tube, a back for all you people that love like back or whatever. I think it's actually a funeral tube. And Dooku, if I recall correctly, I'm trying to think about what it is.
It is funeral tube. He's kind of like in a coma.
Yeah.
I can pull it. I have it over here if you want me to. But
no, it's all right. In this Visionary book, highs go for $24.95. Average is about $12. If you get it from half price books or Second and Charles, and you don't take off the $4.99 price tag on it, it goes for $9. So there you go. But this one's actually you probably have a couple of these Wayseekers.
It's a good read, actually.
Yeah, there's 10 stories. It's actually a pretty good read. That's why people buy it, actually, is because of the reads. But just so you know, if you want his, I hate to use the word because it's been overused and probably incorrectly used a bunch of times, but his true first format of a comic character, it's in this one.
Also, if you want the, remember the comic 2-packs that came out with the figures?
Yeah, Visionaries that's what it calls.
The wall. The wall. And,
that was the comic book, though. This is a TPB. This is a trade paperback for
that one. Only has the story of Maul versus Obi,
which is in this trade paperback, isn't it?
But there's the one we're talking about isn't actually in that comic with the 2-pack.
It's the Lars. He fights Lars, right?
That comic is not the full thing.
Yes.
Actually, pretty. It's pretty up there. You have that, Ruben?
I do not.
That's one I was looking for at one time, trying to get.
Well, there's a
It's about like
couple online
150.
Pretty good
Six was there. Six was there. I think Six was there. I called. I told. Oh, you were there, Dom, with Frankie. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, it is his true first comic book, not whatever appearance, is in it. Believe it or not, Yoda number 4, the 1 in 25. Holy, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, right. But the 9.8 went for $22, less than
God
25. Holy
You know what?
shit!
Listen,
How does-
you know, I know I get mad with a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Hmm?
And everything is down. Everything. Not just Star Wars, everything.
Yeah, but we kind of told you this was.
It is going to go eventually peak up again. But like
Yeah,
stuff
maybe.
like this, like these 1 in 25s, if you see them for cheap, pick them up.
Not,
Because
yeah, $3.99.
Yeah.
It's a cool cover.
It's a
cool cover. Like,
Hey, speaking of that,
I get Marco loves Sifo Dyas, but Sifo Dyas is never going to be an important character.
he is an important. No, hold on. He is an important character. Is he going to be fan favorite character? No, but like
No.
Sifo Dyas, what
He's an
what
important
story?
piece of MacGuffin.
Well, yeah, sure, but like they built him out. I enjoy how they built him out. I think they did a great job with him. I think they've always written him pretty well. He still is a little mysterious. You're right. He does a little bit of MacGuffin work there, sure, but like that's how stories work, and all good stories have a MacGuffin in it. I don't know why that's supposed to be a bad term at this
Duke
point.
and
You will
Jedi
always
Lost.
be
They fleshed out him out really well.
Yeah, they fleshed him out well there. Yeah. So, anyways,
always be important towards the Clone Wars, you know, with the with
well, no,
Dooku
just
and-
just in general, like
Just in
like when he said Lost Jedi, that was really cool. Like
Yep.
they've now made other characters similar to him, especially there's a couple characters in the High Republic that are Sifo Dyas ripoffs. Regular copies though selling for just raw copies $3.99, $5.99, and $6.19.
If you find this for that price, pick this up. Just pick it up. I would. I have this copy already somewhere in one of my boxes. Somewhere. I gotta find it.
Multiple accounts from a loser, dude. All right. You know, people who have multiple accounts on the internet are just really losers. I will tell you this. If you guys like, speaking of books that were ratios that were selling decently, I didn't pull it up for you, but there's 3 days left. If you guys like that Dr. Aphra, the funny looking one, the 1 in 25, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it spiked, I think, around $60, $75. That one right now has, what is that? Is that Dr. Aphra?
Which one?
40, is it 41 way Seeger? You know what I'm
The
talking about? Where
Harvey?
she's like, yeah, the Harvey.
Harvey? Yeah, it's 40.
Yeah, 40. Look it up. I think there's an auction right now for it for like $5. Feel free to check that out if you guys missed out on that one. So, speaking of things that go down,
Yeah.
do you want to do unlimited later?
Yeah, we'll do it
Cards
at the end. Jedi said he's going to try to hop on at the end. We can
Cool.
do it with all that stuff.
Yoda's Gardner, what's going on? All right, next up.
Bad Batch.
Looks like we got the Arizona multi-account loser in the chat tonight. Bad Batch, season 3, episode 13. What do we got, guys? Oh, we got to do this, don't we? This sucks.
Mhm.
You're in charge.
Well, we should have done novel first. It was better. Let's do novel first.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we've talked a lot about the novel. There's a novel that came out called Living Force, and there's a book review on it.
John, blame Marco, not me this time.
About what?
Let you know.
About what?
He's mad at you're making him you wait for the Bad Batch review.
Yeah.
You always get
Not
John
bad.
Hughes.
No, he's talking about Star Wars Unlimited.
Unlimited.
He's talking about
Okay,
Star Wars
Unlimited.
Unlimited. He
Yeah,
doesn't care.
that's also
Hey, by the way, sorry, John, that was last minute. Next time, just hit me up over at IG, and I'll hit you up if we decide to gameplay late sometime. It was like literally 30 minutes. Great thumbnail. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, Living Force book review.
yeah. All right.
Here we go.
John Jackson Miller's new book. It takes place a year before the Phantom Menace, and as you'll see here, the characters. I don't want to go through them all. Are the council? But here we got some fan art. It's the only fan art I could find.
By the way, Miller's the guy. Yes, the same guy that wrote
Kodor
the
comics.
KOTOR comics that everybody loved. He's done a bunch of other stuff too. He's got some great art book. Make sure you check out his stuff and support him. We did an interview with him here one time before, or did it accidentally erase? Either way, sweet dude, really cool. I know Pete had done an interview with him too. So,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead. Fan art.
There's some fan art there of our favorite people. We got Jedi over there with Kaidi Mundi. if he had that head, and we've already done that one. And then you get your what's his name, Poof or whatever his name is. So there. So this is the only fan art I could find, but I like to do fan art when people did it. This one came out just for the book. You can follow on X the artist there. So your characters here are mainly all of the council. In case you don't know who the council is, here you got Yoda, Windu, Plo Koon. You got Adi Gallia, Yariel Poof, Yaddle. You got Kaidi Mundi, Oppo, the great Oppo with Depa Balaba. You got Stacey 10, L, and Eth Koth. And each one of these characters are prominent in the book. They all do an important part, which is pretty fascinating to have so many main characters in a book and how they were able to pull it off. I think that was one of the things that John did really well. So Poof.
Did you go over? Did you go over that? Oh yeah. Poof. Okay, there it is. Poof. Sorry, I didn't put it up there. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
All right.
So all these characters have like their own chapters and their own little missions, and it's kind of see how that goes out.
So let's run on down a couple things real quickly. Oppa is still from High Republic. So is Yaddle. Depa, that she becomes Kanan's master at one point. They do make fun of, for those people that don't know, is always if you remember the Dark Horse series that Dom just told you is so great, there's a lot of Conde Mooney with sweat pouring off the top of his head. And it looks like it's very phallically shaped with figure it out if you haven't seen them before. And they do kind of make reference to it in this book and make fun of it, which is funny, especially the hat look. And they did a great job with Yellow. All right, go ahead. I don't think we need to. I think everybody knows who everybody else is, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
And Even is big, and he's the one that's being tortured in Clone Wars. Yes. So
yeah. And Eth is the one who leaves the Order, and then Vader
gets
tracks
married.
him down.
Gets married. Vader takes his child. Which there you go. Hey, Dom, did you hear that? The Sith stealing kids again.
Yeah. So you got those are the main characters. You got some other characters here. Play a little marginal role here and there. You got Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. They start off the stuff.
They literally just put Obi-Wan in there so he could keep saying hello there.
Hello.
That's it. That's the only reason he was in the book, just so he could say hello there every time. Hello there, dude. He must have said it 50 times in the book. He was only in the book 40 times. I don't know how he said hello.
Maybe 15 pages. Maybe 15 pages. Yeah.
No, it wasn't full pages, dude. He was.
They're like they're getting like hijacked on a
hello there. Yeah,
on a spaceship or whatever. They're doing like a transit that way because Qui-Gon refuses to fly, and so he takes public transportation, and it gets hijacked. And so
he doesn't just do that.
He does it to everybody on the thing, and he just says hello there. Tries to have a conversation with them, and every time it backfires.
Yeah, but then the bad guys would show up, and it's like that's how you know he was there because the next line would be hello there. He doesn't do anything. He just says hello there the whole time. Like that's it. He was just written in the book to say hello there. So, but that was kind of funny. This book was fun, by the way.
It was,
and I listened to it. It's long. It's so long. It's quicker to read the book, but like try the audio on this one. It was actually done. The voices, some of them suck so bad. They were so hilarious, dude. But some of them were really good. So
you got Pel Balo. Pel Balo is a really cool character from Legends and some other places. If you don't know, maybe Marco will know. Maybe I'll put him on the spot here. What's Pel Balo known for?
Dying.
But what happened? How did he die?
Isn't he one of the guys that got choked out?
No.
Did Veers kill him? I hope Veers killed him.
No. So he hated the Empire.
Oh.
So he tried to send Emperor and Vader into the sun. He tried to fly them into the sun. He tricked them.
Yeah. He did get choked out.
And then he dies. I don't know if I thought he got lightsabered because
I thought he got choked out.
I thought he got lightsabered.
Oh, whatever.
It was in the Legends.
But the Veers thing threw me through a loop, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, they really shat on Veers.
They did.
They shat all over Veers.
They did. Yeah.
Veers, dude. Veers must have grown up in Arizona. It was bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Holy crap, did they shit on Veers?
These were like the weird characters that they threw into the story.
Oh, just as I say it, Kyle shows up. Sorry, Kyle. Kyle the Hutt, everybody. There you go.
Your other characters here that played some roles. I
wasn't talking about Kyle. Go ahead.
Gizo was one of the characters from Rise of the Red Blade. He was the one who was the Emperor's spy. if you remember, that worked in the temple. He's in this character. You got Vo, who was a caretaker of a temple on Quinn where we were at. You have Kyla, who gets kidnapped like 74 times in this book. Zalastra is the main protagonist and the person that really hates the Jedi in this book. We'll get into that maybe a little bit more.
I think from now on, if you're going to give us like Cliff Note breakdowns like this, like a book report, you have to actually do the formal format of Cliff Notes. So you need to put each person's name and then a one sentence after it, and it cannot be. It's got to be double spaced. You can't have them single spaced like Rich Walker, and it's got to be subcategorized. All right.
Yeah, sure. Get on that. And then there's 5 pirate gangs that feature a really prominent role, and they're kind of at war together, and the Rift Walkers kind of take them all out in the book. So Lester's the head of the Rift Walkers, and then they all have crazy names: the Stab Skulls, the Poison Blades, the Filthy Credits, and the Vile. Those are the other main characters and groups of this book.
I actually thought the names were all stupid with that and like hard to follow, and they should have just. It was dumb, like because none of them made sense.
Yeah, well,
because wasn't it the Rift Walkers who used the Poison Blades anyway? So that was stupid.
The Rift Walkers are the ones that did the cases and blew everybody up and then took over.
Yeah. And they're also the ones that used because the one isn't that the one who East Baby Mama was working for?
Yeah.
So, yeah, none of them really. It sucked. They could have just. I get why they used them, but
yeah, most of the book takes place on Quinn. Quinn was a big old Legends planet for those that liked the West End games and all that type of stuff, and so they were bringing back a planet from Legends. Tatooine Manhunt, Boba Fett. A lot of the Boba Fett stories took place on Quinn, so they brought that one back. That's where this book takes place for the most part. So we got some storylines here.
Holy shit. JJ, did you like this book? Is JJ there?
I guess we got questions here.
I'm just saying it's a fun book, and you're like slowing this shit down to a crawl pace and making it look like it's like reading a fucking encyclopedia.
Come on.
Ruben, do you have something for me real quickly to speed this up? You got something to show off real quickly?
Do you want to see it now?
Please show it off. You should have started with that. All right, here we go. Ruben's got something really exciting. Ruben, show us off.
About a month ago, Wayseeker said that there were 2 UK covers.
Yeah.
And one was a light side and a dark side.
Yeah.
This was the light side. Of course, this one the dark side. They're both limited to 1,000, and they're both signed. So
wait a minute. All it is they changed the cover of the books.
They changed the side of the book.
The side of the book.
That's it.
Jeez, and they signed them.
Stupid shit. That's not good. No, get out of here. Get it. Not any better than what we're going through right now. Not any better than.
So the story opens.
Oh my God, he gets everything.
Jesus,
the story opens.
That was not good.
With Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan encountering pirates that are out here in this outer space, and it makes Qui-Gon say, "Hey Jedi, we got to do something." And I thought that was pretty interesting. Qui-Gon goes to the council and says, "You council people, you kind of suck. You're not doing anything. We need to get back out there, and we need to actually be interacting with people instead of sitting here in the council." And so that leads to the entire council going to Quinn together to celebrate the 200th anniversary of one of the great works called the Grand Renewal, which it basically made Quinn a planet that was hospitable and habitable and brought it up to speed. So in the book, I don't know how to describe it other than say every council member has to find their own way of helping Quinn.
So this is what they did pretty much. 90% of the Jedis that they have in there get into a personal relationship or one way or the other, which just makes no sense because the Jedi aren't supposed to have personal relationships. And then at the end of the story, they're like, hey, well, they all got, that doesn't mean they were banging people, Dom. That could be like somebody treated somebody like a son or a daughter or something to that effect.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
Nobody had any romantic relationships.
No, there was no. Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't, but yes, there was, because we all know that Ethan eventually marries the one chick they met there, and they were kind of like, there was a point where the Jedi go, wait, he's got a girl's number? What the hell? Like, they do say that at one point. So,
well,
right. But it was overall, I mean, it was a good book. It was funny.
Yeah.
It had funnier bits. It was clever what they did with certain verbiage because they got Yoda. you know what? They didn't stand. At first, I thought, because I knew the character list, they were going to stand on Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Yoda to carry this book. And instead, what they did was they used every other character to stand on this book. They used like Bayo and Veers was huge in there, and like there wasn't much. And the Evan part, which he definitely had personal attachments to a whole gang of mother bleepers. Dude, he had a whole Fortnite squad just doing Fortnite type shit with him, dude. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Eve, though, that was kind of shady. We kind of knew that already. This dude, Tin, was making fun of how ugly he was, which was awesome. They didn't take any of this seriously. Deppa's thing, that's the relationship that they keep getting into that trope with, like,
right.
I care about a kid or whatever, and I wish what, and that's where I'm
always
like,
had attachments. Deppa's had attachments to Kanan. Like, that was something that she never agreed with.
Yeah. He did. He did, John. They literally go like, yo, how did he get them digits? Like, that's what they were saying in the book.
He did. And
Shout
it was
out.
like a prostitute.
Who was it?
It was like a prostitute that he got.
It was a gun running hooker, bro. He literally marries a gun running hooker. Okay. So whatever.
But
they Poof makes fun of him.
Addie's was the worst character in this book, but
the little girl.
Addie Gallia.
Oh, Addie Gallia. What did she do again?
She's just on her data pad the whole time, like running numbers, like for the Empire. Yeah. She's like Palpatine's, I don't know, secretary.
I think they revived Yaddle a little bit from like getting her ass kicked and looking stupid against Dooku, right? Like they kind of took a little bit of her shine away from her during that.
Yeah.
And they did a good job restoring it on this one. She was just like, bro, it was kind of funny.
To me, the best part in the book, we'll talk about, like, the book was hilarious, like at times, but like Plo Koon like orders like flavored ice. Was it Plo, right? But he wants the flavored ice without flavor. He just wants ice. And they're like,
was it Plo Koon? I didn't think it was Plo Koon. I thought it was Poof.
I thought it was.
It doesn't matter. Whoever it was, one of these idiots.
They're like, we charge by the flavor. We don't charge by the ice. And he's like, well, that's your problem. I just want ice.
No. He goes, you better get a better model together because that sounds like you're not going to be making a lot of money. Like, dude, straight face and actually kind of fucking funny.
It was hilarious. I was crying. I cried during this book multiple times. It was so funny. Like,
well, that doesn't surprise me, but I didn't cry during this at all. It was kind
of an audiobook. If you were just reading it, it would be
No, I don't think so. I don't think no way, Seeker.
Dude,
no,
you'd be crying.
You are truly built different, dude. No,
dude. Like seriously, like I was like, there was so much joy and just craziness in this book.
He does my figures.
Stories. Yeah. There was like one. Who was the one that was just hanging out in the bookseller? Like there was this crazy house.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a hoarder house. This hoarder, he dies. The lady is a cat woman, but not a cat woman because they can't have cats apparently on Star Wars.
They have some other weird species.
Down says they can have like shirts and shorts, but they cannot have
clothes like human beings.
So, anyways, but they have like these cat type thing. It's not cats, but it's like being a cat lady. She does not care because she's got 50 of these cats that are just
not loath cats.
Huh?
They're not loath cats.
No. No. It's a different species. Oh, it's different. But it's they how they told it. It seems like a woman collecting feral cats after her husband passed away. But her husband would just collect anything.
I don't think her husband passed away. I think her husband just left. If I remember right, he just went off to some moon.
She said that, but I thought I thought at the end they were saying
she's like, oh, he's never coming back. He left, and he's like, I hope.
I thought that was a euphemism for he's dead.
No, I don't think so. I think there's too many cats. And
you're going to take the bat crazy cat one? No, because he's a hoarder. He would have taken his hoarding stuff with him. But there's Jedi text there, and this one dude's just like, was it Poof?
I thought so.
It had to be Poof. It was because it was how tall he was. Yeah, Poof was in there just being tall and going like, I'll clean the place for dude. You got Seeker, I'll play the voice later for Poof. Dead on, dude. It's hilarious. But he just helps out this Horde. What's up, Horde? Yeah, he helps out this cat woman with the husband's hoarding in the garage and finds some like basic text. Palp shows up, which is all Palpy. He does some Palp stuff. Spoiler alert, Maul shows up.
Oh wow.
Yep, Maul shows up.
That's a good spoiler.
Yeah, I would not, however, buy a book they called SIth because they painted the pages black and pay $50 for it because it's a waste of money. All right, what did you?
You got all these storylines, but
$60.
basically the main storyline is
$60, 50 pounds, $60.
the main storyline revolves around Zalastra. Zalastra is the head of the Ripwalkers, and she kills a Jedi, and she stuffs it with a playing card inside the Jedi's mouth.
The
And
Joker.
that just
Pretty
caused
much the Joker.
yeah,
they
it
called
just
the
caused
idiot, but
Jedi to want to know why is this person killing these Jedi, and why are they putting a playing card, a Joker, inside this Jedi's mouth? And so we get her backstory about why she hates the Jedi so much.
Dom, this is where you're gonna love it. It literally is your synopsis for the Acolytes.
Yeah,
100%. Like you're probably wrong with the Acolytes because they just did it here. Like Dom, word for word. I was like, holy shit, Dom wrote this book. Dom's been talking to Miller because this is 100% his theory, pretty much, and that's what her thing is. And it didn't work out.
So she's mad because Marco's love child stole some kids and didn't steal her and left her there.
Chats. Yeah. All my time for secret chats, Kyle.
So Sifo Dyas broke protocol, stole a bunch of kids who were maybe force sensitive, maybe not even, and left her there and in a foster care place. And so she's mad at the Jedi because she wasn't taken and her friends were taken.
But then she really wasn't at the end. She's like, I don't even give a shit about those people. She pulled the Dom 100%. But yeah, Sifo Dyas. And then that's why Sifo Dyas was, they did let us know a little information. Sifo Dyas was kicked off the council pretty much. Like he was, hey, we could either fire you or you could leave. Stop kidnapping kids. So Dom's theory about it's okay for Jedis to kidnap kids. No, not okay. Not okay. They literally
It's
go,
never
hey,
okay to kidnap kids, man.
right,
Take them, put them in a
right.
sack, put them over your shoulder, run away.
Dom, not okay. But yeah,
Okay.
so, but it was
What's
very
wrong with
yeah,
you, Dom? I don't know what is
don't
wrong with you.
I don't know.
I know you don't have kids. I'm glad you don't have
I'm
kids.
glad I don't have kids.
No, I wish he did because then maybe he wouldn't be kidnapping kids. What is
No, he
this?
might.
Hey,
You
remember?
might be kidnapping more kids.
Hey, hold on. Disclaimer. This is an entertaining show. Some of the things we say in the show is just for entertainment value. We don't
Listen.
actually-
I
Hang on.
agree with
Thank you,
Anakin when he
disclaimer.
cut down the younglings. That's what I like. That's what he
my
wanted
God.
to do.
Jesus. Dom's on a roll today, guys.
I'm
But no, hey, they definitely gave, like, if you've ever heard Dom's theories, that was it. But it also kind of spoiled it where it was like, yeah, the Jedi actually don't kidnap kids. Like, it is a thing where, like, they explain what they actually do there, how it's supposed to be done, and how Sifo Dyas was this rogue, which I thought added great depth to Sifo. I mean, there wasn't a ton about Sifo Dyas, maybe a paragraph, right, basically?
I mean, there are a couple places when
Because she didn't know who it was, but like when they
Yeah.
actually bring up his name or whatever, maybe a paragraph or two about him, but it added a lot of increased depth into that psychopath because
Let me
Sifo
ask you a
Dyas
question.
was a psychopath.
Can I ask you a question? In this book, right? So this book takes place in the sequel trilogy, not the sequel trilogy, the prequel, right? The prequel.
It's
era?
1 year before Phantom Menace. Yep.
All right, so there's no Ventress here, right? I know Ventress came later on.
No.
Because there is Dooku, and there is
There's no Dooku in this book.
Dooku's not in the book.
Nope.
He gets mentioned at some point.
Okay.
Qui-Gon mentions him maybe. Yeah. I mean, not wrong. But Dom would steal the kid. That's the problem. Like that would be the kid that Dom would try to steal.
Hey, listen, those kids would be called Skywalker too.
Oh,
They're
Jesus.
friggin',
All right, enough of that. No, so it's made. I mean, even with the little Palps and little Maul. I mean, Palps and Maul are maybe a paragraph for Palps and maybe 2 sentences.
No, there's a couple at the end. A couple of Palps. Palps was having people steal books for him, and
Children.
then Palps is having people steal all the old Jedi books from the temple.
Yeah, and children, but they
Yeah.
didn't say that in there. He always has people.
And then he sends Maul to kill somebody. That's all we'll say.
No, Dom wants to kidnap kids. Not
No,
Lacey.
I never said that. Wait,
No. Dom did Dom said
Yeah,
it.
Dom, you did say it. So,
I don't want it.
just joking. Maybe he's not. Maybe he is. Who knows?
We got some overall impressions. I think we already talked about this book. This book is fun. It wasn't important.
Wave Seeker would be.
No, stop. Go ahead. Come on.
This book
Too
wasn't
far.
important, but it was super fun. It
This
was
is
a
good.
fun read. You don't need to read it. Like if you're like, oh man, I want to read only the important books, I don't got time for it. You don't need to read it. But if you have,
I think you do. I disagree. I think when a lot of the complaints, besides the nonsense that Tom complains about, the one that I'll agree with him sometimes is like, we need these, like, let's get back to where Star Wars gives us little tidbits. If we're gonna do characters we already know, well, let's give us something that's not going to change the whole universe, but is going to give us a little bit better feeling for the characters. Dom always asks for that. He doesn't say it in those terms, but that is what he means when he says what I'm saying is. And this book did that. It gave us a lot of the council that we don't typically get a lot of insight into. And it gave us insight into them. And it didn't ruin anything. It didn't change anything. Yes, maybe the narrative of like now that the Force is for everybody, apparently, and everybody can be a Jedi, apparently, and that like every Jedi can have attachments to everything. Every Jedi has an attachment to something.
Marco,
yeah, sure.
We need somebody else banned from the same person. I think.
Yes, no, it's not. It is. It's the same person.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Overall, anyways, what I'm saying is like, this is kind of one of those books that does all that. Like it does that. Like it does 100%. By the way, just to let everybody know, a lot of us have very vigorous background checks. We work for the government, like almost everybody in Red Division. So we don't steal from welfare. I'd just like to say that.
Hey, I did have a question about the book. And the actual live version, it has like a
You
map.
could use it next time, Matt. That's their fifth fake account. Go ahead, Ruben. Go.
It has a map to it says the gem cities of Quinn. Is that something that you guys do within the book?
So the map is Quinn is like this island planet. So there's just a bunch of islands.
Right.
And each island is kind of has its own specialty or is run by a piracy gang, or some of them are run down at this point. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the different things take place on the different islands. So the map just like helps you navigate where some of the stories
kind of envision it. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't get this in the audio, right? You don't even get a picture of it?
Not in the audio, but like you don't need that portion of it because they do a good job explaining what's going on in different parts of it and everything like that.
Gotcha.
The audio version does a very good job at it. I usually listen at like 3 pace just to keep it going, but I actually turned it down to 1.5 so I can hear
like that map you're talking about.
Yes, that's the map I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, the book was freaking funny. I'm glad the audiobook picked up on some of that humor because, man, like some of the characters were just so socially awkward and put in situations where they had to be social, and it was painful how awkward it was, which just cracks me in half. So yeah, it was great. So
yeah, it was good. But
I think the next 2 points are kind of what I want to have the main discussion about. The book highlights, to me, it spoils what the Acolyte's going to be about, and it also details why the Jedi fell. And you see it really at the start of this book. The Jedi are closing temples left and right. And they're just moving everything to Coruscant. They're just not dealing with people anymore. And Qui-Gon is really, really mad. He's mad about the bureaucracy for the Jedi. He's mad about the centralization. He's mad about how academic they are and that they just don't care about people other than, what they want to do, what they want to study. It's this loss of focus on the people. And that, I think, is really what the book is. It's trying to make the Jedi realize that the people are the center of why the Jedi exist. It's not for the organization and the institution itself. It's not to help the Republic. It's not to do the Republic's bidding. And it's always for the people. So he's really upset at the state of where the Jedi are. And so he brings them together and sends them on this quest to hopefully recover their true identity.
Yeah, I think you're reading too much into that. I think that was more of a foreshadowing for what happens later in the Clone Wars. I think the part that they show you that is very Acolyte eccentric, or is that the relationship value of what happens when you do get attachments is what can be the lead to the. I think that's the narrative that we're seeing across a ton of Star Wars right now. So I think that portion of it more than like, yeah.
I think it's the opposite. I'm 100% the opposite. It's the lack of attachments is what led to the downfall.
Let me ask you. I know. Okay, I know that the Jedi are the priests, the priest of universe, the peacekeepers, and not soldiers. But meanwhile, they go into war. They have to do. But so you think about the time period where we see when Luke first came. He was the last of the Jedi. You know, stuff like that. Everything that we knew before the clone, like before that time, we didn't know anything until that Obi-Wan mentioned the Clone Wars, and you had other Jedis there. So basically, with all the stuff that's going on into the High Republic era, too many people are being lax. They're having relationships. They're having stuff. They're doing the things they're not supposed to. They're indulging in the pleasures of things.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just that, but you're kind of right. When you think about what happened in this one, how the relationship of the Republic and the Jedi occurred, it was the relationships occurred because there was personal relationships going on with Jedi, and they were laxing their like strictness of no personal relationship.
I don't think it was a rule back then. That's what I think it was a new rule. It was not part of the Jedi Order. And I think the High Republic says, I don't agree with that at all.
Well, 100%. It was 100%. They've mentioned before in High Republic that there's something.
Yoda was around. Yoda's seen it. And I think
Yoda goes and hangs out with kids and goes on this planet.
Whoa!
Yoda comic. We see it in the Yoda comic. Yoda has attachments back then too.
I know, but see, that's the thing. The reason why, look, it was back then. I think there was the protocol. Just people didn't follow it the way they were.
They did have the protocol. They said that there's plenty of back and forth. That is the one thing they have in common. There is plenty of back and forth with, especially when they're getting in these relationships where some of these Jedis are having Jedi or Padawans are having relationships with other people in the High Republic. They do bring up that there is supposed to be a lack of attachment in High Republic. They have said that 100 times, Wakeseeker. What I agree with you is that that was the downfall of them with Sidious, because they weren't looking for the Sith anymore and they were starting to have personal relationships. 100%. That's what Anakin and Padme is based off of. We've seen it before at the same time around there. We saw it with Obi-Wan. Like, we've seen this happen, right? So now we're seeing it again in the High Republic. So I think you're right. They're showing us that, but I think you're taking it the wrong way.
See, this is what Acolyte will tell us. So this is what I think the book is really important. It's for the Acolyte. To me, this book spoils what the Acolyte is about. So let me get into my theory, and then you all can jump in here. So the book takes place.
I got jokes.
By referencing the High Republic. It's all about the High Republic event that happened in 200 years before. So 233, right? So a year before we know it was this big grand festival that brought Quinn together, and the Jedi came and they saved Quinn and they built it up. So they're going back 200 years later in what? 33, 34, whatever year before the Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is 32. Is that right, Ruben? You know all these things about as well as I do.
The Phantom Menace, yes. No,
32.
I'll keep going.
It's year before that. So basically, we know the Acolyte takes place in 133. That's what they said. They came out when the things is taking place 133, taking place right in the middle between the High Republic that we know in 232 and the Phantom Menace in 32. So right there in the middle. So we're getting the turning point between how things happened in the High Republic and how things happened in the Phantom Menace. They picked it right in the middle of what we know. And so what we're going to see in the Acolyte is why they turned. Why did
you're acting like this. Like that would make sense if we didn't have Clone Wars, if we didn't know what happened with like Palpatine. I think that's purposely why they show us Palpatine in the end. I think what they did to, okay, well, Dom's going to be right and you're going to be wrong. And I'm going to have to say that online and we're going to record it. We're going to have double record and clip it, because what I think, and Dom was saying this, is there's so much similarity what's going on between right now, where they had too much attachment, which led to the downfall, too much lack, which led to the downfall of the Jedi thing. And we're seeing that in the High Republic. He's 100% right. They've said it before. The High Republic, the Jedi got too fat on their own supply, didn't think about the Sith or the bad guys. They're too worried about themselves and then become world savers, just like they do with the Republic, and that becomes the downfall.
They were out there. They're pushing out. That's the difference. They were out there on the peripheries. They had all the temples. Now they're closing the temples. They're all about establishing the temples in the High Republic, being out there with the people, serving them, caring for what was going on there, and that didn't happen. Qui-Gon was the exception. Qui-Gon is the most High Republic of the Jedi in that era.
No, Yoda is because he was there.
No, Yoda even got away from that. Yoda, whatever happened, maybe
I don't know, dude.
Maybe it's because his Padawan was one of the Lost 20 at the time. I don't know, but Yoda is not the same. Yoda wouldn't go off and just leave the council and spend all those years on this planet hanging out with these kids.
Dude, what you're forgetting, Wayseeker, is literally the very next moment. The next thing that happens here is that they do start to expand with the Republic. They do start getting in more of these relationships. This is just the precursor to that. Just like the High Republic is the precursor, because they are in relationships.
All of these High Republic,
right? Yoda in the High Republic is expanding and hanging out with a bunch of kids. Right now, they're expanding. Yoda was actually effing around and finding out too out here. You can't say that. There's literally a guy who gets a fucking wife who's a hooker and a gun runner in this book.
Like,
bruh, hooker.
That was the point. The point was that Qui-Gon pushed them back to be more like the High Republic in a good way. And that was they were so academic. They were so centered on.
You know what happens with this, Wayseeker?
It was too late. The problem was that it was too late. If Qui-Gon would have stayed alive, it would have changed everything. But Qui-Gon died. Qui-Gon was the hinge point. If Qui-Gon would have stayed alive, Anakin would have.
Sorry, hold on. We don't want to offend anybody. A space hooker and gun runner. Okay.
If Qui-Gon wouldn't have died, Qui-Gon would have helped the Jedi Order be who it was supposed to be, and it would also help Anakin be who Anakin was. Qui-Gon is the center point and the crux, and that has always been the case. When Anakin lost the father figure, Obi-Wan could never be that, and that was the problem with Obi, and Qui-Gon wasn't.
Well, listen,
that was the key. He never had the father figure they had. Qui-Gon was the crux that was going to enable the Jedi to be more like the High Republic, and he unfortunately Maul got him.
So you know what? So basically, in religious things, the Sith is the devil. The Sith was manipulating the situation. That's why the Jedi weren't doing what they were supposed to do, and that's how. But Qui-Gon was the exception. He was the one. And look, Yoda, and all in the council. Yoda knew that the Sith was still in the shadows. Yoda knew. So Yoda, and that's why.
Okay, Tom, stop it rolling back to what I was trying to give you credit for, so you could take credit wrong. Because now you're both gonna get the wrong thing here. But yeah, dude. I mean, Wayseeker, I know you're all in on that. You like being wrong a lot, so I appreciate it. So good luck with that. I mean, you can't tell me, Ruben. Can you? There is so much parallel linking between what is going on, what we just described in this book, and the High Republic. I mean, like you, Ruben, as somebody who likes to over listen to stuff.
Not have read the book or listened to it, but listen to what you guys say. There was always a turning point in the Jedi where they were passionate, they were loving, and then all of a sudden in episode 1 they weren't. And that's what I thought the end of the High Republic was going to be. What was the reason behind that? Why did they pull away? Why weren't they?
Exactly.
And
I think you guys are looking at. I think you guys are looking at that the wrong way. They don't go help the Republic because they're not loving. They go help the Republic because they get hero complex and they start falling in love with helping too many people. That's what they do, and they mention it in this book too.
People, though, that's the thing that Qui-Gon's so mad about. They don't care about individuals anymore. They only care about these big, grand things, and they've lost the sense that the Force is a living force, which is why it's called.
If Obi-Wan wasn't,
why the book is called Living Force, because that's a.
If Obi-Wan wasn't, you've talked for like 30 minutes. If Obi-Wan wasn't banging Sabine, maybe he could have been a better father to
no.
Anakin. Just saying. I'm just saying. If he wasn't banging her, maybe if he wasn't stepping out with his side piece, was around a little bit more, better dad, be around a little bit more. Not to mention, too, you're forgetting one very basic fact. What turned Anakin bad wasn't Obi-Wan and his guidance. It was the fact that Palps had gotten his hankering into him. It was the Sith, the devil tempting him as.
But it never would have happened if Qui-Gon was around. Never.
Yeah, it would.
No.
Not according to Dave Filoni and George Lucas.
Both George Lucas said never. George Lucas said no. And
George Lucas also said Han didn't shoot first. And today's National Han Shot First Day. So get out of here. Get out of here.
Go back to that.
Way to go. Good job, Dom. Thank you. Dom was 100% correct. And he clowned Wayseeker by early revealing that Wayseeker should not.
I don't think you listen to anybody's words on this thing, but that's fine.
100%. I listened to Dom. He said Han shot first. He is correct. Good job, Dom.
Force is what Qui-Gon called the
Force.
Good
job, Dom. Congratulations.
That was his term for it.
Congratulations.
That's why it's called the living force, because it's all about Qui-Gon.
And more space hookers. I believe that.
I mean, it's okay if you don't know that, Marco, but that's why it's called the living force. Because that's
good job. You're mad. Got Wayseeker mad.
No, I'm not mad at you. You're just
mad.
wrong.
He's so mad. So mad.
I don't care. Like that you can't.
Look at Dom. Dom's putting victory laughs up. It's good. All right, let's go. What's next?
So I think you're right, Ruben. I think that's what the Acolyte's going to be about. Acolyte is going to be about that point where the Jedi push back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
And I wish the High Republic was about that. Because that would make the High Republic be a little bit more meaningful.
We know the outcome of this, though. We literally know the outcome of this.
I don't think that's going to be what the High Republic is. The High Republic is just about the Nameless. The Acolyte is going to be about what made the Jedi retreat to, and not only care about the bureaucracy and themselves in a way that they weren't in the High Republic. So
Dom, then they're kidnapping kids and making Dom right again. All right, good stuff.
What's next for Zill? So Zill is the bad person. We talked about that.
Really?
What's
Nobody
next
cares. Nobody cares.
The Emperor,
I know.
The Emperor's has plans for her.
No, but I mean, in general, Ruben, it's like a throwaway character that if they do too much on, nobody really cares. Like, it's not like this book was made up of a bunch of characters. The greatness, see, he's like you. He gets too inundated with shit nobody cares about. Nobody cares about the council characters. So 95% of the people in this book, nobody gives a shit about, but they were they were like 98% of the whole story. That's cool because we get little stuff that we don't have to care about and they don't fuck up. And he took this fucking fun book, turned this into some boring ass report and act like it was the fucking Mona Lisa. And the most important, it was the Hebrew scriptures. It was the Dead Sea Scrolls here. He got the Dead Sea Scrolls out of this fucking thing when literally it was just a fun jaunt where we got to see, where we just got to see Poof clean up a hoarder's house with a cat lady. We got to see Eve go and hook up with a space hooker / weapons dealer.
Basically, that cat lady part of the story is my sister. My sister has like 10 cats. Anyway, there you go.
And that's what I'm more. I mean, like the question about Zine, I'm just as intrigued with what happened to the cat.
That explains a lot about Dom, though. Let's be clear.
And that space hooker gets killed by Inquisitors later too.
She does, and her baby gets no. The space hooker survives.
And her baby gets kidnapped. Yeah,
but the baby gets kidnapped. Yeah, from the space hooker. Yes. So we know what happened to the space hooker. Yes.
Space hookers.
JJ, what do you think? You've been quiet.
I think you're both kind of wrong.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know that it ties back too much to the Acolyte as much as you think it does, but I think you're right on the overarching theme of it is not so much. I think attachment's the wrong word, and isolation is a more proper word. Like when a country, for instance, self-isolates, they pull back from the rest of the world. It's kind of what the Jedi did, and I think this is kind of illustrating that is what is going to eventually lead to their downfall and not be able to see the coming of the Sith and things like that. I don't know how much it'll tie back into the Acolyte. Maybe a little bit. Maybe the Acolyte is maybe a little bit of a catalyst for that time. But I think by the time the Acolyte rolls around, they'll have already started that pulling back from the rest of the known universe or galaxy or whatever you want to call it.
But they were expanding with the Republic.
But they weren't. They weren't doing.
No,
they
were.
The whole of this book, there.
No, they weren't.
The whole point.
No,
later
it's all
on.
about how they're closing outposts and everything.
Going forward, they were expanding with the Republic. Even with this, they were taking outposts because they didn't have enough people that they were closing down. It wasn't for the fact that they were They were actually
They weren't
assembling
expanding with the Republic. They were just
But
caught
that's
in
what
a war.
isolation is.
they were assembling the front lines to expand. No, they weren't. They were trying to take over the Trade Federation. Did you guys not watch any of the movies? Did you not read any of the books?
They didn't try to.
Did they not try to take over the Trade Federation?
Came about. They were sent to negotiate for the Republic with the Trade Federation.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what they ended up doing. They ended up getting a bunch of clones and just bombing planets that disagreed with themselves to expand.
Well, yeah. You had political blockades and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, you had political. Yeah, right. I mean, that's what. Yeah, so
Yeah, but wasn't.
But they were isolationists. That's a better way
The
of saying
Jedi
it.
orders itself were isolating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isolate. Okay, I'm done with this conversation.
Isolationists
Isolationist means they literally isolate themselves from everybody else. That's not what they did. You're talking about Japan isolating itself, having a blockout system. That's not what they did. They did the other thing Japan did when they try to interfere and go over.
They're
and take over
closing
Korea.
all the temples. They're closing everybody. And they're not being able to
closing. No,
anymore in this book.
No, they're not. They're reassembling. They obviously are reassembling. You just said it so that they could form blockades, negotiations, and have Clone Wars expand on other planets.
Separatists did. The Trade Federation had the blockade.
Oh, break through the blockades. Well, a blockade wouldn't hurt you if you're an isolist because you're staying to your island. You don't care.
But it's not hurting the Jedi. It's hurting
Go ahead,
the Republic.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question. The High Republic was basically the peace and harmony of Star Wars time. There was no wars, no nothing. That's what they were talking about. That it was a place of everything was at peace at the time. So obviously, the ruffles were there was ruffles that were made that caused the downfall of the Jedi because
they were expanding there too. That's why the occlusion zone happened with the excuse that the Nihil are using is that the same excuse that got used here was that the Jedi were expanding too much and the gangs needed free space. So when they're moving to a different area, we're going to take that over any place that they're not. And we're just going to run criminal enterprises. That's kind of what the same theory is on both of them. That's where I say you guys are right with that portion of it, but it's just because they were moving people to different spots. They have less Jedis at this point too.
They don't have less Jedis at this point.
In the High Republic, yeah, they do. The High Republic, it says that it's the highest point of Jedi. So yes, they have
not the number. I mean, they have about the same. There's no reason to have less.
There is because a lot of them die during the High Republic.
Killing a bunch of them.
Yeah, the Nihil killing a bunch of
kids. I mean, they just die and then they come back. That's how the Jedi work. You get more kids.
Kidnap more kids.
That's what they're doing. Kidnap more kids. We know.
They cannot. Okay, they can't. Besides Sifo Divas kidnapping enough kids to push it back up, which they did mention it here, they can't do that. So
it's like they go to a grocery store.
They naturally die.
Kidnapping kids.
No, they didn't naturally die. They literally were having Nameless suck the fuck out of people. Like what? Okay, let's go.
That was 200 years.
I'm not going to argue with this.
Ranks in 200 years.
You're cherry picking what you want to argue and what you don't.
No, I just don't. There's tons of Jedi
died. They need to cabinet 57 children this week.
Hey, when you use Lucas, that's in something 800 years ago when you want to use that. But when they say something currently about the High Republic being the most amount of Jedis ever out there, then you deplete that.
I don't ever remember that statement, but it is the high point where like they didn't have war and they were just. Yeah, I get that part. I understand. I don't completely know and I agree that there was the most amount of Jedi. There's tons of Jedi around before Phantom Menace.
Agreed.
And then the war came around and a lot of them died.
Apparently there's a growing number of Jedi after the Phantom Menace too.
That's a good point too. Yeah, I agree with that one. A lot of them didn't die after
orders. Be growing somehow.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
They kidnap these kids. They put them on the
Jesus Christ. We've been demonetized at this point. You can't keep saying kidnap kids, guys.
I mean, Plo Koon took kids too. He took little baby.
Yeah.
Stop! What are we? Okay, next. This is done. Stop.
Nothing retconned. It was a saber-tooth tiger and all that.
I mean, come on. Don't be you got the Dark Lady. Dark Lady's out there.
Now let's really burn this shit on fire. Let's talk about Bad Batch season 3, episode 13.
Hell, the Mandalorians had to kidnap some of those kids too. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Jedi came right in time for the Bad Batch. Jedi, could you talk some sense into these guys?
He's leaving. He's like, I don't want to be.
He's like, no.
Oh shit, he's out. All right,
I'll be right back. Give me one.
No, I gotta hold on. Let me get this thing. Can we?
Seems like you guys needed a kick in the ass to get past whatever the hell y'all been talking.
Yeah, about. I don't know why they're all obsessed with people who's kidnapping who. I guess I don't know. Apparently, the Jedi ranks according to Wayseeker, the Jedi ranks exceeded the High Republic because they did such a good job of kidnapping Force sensitive children. I don't know. I don't know.
And they put them on a tax refund, so that they made money too. At the end of it.
They got tax credit. They got tax credit for it.
Tax cuts and everything.
Oh yeah, man. All right, Ruben. Sorry, John. I'm so sorry. I do have some packs later, John, too, and some footage of the draft. But
Psycho Diaz's
we'll
refund is sky high.
Yeah, Sifo Diaz heard about that tax credit for children, and he just was like, "Hell yeah, baby, hell yeah!" All right, we don't have a thing from Jedi today, so we don't need a section. Jedi has lost all interest in the Bad Batch. All right, here we go into who cares? Yeah, season 1, a mountainous escape plan again. Who is this? This is Ruben. Ruben, this is what you put here, huh?
Oh, we're doing the okay. I thought I was doing the second part, not the first part. It's no big deal. Yeah,
You can include both. It doesn't really matter.
I can do both. That's fine. It don't matter. Yeah, she meets the kids and she's like,
Thanks,
"Hey,
man.
we're gonna bust out of here," and she comes up with this pretty decent plan. The issue that I had was, okay, she knows where everything is behind the walls instead of her room. That's the only main issue that I had. And then she's talking to everybody else, and they're just like, just go along with it. She's like, no, we're gonna get out. So I mean, I have more for the second part, but this one, it was kind of like, all right, they're gonna figure out a way that these 3 kids who can use the Force couldn't figure out. So
Okay.
that was my main.
What's your second part? We're not using the second part on anybody, JJ, are we?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead. Give us your second part.
The second part was when she actually tries to get out. That one doctor, Dr. Scalder, she glances down, sees it, and thinks, okay, Omega's doing something, and then literally leaves her office, goes downstairs, is walking at such a slow pace, and then like walks in the room and like looks around and is like, okay, nothing happened. If I thought some kid was trying to break out or had a tendency to do that, I wouldn't be walking. I'd be like, all right, something's going on. And I was just sitting there going, what is she even going there for?
Okay, Ruben, you could say the episode was boring. Since you didn't, you get a -5 points. All right, next up. Next thing. C2 tried to blend in again.
I'll get to talk about it.
Oh, I don't want to hear any more about it, to be honest with you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I really don't want to hear any more about this. Go ahead. Dom, go ahead.
Well, we all know that Omega is the strategist out of the bunch. She knows how to make a plan, and she's going to get these kids to use their power. Like they said, they'll be able to push a stormtrooper across the room, probably in a situation. And
hold on, I got one for you, Dom. You said Omega was going to have powers, Force powers. You guaranteed it. Does she have Force powers in this episode?
I think her Force powers is actually her mind. She's going to be using her mind to strategize and get herself out of there. And to have
-5 points for that answer. All right, Wayseeker, go ahead.
I guarantee that Dom is wrong. That her Force powers are mind. Do I get guarantee points for that crap?
-5 for even bringing that up. Jedi, do you have anything to say?
No, I will say this. This writing was horrible in this episode.
+5 points.
How is this top
Jedi
facility that nobody can get to? How can Omega break out twice and
and everybody can get there? By
3
the way,
minutes
everybody
to break
knows
out of this one again. It makes no sense. Horrible writing.
All right, go ahead, Jedi. Do you want to say anything or no?
About this scene, the only
No,
thing
I would just say no,
this,
Jedi. Why don't you just win the game? Say no. Jedi, do you have anything to say? Okay, good job. Next up, let's go, JJ. What do you got?
+10 points.
This plan was stupid. Pass.
+10 points. Okay, good stuff. All right, next up. Here we go. Who is next? Let me check the thing. Okay, let's go down.
So basically, where is the HR department in space? Because this guy, yes, he was a high-ranking Imperial. He should be plastered all over the place. If you see this man, kill him. How do they always get back into the whole get into places and being able to get through without nobody recognizing who the guy is? That's the problem. It's just bad because every time there's a prison heist, the old Imperial Callus, Agent Callus did it. He did it. Freaking Andor, they did it. In Mandalorian, they did it. I don't know.
All right, wait, Seeker. I don't know. I don't know either, Dom. Mine's too.
I feel bad for Callus because Callus had a beard in season 4. So they're like, oh, you know what we need? We need an ex-Imperial with a beard. And then so now it's ruined Callus because Rampart's beard.
-5.
Not nearly as
All right.
cool.
Jedi, what do you got? Very good. All right, Ruben. Ruben, you're up next. What do you got, Ruben?
I just had a question about the whole military thing, and I'm glad that Jedi's on. When this guy's walking through the corridors and the stormtroopers are not stopping, and he has to wait for them, is that something that they do in the military, or do they make a hole? Because that's all I've ever seen in movies. It's like he gets to a corridor,
Bro, it's
and
a
the stormtroopers
cartoon
are going
on
by.
the.
I know, but like in a military point of view,
-3. No,
would that even be something that they would do?
No,
It's
not
spotted
for because he's a cap, not for just anybody. Maybe the commanding officer or some flag officer you might make a hole for, but not just some.
Okay.
Just some officer.
It's just every time he stopped in a corridor, I was just like,
-2 points for answering that question. All right, go ahead, JJ.
Oh damn. Yeah, I'm kind of with Dom actually on this. Believe it or not, I've always like think when they like take a guy that was an Imperial officer and disguise him again as an Imperial officer, like nobody's gonna recognize him on this gigantic space station full of officers from the military. Like I don't know.
that
I know it's
he's
a big
also
military,
been there before.
but
He's been there before.
yeah, and he's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been there before. People have run into
You
him.
don't
He is.
It's a sci-fi fantasy. -5. All right, next up. Scene 3, Rampart in command. We are going with Wayseeker. Is this you?
Yeah, this is kind of the scene I said. I talked about this early in the show. Here we got another Andor callback. You know, when Andor talks about what to steal from the Empire, what do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, an Imperial toolkit. They're trying to be Andor, but they just can't pull it off. And I'm really tired of them trying to tap into Andor and not do their own thing.
You just repeated yourself twice in a row, -5 points. All right, next up. Dom, go ahead. Do you have anything else to add?
Just the the same thing. Like I like how the Bad Batch clean their armor to take off their markings. To the blend in, which it's funny. And no, Wave Seeker does have a point about the Andor thing that they're trying to recreate the stuff, but look, it's a cartoon. It's almost over. We're gonna be getting the best stuff where they all get killed, which is gonna be awesome. Can't wait for that.
That guarantee, Dom?
We aren't.
Yep.
+5, guaranteed. +5. All right.
Vader
Jedi, do you have anything on the
dies.
scene?
I'll
Jedi,
give
do you have
you
anything on the scene? Jedi, anything on the scene? Okay, thank you, Jedi. All right, Ruben, what do you got?
The only thing I want to say is if Rampart decides that he wants to defect, I'm going to be pissed because it's something we've seen way too much of. I just hope they either kill him or just let him go because I don't want this dude. I just want him dead.
Valid point. Plus 3 points there, Ruben. Good job. All right, JJ, what do you got?
So I actually disagree with Wayseeker. It's not an Andor thing. This is like a trope in every single piece of Star Wars movie. Name a Star Wars show or movie where they haven't disguised themselves as an Imperial officer and snuck into something, or an Imperial or a Stormtrooper or something. Every movie includes them dressing up as something from the Empire and sneaking into something else. It happened in
the only thing missing was an R2D2. It was an
it happened
R2
in
unit.
Andor. It happened in this, and I could go on. But yeah,
But look, it's
horrible
like
trope to use.
Rampart is, the one that was in prison and doing that. Their HR department should be fired because he should be plastered all over the place that this guy is now.
You think the Empire is like some small company? Like,
Yeah.
What,
no,
we're
yeah.
talking about hundreds of millions of people.
But he's a
So do you know how many
high-ranking
people are just
officer.
hold on? And this is why none of your arguments make any sense. Do you know how many people alone are on a Star Destroyer?
Somewhere in the
Yeah, I
vicinity
think
of
it's city.
250 million. I mean, 250,000, right?
250,000, somewhere around there.
Right. Somewhere
250,000.
there.
So you could literally go on a whole floor and nobody would notice Ruben, you get plus 2 points for that. Everybody else -5. All right, because you
Wait.
no,
Don't have to
-5,
say something
-5, -5, -5. All right, next up.
I think Ruben made my exact point, but that's okay.
I feel like
No.
me being quiet is not benefiting me now.
No, I don't think
Ruben
so.
points.
You
Don't
said
tell me
something
Ruben's
to
gonna
say.
win again.
Seed
He won
4
last
going
week.
with the plan B again. Going
Again.
with plan B
Yeah.
again. JJ.
This was me. So, yeah, tropes galore here. We got, we're going to change the plan again by the seat of our pants. And that's, well, we'll attach our ship to this other ship, and they'll never notice because apparently that won't change the weight of the ship or anything. They have a whole other ship attached to the bottom of it. But if we just sneak somebody on and disable the sensors, they'll never know.
They'll never know.
I don't know. Like, this has been
I don't
like
know.
18
Get you 2
times where
points.
they
Get you
followed
plus
another
2 points.
ship
I don't know.
through
Get you plus 2 points. Best thing you've said all night. I don't know. All right. Good stuff. All right. Next up. Dom, would you like to continue?
Yeah, that ship has to weigh some extra pounds, and if they can't detect that ship connected to them going into hyperspace, they're just as stupid as the people not recognizing Rempar for being there.
We've seen this before.
That's fine. All right. Go ahead.
Millennium Falcon
We have.
connected to the
The Millennium Falcon attach itself to
Destroyer?
a Star Destroyer. You're in space. There is no weight in space. So the
But
fact
the
that he
ship-
disabled Dom, hush. I'm talking now. There's no weight in space. They disabled the sensors, so you can't detect anything clamping to it. I mean, they kind of explained it. So get off the weight thing doesn't make any sense. Neither would jumping into hyperspace. There's nothing up there to cause any friction. So there's not going to be any drag. There's not going to be anything like that. It's science.
All right, Science. You know what? You're right. It's Star Wars. It's fake. You have whales that freaking goddamn fly in space. You're actually right. The Purgle. Okay. There you go.
No,
hey,
I mean,
minus
that
5 points for
part's not actually
Jedi,
fake.
plus 5 points for Dom because Dom called it what it is. Science fiction. So fake science. There you go. Ruben, what do you got?
The one thing about this scene was the stormtrooper that talks to whoever his commander is, and he goes, "There's an unscheduled droid activity in the cargo hold." And I'm thinking to myself, how many times have we seen R2-D2 plug in? How many times have we seen all these fucking other droids plug in? We've never heard that before. They have scheduled things that the droids can and cannot do. This is the first time that I can recall from comics, shows, and movies that is a thing. That you can be like, a droid was not supposed to be plugged in right there. So I'm just sitting there going, what the hell is that? It took me out of it. I was so mad about that point. So that was my
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Minus
I was
3, I
mad.
guess. I don't know. You're
Yeah.
mad at a cartoon. Wayseeker, go ahead.
I was mad.
Again, this is just Rebels like done again for season 4. When they have to get back to Lothal and Hondo gets them back on the planet, they just do the exact same thing there. So we've had Callus redone, we've had Hondo's maneuver redone. The hardest part about this too is we have 2 episodes left and we've gotten absolutely nowhere. How are we going to wrap this story up in any good way with 2 episodes left? We are just ruining episodes and wasting time. And I'm so frustrated with how the season has progressed.
You had -3 because of your start off, but you got +8 for the ending. You landed the ending, Wayseeker. All right. Let's do some quick math and let's see where we're at. Ruben started off with -5, -3, that's -8, but then you got +3, so that's -5 plus 2. That gives us -3. -3 equals -6.
Nobody's positive.
-6. Dom started off with a -5, but came back with a +7. But so that'd be +2, but then went -10, which means he's -8, but then went +5, which makes him a not minus. Did I do my math right? 3. Yeah, right. Yeah, very good. -3. Wayseeker, last point in there had a +8. However, he previous to that had a -3, -5, which gives him to 0, -5, which gives him to -5, plus another -5, which gives him -10. But then he has a +5 and -5, which gets him a total of -10.
Talk too much, man.
Yeah. Yeah. JJ had a +10. Then he had a -5 and -5.
Learn to play
But then he
the
had a
game.
+2, which gives him a +2 total. So there was somebody in the positive. So Wayseeker gets another -5 to grant his grand total to -15 because he was also wrong on no way getting a net, no way having a positive number. Jedi started off hugely strong. He came out the gate just starting off strong. The problem was towards the end, he got a -10. However, he did get for saying nothing 5, then for saying nothing 5, which means he's at 0. Then he got a +2. But he also got another +5 because he said, Dom, I'm talking. So +5 for him, +2 equals +7. The winner by the skin of his chin, and also probably because he didn't decide to take any, he just didn't want to review this stuff at all, which probably was the right move, is Jedi with a +7. Congratulations, Jedi. You have your moment of Zen. Good job, buddy.
My moment of zen is a little bit. I'm embarrassed for myself because I remember way back during episodes 1 when I was so excited about this series. I thought it was really going to be great. I thought the way they were telling the story was great, suspenseful, etc. And since then, it has just been blah all the way through. So I don't know what to expect. We'll ride this thing out and hope for the best. But right now, I don't feel very good about the way this series is going to finish up. That's all I got. And I'm sorry for hushing you, Dom.
That's okay.
Damn it.
Sometimes I have
Tom
to be
needs to be done.
Yes, okay, don't.
Quite a bit.
That's okay.
Had to be done.
That's okay.
But seriously now, like,
I think Marco left. That's why you're still big.
I think he did. Dom, why do you think anybody's going to die when they've done absolutely nothing in this season? Like, I get that somebody should die, but the fact that they've done nothing in the season and gone nowhere,
I'm hoping that this next episode that Echo dies. You know, I hope someone dies. I hope there's some kind of repercussions.
Death.
I want to see Vader strike people down. I want to see something.
Vader's not showing up.
You know, he should. He should.
Dom, Vader is not showing up.
He probably will.
All right,
Like
are
the
we
last
done?
second.
What's that?
Dom thinks Vader's showing up to kill everybody at the end.
I hope at the end something.
Why are we
Because
still?
listen, there's 2 episodes left. There's a lot to wrap up.
There's a lot to wrap up because they haven't told
That's
us.
the problem. I feel they're not going to wrap hardly anything up.
I'm
like,
beginning
who is
to
CX2?
To me, that would be so lazy just to have Vader show up and just like, you know, eviscerate and just massacre the Bad Batch. That's just lazy. I can't see. Please, no.
How many do we have left? Is it 3?
two episodes.
Thank God.
Two.
Yeah.
No, I think
One week, I
I'm
think.
actually
You know what?
thinking JJ's going to be right. They're going to leave this in a place where they can have another season someday in the future.
We
So
said
nobody's
it
gonna
early
die.
on. They didn't need 15. I think I was kind of pining for. And I love to say that I'm right because I am right. We did not need 15. It's just way too many episodes. They could have done this in 10. JJ probably wanted them to do it in 8, which I'll give him that. Probably also not quite a bad idea. But yeah, man, it really sucked. It sucked. It sucked so bad. All right, we're going to cover a little bit of what?
But to answer John's question, he said, "So wait, what happened in the episode? Omega's trying to get out, and the boys are trying to get."
He's
to
joking.
That's-
He's joking. Nobody cares.
Oh, okay.
He's just
I
joking.
just wanted to make sure.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah.
I
If
kinda
that
wish
question,
that-
what happened? The same
No,
thing.
I mean,
in
that
every
sums
other
it up
Bad
pretty
Batch
well.
episode.
I kind of wish that Omega gets out and they get there late and she's not even there anymore. And that's how it ends.
She's already gone.
Yeah.
That's the end of the
That's what I'm
series.
saying. What Ruben said sums it up. Omega's trying to get out. The Bad Batch is trying to get in. That's what happened. in this
That's
episode.
what's been happening every episode. All right, let's get into, for all you card people, especially John, who has been waiting around for it. I'm going to do first the card market thing, and then after that, it will be short. We also got some new reveals of some leaked cards, so if you don't want to know, we'll tell you before we show them. And then I do have some packs to open. And what?
He said, I wasn't joking. Did she get out? I said, no, not yet.
Oh, really?
Not yet. She just has a plan to get out.
Not
John.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, John.
No. All right. Anyways, so I am going to go to John's favorite part, cards. The fuck? Yeah. I called the wrong cards last week. Leia Organo, who is being a very playable.
Oregano? What are we doing here?
Hey,
Organo.
I really can't see anything right now because my screen's gone. Organa. Sorry, what did I say?
Organo.
Hey,
Oregano.
it's organa, tomato. All right.
Imagine,
They Organa happens to have
Organa?
okay. Happens to have one of the cards that actually popped up this week. It's a very playable card. A lot of budget decks came from it. Also, for some reason, Palps took a little bit of a jump. Palps went for probably being around a $425 on average card. Oh, wow, this print is tiny. Good job, Marco. To 6 at a high. Yeah, 6 at a high, closer to 500 going on. So you see that, that's almost what, $150 jump. Do you guys have any decks that you're playing Emperor Palpatine in?
I've never played Palpatine.
I can't. I mean, you have to have Vaders.
Yeah,
I don't have Vaders, so I think
Vader's
Palpatine's
price
really
didn't
good.
go up. Vader's price did not go up this week that much. It was pretty stagnant at the $90 for the regular, $110 for the.
Yeah, I
thought you said you're gonna buy all the Vaders.
No, I'm buying Boba's. I said.
Oh, you're buying Boba's. All right, so he did go up, but also on the green card, probably the biggest mover. Leia was going from $490. Now this is earlier in the week, even, but to $500 at heights. There's an offset of $600 at one time, but the card went to $245, but then jumped up to easily a $700 card, $750 card. And I think the prices now, the prices are ridiculous.
This is the one I wanted and didn't get. And
I will tell you, you don't have to buy the showcases. You can play with just the regular cards.
Yeah, I know. You're right, 100%.
So that's what I play with when I play with these. But this is probably the biggest jump. I will tell you right now, the Han Solo card, for some reason, is extremely cheap. I don't know if it's going to jump, but people are building decks with different stuff each week. So we'll see what they can do with that.
This was all the talk. Yesterday I played the draft, and we were at a table. The drafts to do it by like pods or whatever. Marco will talk about it a little bit later. Yeah. But our pod, everybody was just talking about the price jump on this one. And how crazy it's been. So it was just one deck that got posted on YouTube that did really well. Had the showcase in it, and I think people are like, "Oh man, now I need to go get the showcase or something." I don't know.
The talk at mine, which was earlier than yours and kind of before Leia blew up, was really about budget decking. Everybody's looking to budget deck now. Competitive budget decking. Actually, there's a couple guys there that, to introduce new people to play, they literally were throwing together for their friends budget decking and trying to get them to go events with budget decks, which are decks, under $100 and such like that.
Did you say the Han is down? You said the Han showcase is down?
No, the Han hasn't popped like this yet, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it has. It has now.
I just looked at it. Did it in the last 6 hours? It popped up to $700
again. Yes.
Okay, I'll because you said that last time, and it was the asking price, not the selling price. But either way, well, then I guess I called it as it happened. Wow, pat myself on the back for that one. Well
done, JJ. Inflate his ego even more.
Yeah. As it's happening. Congratulations to me. Good job. All right, next up.
I don't know how that's calling it, but okay.
Well, if I didn't look at it and say, "Hey, it's the next one to blow up," and you go, "Yeah," did you just look at it? It just blew up. That's calling it. That's the definition of calling it. Hey, they're coming out with an event for those people that actually play live. They are coming out with an event called Store Showdown. 2 of the promo cards got released for that. It's supposed to be supposedly they're sending out packets that are packs that are just filled with stuff and giveaways. I know my store is going to be doing it. It's going most of the stores are probably going to limit the amount of players in it. They do give you supposedly they give you a box too, like a Spark of Rebellion box with the other box that gives you all the showdown stuff. 2 of the cards that we've seen is a special takedown and another Mace Windu card. Mace Windu. Is this different than the regular Mace? No, it's the ambush. Same thing.
No, it's just
is that Mace Windu? I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I saw that Mace Windu. Someone was trying to sell it on TCG for like $750. Is that just somebody?
Yeah.
Because in
2 weeks, so it's like these packs. You know how you get a card at the end of these packs, which is alternate art, and they sell like the alternate art. I think the most expensive alternate art card for that is like $3. At one point, it was $15.
That's what I thought. Somebody was just fishing, but
Gonna be the same type of scenario, I think, at this point. I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks like a lot of stores are gonna be
I
having.
think the key will be. I think the key will be on these. They're putting numbers on it. So like if you're first, you're gonna have a 1 stamped on it.
Oh, fair.
So if you're
Like
second,
top
you're gonna have a 2 stamp on it. Or you have top 4 and then top 8,
Damn.
whatever.
Oh.
So,
So-
the question I have is: are people gonna pay a heavy premium to get one that says 1 on it?
But how will you
Some
know?
will.
If, wait, hold on. How will you know if they've already sent out the packs, the pre-made packs?
They're not packs. They're only
These aren't
given
packs,
to top
though.
8.
No, it's a kit. There is a kit.
I get that, but it's in it. There's only 8.
Yeah. In these cards, they're only given to the top, or supposed to be given to the top 8 finishers.
top 8 people. Oh, so
So
there's gonna be 1 through 8 in each kit that goes to each store.
Each kit will have top 8, top 4, 2, and 1. Yes.
Right, I get
Yeah,
that, but
right.
like but doesn't that also
Judge
diminish?
cards usually too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have judge cards in there too.
Right.
Yes. But doesn't that diminish the value if it's like? Because won't it be like 3,000 stores that have top 8?
Not every
So,
store
So I mean, it's
participates.
700. Well, let me ask you this, because you and JJ have been through this before. Is $700 a reasonable? Like,
No.
no.
Maybe
What's a reasonable number?
for these, I would say maybe 150. 100,
Okay.
150
Okay.
for number
Yeah.
1. Top again, people are going to want that number 1.
Oh, so they'll only want the one. They won't want.
Usually
8.
the number 1 will say winner or something like that on it. It won't
Yeah.
say
Oh, okay.
finalist, so it'll even have a different print on it.
Oh,
So will
nice.
they ever
Or
be
champion
blank?
sometimes.
What?
Wait, what?
Will they ever be blank?
Blank ones are in the packs, like what Marco opens up.
Yeah.
No, but they'll never have that art in the blank. No. They will never
I think
have that
this
Mace Windu.
Isn't that
as a
takedown
blank.
art already in the?
No, I mean like
No.
not to have the stamp on it.
No, there won't be any that were on stand unless there maybe like a few of them sneak out or something. But there should be none that are never stamped.
These prices on
And
these
it's only
cards,
these 2 cards though.
So these are only 2
For
that
the first tournament.
Yeah. So everyone will get a takedown. Everybody
Showdown.
participation will get a takedown.
Hmm.
So maybe you get 1 takedown, and if you like top 8, you'll get a second one or something like that, or top 16 will get a second one. I don't know depending on how big it is. Only the top 8 will get the Mace Windu.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe it was a judge card. I know I've seen that takedown before though.
I think there is a judge card coming with it, from what I heard.
Yeah.
I didn't
That
get to
makes-
see the kit.
I'm
ahead.
just looking up some sales. The Mace Windu Play promo. It's a foil legendary. It says 2 of 2 for some reason.
Yeah,
Sold for
this one says it too.
$270 today. And
I mean,
then
if
someone sold 3 of them
Stores,
for
if they've already
$900.
been sent out to stores and stuff, it's possible people are already selling them.
Yeah,
Not-
there's people could
the
have
other
it. They
thing is
have.
not-
Yeah. Go ahead.
these
So when a
prices
store
can't
signs
be
up,
sustained.
they're supposed to run these tournaments. Not
Yeah.
every person not every person that registers as a store holds a tournament.
Yeah,
And
fair
not every
enough.
person that registers as a store is actually a store. either.
Yeah,
So,
also fair enough. Take those into, because I do know like some of the things we were talking about earlier about the prices falling for a little bit and then coming back up. I know for a fact that there was some place that said they were running tournaments and they weren't, and they were using the free product that they're getting for it to sell it online.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
By the way, that Han showcase is all over the place. by the
If
way.
you go on eBay, there's somebody selling right now. It's stupid. Don't buy it. Mace Windu tournament promo. They're selling a top 8, a top 4,
It has
and a
judge-
finalist all together for $2,000. What they're asking for.
they had.
but you can
hold on.
see-
Hold on real quickly. John has a question and we can hit it up real quickly. It might answer some stuff. So when they had the pre-release, they actually had a judge card already on it. Actually,
The
did
judge-
you show us
Yeah.
one, JJ?
I showed it.
Wait.
I showed it when we did
Oh,
market
Wayseeker showed
report.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
Wayseeker showed it. Yeah.
It
So
has
they,
a judge.
it's like a
stamp
goal.
on it.
See
With
how
a
on this Mace
finalist-
window it says finalist? See how it says finalist above the 7 on the right side of the card? It has something similar to that says judge instead of finalist.
Yep.
Just to answer that, just to get that out of the way. All right.
And those will be expensive too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the one
so
that sold for 270 is a top 8. That's what it says.
Mhm.
wasn't there?
So,
Wasn't
okay,
there-
They overpaid.
How much these little promo pack sets that the stores would have to buy? How much are they?
for the stores don't pay for for the kids?
Yeah.
No, they're giving them.
They get
No,
Under
no.
my understanding.
So the store calls them and says, "Hey, we're going to do
They
a
get
promo."
they get quote unquote chosen. They get solicited. They say, "Hey, by the way, you've ordered this product. You've been entering in something into the system because there's a system that they have. So, but the system's really buggy. So you could You could
you can fudge it.
you could fudge it.
Yeah.
So then they fudge it. Then not the stores that we go to, obviously.
Not everybody does. Not everybody does.
This is what we're speculating. Yes. Okay, we're gonna say disclaimer. We're speculating this, even though we're not. But what they do is they just fudge the numbers on what's this? Is it eMobi or whatever the group that does the Asmodee, thank you. That tracks all this stuff. They have multiple, just like the incel that was in our chat earlier. They have multiple accounts, so they just keep entering them in, and then they get the product because they get solicited to, hey, are you interested in doing this? We really like you put together, and then you get a kit. And when you get a kit, it comes with the box, comes with whatever. I mean, they won't even sell you a box, but they'll give you one apparently for free, and then they'll give you the rest of the stuff in the kit. So there you go.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So because I don't have anything. I don't have anything local. I'm never going to get one of these.
You do have things. You have things local. Not, I don't know how local, but you have things.
I would have to drive to San Antonio. That's 2 hours for me.
Yes.
Well,
yes, John.
We'll find out where you. We'll talk. We'll find something.
I'll see what I can do for you.
I know in Texas, there's closer.
I'll see what I can do for you. I'll see what I can do for you, Ruben.
Every store that I've called, they're like, "No, we're not doing that."
Have you gone and entered your zip code on the Unlimited website?
Yes.
And they don't have anything?
Nothing.
No,
dude. Well, I'll tell you this. There's two. Yeah, I will tell you if you do that. Sometimes you have to do the specialty stuff in that too. But yeah, there's one that's listed because they get product.
Yeah.
They don't host tournaments. So.
Well, yeah, not every store that sells hosts tournaments. Yeah, they have to officially register and everything to hold a tournament.
Yeah,
and get that product,
and have like actual tournament running. Well, at least in the program, have it running.
Now, some places you can call around, Ruben, though, to local card shops. Some will host what they call. You won't have this type of stuff there necessarily, but they will. You can play there. They will have what they call casual play sometimes, where they may have other players.
Okay, and this is what you need to do.
That they do have. But none of them. But none of my shops actually sell these. I have to order these. I ordered 4 boxes to get shipped to my house.
But I bet you
Ruben, here's something you gotta do too.
Promo pack.
If you can get into some of those plays, ask those guys there if there's a Discord, because that's how I hear at least a lot of the guys have a Discord, and they that's how they're our judge. I know who it is. You'll see him in the video. He was from that Discord and from somebody else, and through that dude, I met this dude and set him up at our local place because they didn't have anybody yet. Introduced him to the owners. They got along famously. He then runs that. And so they have a network, and those guys, you see a lot of them in different places. And in that Discord, it's better than that. I mean, if you use Discord, I don't use Discord personally, but if you use Discord,
I do.
I just know that some of my clearances I can't use it, so I don't. So, but if you do, then they'll help you out and they'll tell you where it's forming and they'll do everything else for you. So, yeah, it does sell out instantly, dude. It's hard to get. All right. So next up, they talked about smuggle, which is a new keyword that they're going to use. Here are some of the cards. Wayseeker, can you go through these? I got to get something to drink. I'm sorry.
Sure.
My throat's done.
Yep. All right. So smuggle, if you don't know what that is, smuggle is a card that can be in your resource pile, and you can play it from your resource pile using the smuggle cost. But the nice thing is when you play it from your resource pile, you get to put the top card on your deck as a resource. So it's not like you're losing that resource forever. You still have the same number of resources and you can use the card. So a lot of these cards are very understated because they have multi-purposes, and maybe they're only used for, I don't know, last resort, for example. What?
Explain understated real quick. I don't think we ever covered.
Understated is when a unit, let's say a unit costs 5, and an average 5 cost unit is generally a 5/5. Anything that's above a 5/5 is considered overstated. Anything that's under a 5/5 is generally considered understated. So here you have a card that costs
no. Once again, that doesn't make it. You're not explaining it right. You're saying 5/5. People don't know what you're talking about.
5 power, 5 health. Sorry,
there it goes. Yeah. 5 power, 5 health.
So here you have a card that's cost 5 that you have 3 power, 5 health. But if you play it for your smuggle, you have to pay actually 7 resources to get a unit that has 3 power, 5 health.
You have to pay 7. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
'cause
pay
it's
7 to
smuggled.
get it out of your resource pile,
Right.
to play it.
Yeah. So,
Right.
again, I think this is a card that is kind of like your last resort to play. It's like if you don't have anything else to play, you're going to play this one.
John, are they playing
paying
tournaments
7
there?
for this is really underwhelming on turn 7. Like if this is your turn 7 play, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I know they were all hyped about Smuggle, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, John, hey,
sure.
John, real quickly, they're not supposed to be doing this. Don't tell it like they're not. Those 3 boxes are supposed to be dedicated. No, it's supposed to be dedicated for tournament play.
They can't stop them though.
Yeah, they can.
I mean,
you're right.
They kind of can, but only way they can stop them is to say, well, because in a way you're selling it either way, whether or not you use it for play or whether or not.
Right, but they specifically sent out that, and the sales reps told them that product is dedicated, and only shops who are doing dedicated tournaments are getting these cases.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but I mean, you have to sell the boxes, or you cannot sell the boxes to the public or anything like that.
Yeah, but they said they're dedicated for. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, they did, but didn't. Yes.
Yep.
It's supposed to be for tournament play, so they might not be getting another 3 boxes. We'll see.
Yeah.
And they should have a kit too. Go ahead.
So Privateer Crew, it's just your standard 2-cost 2/2 unit. But you can play this as a smuggle, so you can use it as a resource, and then later you can pull it out for 6. And if you do so, it gives 3 experience tokens, which means you get 3 +1/+1 tokens on it. So basically, it turns into a 5/5 for 6.
5 attack, 5 defense. Yep.
So that's not awful.
No.
On this,
especially if you need like 5 more to kill a base off. We got a card.
Yeah. This one is actually one that I think is really strong. For the smuggles so far, I've been pretty underwhelmed by this one. But this one, it's 1 cost normally, and you get to play a unit from a hand, and you get an ambush, which is strong to give something ambush. But the fact that if you smuggle, you can do the exact same thing for only 2. So basically, you can use this as a resource, and just it only costs 1 more later in the game to give something ambush. That
no 6
doesn't seem like a huge negative. 2 isn't awful to give something ambush. So I think this one might see play. Hotshot DL 44 Blaster.
They were all over this one. They were. Go ahead.
1 cost to give something to give it something 2 extra attack.
Well, it's 2 costs, right? It's double, right? Isn't it?
1 cost to play it. Smuggles 3.
Oh, Smuggles 3. Okay, sorry.
Smuggles 3, which is interesting. So this one, to play it normally, you have to have a red. To play it on Smuggle, you have to have a yellow. So you theoretically could play this in a yellow deck only, with the realization that you only can smuggle this thing in. This one has a lot of usage. It could just fit into a all red deck, could fit into a yellow deck, because you can play it both ways. And so we've never seen a card like this yet with Smuggle, that it can be multiple different.
I think that's what they were all excited about, that action.
Yeah, I think that's what they're.
Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. To me, it's a playable card, but I think you're going to have trouble with people remembering whether or not they have a yellow or a red, because the card's going to be flipped. So, at least I will. If I played it in my yellow deck and I had it face down, I'd forget that it was there and that I could play it. So I would think it's a red card.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, you're absorbing the 2 costs anyways out of Smuggle. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because it's 3.
Right.
It's 2 more costs instead of.
Yeah.
I think most people are going to play this.
There was a lot of buzz.
I think most people are going to play this just as a 1 cost, 2 extra attack.
Yeah. Which they have cards for that already.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, if you don't want to be spoiled, then don't be spoiled. But this is the stuff that leaked out. New cards that they got. Unexpected Escape. You exhaust a unit, you may rescue a captured card. This is from the next set coming out already. You'll probably see them next week when they fully reveal them. Guarded by that unit. That's that whole rescue system.
They were
Go
so
ahead.
proud of the art on that. They were so proud of the art on that card. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like we have like a
I don't get it.
headless Kylo Ren and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cartel Turncoat, which you draw a card.
Your
And this
opponent
is-
draws a card when they
Oh
do.
wait,
So it's this one
Yes?
has high stat for, again, this one we would consider overshot. So 1 cost, has 2 attack and 3 health. So it's a pretty hefty unit for 1.
yeah.
But the downside is when your opponent defeats this, they
Yeah.
get the bounty. They get to draw a card.
Yeah.
So do you want to take the heavier statted vehicle with a potential downside of your opponent drawing a card?
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
They showed that one. Then we got. I think we showed this already, but maybe not. But Wasting gets to throw it in either way. Crosshair.
We showed the art. I don't think we should. The text came out this week.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we saw the others. We didn't see Crosshair before.
All right. So the act. Go ahead, Wayseeker. It's a
So,
plus
yeah.
1/0.
yeah, so just a 4 cost, 2/6 minion, 2 attack 6. What's so different about him, it gets into the sniper ability. You can pump him up, and you can pump him up multiple times even. You could pay 2 to give him +1/+0 for the phase. You could pay 2 another time to give him +1/+0. And then you can just exhaust him. Instead of attacking, you can just deal damage to an opponent ground unit. So you're just sniping them without taking return fire. So it is a way of potentially picking off units without having to take damage back.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting card. All right, and finally, this is the way.
So here's kind of a staple, I think, maybe in your Mandalorian decks. You just, you get to tutor. Tutoring means you get to look through your deck and take the cards that you want, maybe before you're able to get them by a draw. So you get to look at the top 8 cards of your deck, and you get to take 2 Mandalorian upgrade cards and put them in your hand.
One of the guys I play against loves doing that. I hate doing that type of. I don't not hate it, but I'm usually like, I set my decks up so that I know what I'm going to do if I get a card. I'm going to already discard it, or depending on what part of the game is in, or I'm going to play it. So I don't see the purpose of searching the cards, but I've been beat a couple times by a guy that does it. So
Certain decks need certain cards in certain order.
yeah.
And so, like decks that need certain cards in certain order, these enable you to more likely get them when you need them. So, yeah.
Not
So
only
like
that,
the
too.
Go ahead.
I was going to say for a lighter version of that card kind of is, well, a little different, but for a cause I can believe in, the Andor card, I use that pretty frequently. Now I mainly use it to get the damage, the 4-point damage to a base, but as I play it more, I'm getting to where I'm starting to utilize that I can go in and arrange cards that I want to draw, put those up closer. I can move cards to the bottom of the deck that I really don't care for right now. So, yeah, I use this. Similar one is this is maybe not quite similar to Vigilance. I haven't figured out how to use Vigilance very well yet, though. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to open the promo pack. We play draft style. We'll show you what that is in a little bit. Unfortunately, it was nice because it sucks. We started an hour later. If you guys remember attacking why I was late, that's one of the reasons. We played on that day. Somebody let them in the bottom. However, they were running a little bit long, but the reason why was because there were some new people there and that hadn't drafted before, and they really wanted to get them engaged. So I cannot be mad at that. I can only be mad at myself. And I was kind of disappointed at the end because I kind of art for Leia. I kind of ran out. I got a Veers already, so I got another Veers. I kind of ran out at the end and shortchanged the guy I was playing. A very nice guy, but I should have given him a little bit stronger of competition. But I did as fast as I could get through the game, so at least he could play the 4th game and get a win off the 4th game. So he could. So here we go. These are our hero cards. That's this. I didn't pull what I pulled this week. I did pull the 25 bases, whatever the yellow one is, because I've needed that one. I tried to go with a blue deck again, but that kind of stunk, and we'll go over that in a little bit. I'm just going to go to the rares for you guys. Oh, there's a Vanquish. Don't need most of those. Oh, cool. That's a good one.
Hey, hyperspace
That's
K2.
a real good one. Yep, the hyperspace K2 SO is a popular card, and the hyperspace is more expensive. Obviously, I got the
I think the
Jabba
hyperspace is like a $40 card right now.
for the rare,
Oh,
and a hyperspace foil. That's good. I mean, for a good pack, I will tell you, nobody pulled a showcase out of the thing, so they were hoping that it would be in the reward cases. John, what I was telling you earlier is that, and I'm going to shout them out real quickly. I've done it before, but I'll give you the card. Game & Co. They are the people who are local to me. I go to two different ones. Not Game. I go Game & Co. and then somebody else. This is where I played at. I can walk to their shop. Couldn't walk this week because it was raining, but could normally walk there. They do a great job. They're really honest about the stuff. Cool. I like him. Oh, and then I got the full art Echo, or not? What is it? Hyperspace. Yep.
hyperspace.
Okay. I've been thinking, I have been working a Leia cheap pack, and I'm getting to the point now. Oh, cool. That's that's the, nice. But there's a couple cards on a cheap deck, and it'll cost me $10, I think. And the $10, I think I'm just going to buy the cards. I don't think I have this. Smoke and Cinders?
You don't need it.
Yeah, that's a hard. I don't have that one either
myself.
after opening three boxes. I don't have that one. So that I don't know. Some of these things it might be regional way they distribute the boxes, I think.
There was a debate about that, about when they were coming, and a lot of people were saying that now the showcases are coming at the bottom with the stuff they're watching. I said that's how my Thrawn came, but I remember early on it looked like some were coming at the top.
We want to get to John's point here. I didn't want to put this in news because I thought we'd talk about it tonight. But they did do some news on reprints. Set one, they did say reprints will be happening by the holiday season. We have no idea what that means.
They said they were planning on doing it by the holiday season.
It has kind of answered our question whether we're going to do reprints. We kind of talked about last week how they need to do it to get more people in the game, but it is going to be a while. So that means prices are going to stay high, if not go higher. I think both JJ and I think they're probably still headed higher for another month or so. And since we have a long way till set two, even still.
It is interesting, though, how those cards are going higher. It seems like whatever the new chase deck is, that card, it goes. I mean, obviously, the Vaders are always going to stay around the price. We're not seeing huge spikes in the Vaders. What he bought it for a week ago, it's still at the same price. But like I said earlier, the Leia for some reason are popping. Or K2 SO has been a similar price for a long time.
The Luke legendary jumped a lot in the last week or two.
Because I think that's one of the is the Luke the one they're putting in? That's the one they're putting in the Rebel deck now too. That's had a couple back week jumps. But is it always normal for? I thought, okay, this is maybe I'm new to it, but I thought that all the showcases would have huge jumps because of rarity. That it's not based on a playable characteristic, and it just is whatever the playable thing is going to roll out. That's what's going to jump that week.
It's based partly on playability, but it's also based on a couple other factors. I would say one being the character, two being I think even if IG88 went super meta deck, you wouldn't see IG88 as a top showcase.
Yeah, but you wouldn't see him jump from what's he at right now? You wouldn't see him jump up $200 because that's what's happening at this point.
No. Well, that's an anomaly. I think that's more an anomaly than it is a normal thing. I guess usually you'll see a steady climb of these things, even in the high rarity cards like the showcases. As far as paying for playability goes, you'll see a more steady climb. I think because it's so new, and I think just buzz over, YouTube content or Reddit or Discords or whatever. I think that kind of gets things like the Leia whipped up now more than ever. I think also the news of a long reprint this week helped some of those high rarity cards jump. But normally it's a much more steady climb than what you saw with that. And in your legendaries and stuff like that, it's going to be an even more steady climb. But they still go up. The Vader hyperspace is up. I mean, it's about $140, $150 card now.
Yeah, I'm talking about the regular Vader, though, the playable version of it, which I guess is, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
still steadily climbing, but it's just going to be much
yeah,
smaller.
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's a playable card. What's weird is you guys are like, yeah, they're going. So I thought every card, and like you said, it is different this time. But I would figure every card goes up. It seems like the playable cards are getting huge pop because, and I'll be honest, in the draft, and we'll go over it later. Our pod was almost all villains, and everybody after that was like, we need to form rebel. And now you're seeing a big push because like that is how you get more product at the places that are doing it right. They're giving away, they're keeping their 3 cases, not selling them to John, but John, good for you for getting a case. But they're keeping it and giving it away for rewards. And the more rewards you win,
You got
the
3
more
boxes.
the case the more
Not a case.
the more you get. Or 3 boxes, I'm sorry. Yeah, boxes. Box case, whatever. Booster box.
I don't know.
But yeah.
It's 6 box difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get that. Thanks, G.
I mean, it's always going to be the playable cards that rise. I mean, there's lots of rares out there. Those things are very rarely going to rise unless it's like a staple in a deck. I mean, people have way too many rares. People have play sets and play sets and play sets of rares. So it's really is going to be heavily dependent on that. What I think is going to be interesting is I think there's a good chance, and I don't know if this is good or bad.
Hey, hold on one second. I'm going to start rolling through
Base
the
pile
draft.
for everybody to go there.
And JJ, I'll be interested in your opinion on this one. I think we might see a reprint available only for people at Gen Con because they love to do stuff like that. They love to be able to get new people in there. Maybe they'll rush a smaller reprint for Gen Con, and then the larger ones will get to the store later. But I think there's a good chance that they want to like hype it up and get some buzz and release some more set 1 at Gen Con. So you might get some.
Maybe, but I think that's a bad strategy.
I do too, but I just think that
they'd be better off, doing like pre-release set 3 at Gen Con than they would that, or even some sort of specialty product for set 2. The problem with that is everybody's going to be at Gen Con. I mean, I don't think they want to set a rush on set 1 at that point. Most of your people that are going to be that crazy enough to go to Gen Con are going to be people that have already bought set 1 for a lot of money.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But you can't, there's no way they're going to pre-release set 3 when set 2 comes out in July.
Yeah, that's probably true.
August. So,
or promo packs or something. They'd be better off doing something different. But I will say this: when I was at Gen Con last year,
hold on real quickly. I want to explain what's happening here. So during draft play, you open up 3 packs. You take out the leader and all the bases. The bases go because the special bases would be in the middle. It will not, or at the end, it will not be in the front. You take the first 2 cards out. You do not look at the rest of the pack, and then you put out your leaders, 3 leaders, and you put all the bases in the middle so they can choose bases later. You will then choose your leader and then go to your right and hand out till you get 3 total leaders. So you got to pick one of these leaders. Wayseeker, what leader would you have picked?
Here?
Yeah.
Krennic.
That's who, yeah.
Krennic is so good in draft because Krennic is always on. Special is, every damaged unit gets +1 attack.
My man across the way, first pack he opens gets a legendary, by the way. Diagonally for me.
Yeah.
Make sure you zoom in on that awesome Han leader art.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to do it and trying to be respectful of everybody else too.
The reason you pick Krennic here is because Krennic is a really hard unit to deal with in draft.
The reason why I was picking him is because I can then draft cards to fill if I need them for later. I know it's not why you do it, but blue-black, because people typically weren't pulling blue cards in drafts. So then I could get my 31 cards I need, and then if something came around that I wanted to fill out another deck or something like that, I didn't feel guilty taking that card.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out to be the case today.
I think Leia's not good in draft.
Yeah.
Because you really need a very specific deck for Leia to be really good in. And if you don't get a lot of those cards in draft, which you have no idea, I mean, it's very hard to get that in 3 packs.
What is Krennic's power actions again?
Krennic just makes every damaged unit +1/+0, and he also has restore 2.
Whenever he attacks, he restores 2,
which is really hard to deal with.
Yeah. To your base or to any unit?
To your base.
No, to your base. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, though. I look around at the table. I'm looking pretty good on blue. The guy next to me turns over a Krennic Hyper, whatever. He's like, oh, this is a cool looking card. But he also says, I never had. He looked at my card and goes, oh, I don't have a Han. So I was hoping to take the Krennic and pass him, and he would have, he might have both, but might try to build around the Han. That's not what fucking happened. But that's what I was hoping for.
Could you have taken the other Krennic?
No, because he didn't pass it. He kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's going to the right. So it goes to the. So as you see, like you take. Those are the cards I'm passing. I don't know. I'm trying to show the camera. I don't know why. It's like I got a raindrop from outside. I'll try to speed this up as far as pace goes. But you pass it to your right. And then the guy who runs it, the judge for us, is this guy right here. His name's Eric. I think I can use his name. He's cool. He's like, here you go, bud. And I go, sweet. He gave me Chewbacca and Sabine. So I took Sabine. And then I got past the Chewbacca. So that really sucked.
Chewbacca, nobody ever wants.
Yeah, because that really just limited what I could do.
But also Sabine's not that great in draft.
Yeah, in drafts. So I pretty much got pigeonholed by taking Kenrick with Kenrick. That's how it stayed. And
yeah, good.
I
I think that's one of the A-tier characters for draft.
So we did go slow. So typically we go and start going through the first deck, but because we had so many people, I started going through it and then it got slowed down. And I was like, all right, what? But I showed you guys the cards anyways. These are the cards that came out. So there's Cargo, so I'm probably taking that. I passed. Oh, where's this Raider? I was debating taking that.
That's a good pick.
But then
good. I would take it.
Yeah, I did. We'll show it later. Because that
you took Hask, right?
Yes, I did. I needed a third Hask anyways. So this
can I say
draft. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so the game that I had never played Hask before, and then for those that don't know, we had a little demo where we tried playing. I played Marco and JJ played Marco on, I think it was Monday, and I had never played Hask, and I saw Marco who ended up beating both of us. I think it was when you were playing JJ, you pulled out Hask and you had built up like 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, a hell. 7, 8. I was like, damn, let me check this Hask card out. So I started playing Hask in a couple of my sim decks, and I was like, holy shit, this might be my favorite card now.
Well, it's only with the Kenrick deck. Like because Kenrick
I
gave
played
him
with Iden pretty well.
Hey, gents,
what's his name?
Tonight.
Krennic.
Krennic gives him a +1, so then that already adds on. And then there's another card in that deck that can get there's another card in that deck that could push it. But then I also have, I think, I try to get Barrage in there. If you do that, it's just, it's over if you don't get rid of him real quickly. I think I sneaked that card by JJ, which, it's new, so it is what it is.
So it's 8-person pod you're playing there?
Yeah, it's 8-person pod.
So your cards are going to come back around, but 8 people are going to look at your pack before they come back.
Yeah. So here it is. I'm driving through it again. Obviously, at this point, I know that, spoiler alert, I took Hask. It's already down. Yeah, I showed you. Yeah, because I knew I needed that character. So
every time you get one passed to you, take one and pass the rest.
Correct. Now we go left. Right. But the guy who's running it is also explaining to him. Huh?
I said you rotate your order the way around, but you always pass it.
Yeah.
Take one and pass it.
Your leaders go to the right. Round 1 goes. Pack 1 goes to your left. Pack 2 goes to your right. Pack 3
right. Yeah, that keeps going back and forth. Oh, okay. So I'm waiting for him to come back because he's trying to help out the other table. That table actually somehow there's only 3, but somehow got behind by two packs. I don't know how they got behind because it took us an hour to draft 3, which typically it doesn't. But once again, it's one of those things that even though I wanted the pace to pick up because I have personal things to do, it was nice to see because they didn't, they really did. There was probably about 4 or 5 new people there, and they really wanted to get involved. So they took.
It's super fun too. People just trash talk while they're drafting. I don't know if they do that there, but we were joking around. I got this great card. You're not gonna be able to be my deck or all that type of stuff.
No, so out here because there's so many new people, I actually got stuck in the pod with there's 2 guys there that have full sets already, every card. But they also are 5 cards away, and I think the other guy was 8 cards away of having every type of card so they have all the showcases, they have everything, and that's the pot I was in. So good luck. I was in that pod, and then I also in my pod were two guys who were judges. So there's a lot of mats that had World Series.
Would you?
Oh,
Well, okay.
world champs on them in my group.
See you, Ruben.
See you, Ruben. Thanks. So yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot, but everybody was pretty nice. We were talking. I mean, that side right there, the guy with the glasses on the way right. I know he's very helpful, but very nice.
You take bays here?
Huh?
You take bays here?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I took bays.
Yeah, I thought you said you had a lot of younger.
The other side. I
was taking the two, JJ.
Hold on. You're not seeing the two guys next to me that are.
Where are these people?
The two guys next to me.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. The two guys next to me are really young. They're brothers.
Sure.
And then their two friends are behind us who've never played the games before.
Oh, yeah, everybody out of frame, huh?
I'll show you the picture online. You can judge for yourself.
You do that because this is.
That's what I told you. I got the hard table. I got the table of all the grizzled vets. Like that. This table is terrible. They were passing the other table. A guy literally says, "Hey man, it's been the 5th pass. You guys passed me a legendary. I don't know how to undo this." But
what else you got there? Let's see. I want to see what you pick here.
I was trying to do it.
Slow down.
Oh, sorry. It's glitching.
No, I'm being funny.
What'd you pick? I don't know what you
I
picked.
can't remember what I picked. I didn't see it. You want me to go back?
No, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
No.
He was one of the younger guys to me. So his brother,
the Walker, it works well with Krennic. I'd pick the Walker.
He was two down. Actually, he got in a fight with his brother. He's the younger brother. He got in a fight with his older brother during the card games because they got paired up. What?
You're tempted by that redemption, even though you don't want it in your deck.
I know. I don't want
Take the Walker. Take the Walker. Take the Walker.
I make the mistake.
Take the Walker.
I still see a lot of blue and black right now.
No!
So that was my downfall. That was my downfall. So I didn't know the guy next to me was pulling blue. And the guy actually on the right corner, who you can't see, by the way, in the flannel, just because he has a beard, he's like 30, sub 30, dude. Don't let him fool you. He's young.
What kind of camera are you using?
I'm using a GoPro 10.
GoPro. Okay.
Yeah.
You might
I was
just take
say
that.
1980s Kanoko camera or something.
No,
I don't know. That's
No, I was just wondering if he was like, is it like pinned to your keychain?
No. Yeah, it is. I also didn't preload these videos, so they're gonna be a little slow. And I'm making fun of them because all those guys shuffle the cards. I'm like, fuckers, the cards are the same. They're like, yeah, we do it because of whatever. So I just
they think they're gonna trick new players so that new players.
No, we do talk shit. No, they're just it's forced to have it. And they talk, so we do talk a little bit of shit, but it's all so there. I see that. I'm like, wait,
oh
yeah.
Don't do it. What else you got?
I did.
I can't see with the glare.
Yeah, I get the
I
glare.
did.
Rugged.
Yeah, that's water. I'm sorry about that. I should, but
Interceptor. I take the interceptor there. You get removed on it.
Why would it have to take red then?
I know, but you know what you're taking.
Green. Oh, I'll go blue, black, green.
Open fire. You could go with that red.
Yeah,
I mean, red is just a great color for removal.
At that point, I've already taken 2 cards out, and I'm like, but you saw all the blue there? So in every other draft, all that blue and black is coming back to me. So I'm like, cool, man. This is first deck. So I'm still going. But those first 4 packs had a bunch in it. So I'm like, it's all coming back to me.
You don't need to lock your secondary color in yet after the pack 1. So you just take options.
Kendrick is blue and black. Yeah, I know the dude.
I know, but your secondary color.
Actually, the guys over there that you're saying are trying to screw new people, those 2 guys, especially Derek, and I can't remember the other guy's name that's next to him, spent a lot of time explaining that to me, how I locked in my stuff and I need to not lock in anymore. Yeah. Which was really cool of him.
That's cool.
So there we go.
Yeah, like you can
see, I already locked in because I started pulling the green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but one green card shouldn't lock you in yet.
Deals. Yeah, it was 2.
Whatever, it still shouldn't.
So I'm gonna pull the cargo.
You're gonna take the cargo here, but you could have the red. What's that? Is it an open fire, precision fire there? So, like, I mean, you already have a lot of high cost cards already. Like your curve here is really poor.
I was trying to go. Hey, relax, buddy. I still won 2 games out.
No, your curve is really poor.
You ate up my book report and thought it was trash. I could treat your draft like trash. It's fair game.
I'm agreeing that's not that great. Yeah, I didn't know there was a glare in this. No, I can't even see. I'm like turning up to see what the card is.
I can't see.
Marcus like moving around.
Moving around, trying to see if I can see what the card is.
whatever that is. You took green because I don't blame you.
Yeah, I took green because it was.
Silly question, but I'm just curious. So after the draft is done, does everybody sleeve their cards right then, or do you just play
Some of them do.
cards?
So this is where I knew I was screwed. I was like, because that last pack, I was like, shit, where's the blue and black? And this has got like nothing. I'm like, what?
Take the Bendu because you got no other option.
Yeah, I took the Bendu.
Oh,
yeah. So now I'm in shit panic because I've committed to blue, green, and black, and I'm looking. I'm going, holy shit! There's like nothing, like the cards that I wanted, and by the way, just last week all fell to me. This week did not fall.
The other reason you take red is because you have Sabine. So like early on,
I could have switched.
If you had if you would have taken 3 or 4 red cards, right?
Yeah,
you could have pivoted to red.
But also, I'll be honest. At this point, too, I was trying to cards that I needed to build other decks. I was trying to go for also.
I get
I was
that.
getting a little greedy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because we just don't have any product out there. So I mean I was going to see, like, you see me start that whole pile over there are cards I'm not even going to keep in my deck.
Right. I drafted a Chimera. I drafted a Chimera in my draft because
I did too. The draft before that. Yeah.
When I just got draft. Are you doing a 50 card deck or is it a smaller deck?
30 card deck. Okay. See, this is what happened. I got cocky because the draft went so well. I had drafted a whole director deck and had gotten like the Chimera, some 2 other cards that I couldn't play, but I wanted.
Horrible placement of your hand when you're trying to show.
Hey, why don't you suck it, dude? I don't see anybody else. I'm at least trying. You guys are producing nothing but shit ass book reports here. All right, get out of here with this bullshit.
Hey, I just noticed
I'm new to this shit. Go ahead.
I have 2 weekly plays coming in my area coming up May 4th and May 18th. So I got to get that on.
That might be that tournament thing because that's around when they're trying to have people schedule them.
I'm not going to it because I'm busy because May the 4th I got a funeral thing to attend. But they're doing a 1K tournament here.
Luckily, they're doing it on the 5th for me because I got too much stuff going.
A 1K tournament.
No. Friend getting married on the 4th. Big surprise.
Yeah, this thing froze.
Oh, this is done. This is done. Yeah, sorry. I tried to pop him and put him so we didn't have to. Oh,
you should know that I got that. You were sort of like.
See there. Everybody's joyous here. They're all led. He's like, yeah, I got the legendary. I showed it off.
Oh, that's a bad pack right there.
Sure. I didn't pick it.
You take your Lauren, I guess.
It's a shit that.
You take your Lauren.
25 now.
Since you're locked in green.
Yeah.
I didn't take Yarlin. I'll show you everything I took later. I know. I panicked. Waysinger, what can you say? What can I say? I was like, holy shit, this dude just what? Like, think about if you're like, I was like, okay, I think I'm finally getting this. I know what I'm going with.
Make an opening. That's some removal at least.
I was looking through some stuff and I'm like, yo, dude, I kind of got this.
High cost Imperials, Piet could help you.
I pulled the first.
Make an opening. Make an opening. Do it.
Make an opening.
It's a removal.
He's allergic to event cards. He won't take making them.
Yeah, I don't take event cards.
Take it. Make an opening. Do it.
Nope.
No, you take like a 1/4 unit. Oh man.
Yeah, so I mean, after my plan got squad douche. Oh, and I passed on. Oh, dude. Yeah, I made a couple mistakes.
I mean, drafting is stressful.
Yeah,
you have to make a decision real quick, and the packs are moving quick.
My table. I'll be honest. I wish I was at the other table where they hadn't got through pack 2 yet. Like even opening it, they're still on pack 1, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I have
more new people. That makes sense.
Yeah, I just have zero luck with. I just have zero luck with drawing people. I mean, because honestly, the guys on that side, like the guy in the U of M shirt, I end up playing him, and he plops down a world champion like Matt. The game, he did that and said something. He said about 3 things. The game was over in 3 minutes. It wasn't close.
People like Wasty here think that's intimidating. It don't mean shit.
I will tell you this.
I don't bring out my world championship Matt. Trust me that.
The game was over in 3 minutes. It was. I looked at him.
When he sat down that mat, you should have intimidated him and took your sweaty monster, whatever it is you're drinking, and just set it right on the mat.
It's top Chico.
Yeah.
Same thing I'm doing
Well,
right now. It's
As long
like
as
a
it was
water.
cold and sweating. It
line
would have
with-
to mess
All right,
with
Let's
the
show you guys
that
that
mat
picture.
don't mean shit.
Take the scout bike. I think I can't see all the cards, but you take the scout.
Yeah,
bike.
I do take the scout bike because that's one of the
Can I
cards.
show you guys
is-
that picture of the guy that made the youngling playmat
No.
No,
where Anakin kills the younglings?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. The camera must have moved up at this point because it's on a chest thing, so it's not giving us as good as.
So
I
when I do this, if I'm able to get into this one on May 4th, can I have like JJ or Wayseeker on FaceTime and like be like showing them the
They will.
cards?
maybe
hide it under the table. Yep.
dude. They
Probably don't
answer.
go with me because I'm way too loud and obnoxious.
Well, hey, here's the
That's all
thing
that
too.
goes
Those small Bluetooth things and put it in your ear.
Here's the thing too. I'll tell you. You could like even in these, people were pretty. Like the skill level's really different.
Take down
That side of the table
Yeah,
whooped
take
the
down.
shit out of
I
this
took
side
a
of the
clearing
table.
card. You took a clearing card, folks.
Yeah, I take clearing cards every once in a while.
Yeah.
That
I
side
love
of the
clearing
table
I'd probably take 2
When I
minutes.
take takedown? cleared this
No,
side.
not in draft. You can't have too many clearing cards. I mean, you technically.
I mean, when I
you're
build
not
my
gonna
deck,
get enough
yeah.
in draft.
But when you're playing, well, I'll tell you this, and Eric, the guy across from me, is really good about it. When you say, "Hey, can I ask a question?" Nobody there, like he gave a speech in the beginning. He's like, "Hey, listen, there's a lot of new people and a lot of beginners here. We know you paid your money. Some of you guys,
What's
know
that
you're
blue
around
card
here.
there?
What's that?
What's that one right there? That 2 cost. I don't know.
I'll probably pull it. I should have kept the deck that I pulled. Probably did. Yeah, I took it.
Was he like, we got a lot of bright, youthful people in this room?
No, but he's like, hey, he did tell him. He said, hey, listen, if somebody passes you a deck and it's a legendary, like they passed on a $50 or $100 card, please tell them. Don't be a jerk, and we'll know if you did. And honestly, a guy did. A guy said, hey guys, this is how bad it was. A guy that we know, his name's James, found it. It passed 5 times to him. He's like, hey, dude, I can't remember what card. It was the Millennium Falcon, which is what, a $60 card?
It's going up, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a $60 card. And he goes, hey guys, you passed on a legendary Falcon. He like stopped it and was like, what do you guys think the fair thing is? And every guy said, we wouldn't pull it anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can have it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how honest they are here.
I don't like that card personally.
I mean, I don't either, but they were
But
passing on a
But
$60
you
card.
just take it to sell it.
Yeah,
You pay-
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I know.
don't have
Still.
any.
Anyway, so
Going
I mean,
well,
that's how good they were being here. So I know what you guys are saying, but this group actually was pretty solid for the most part. Somebody I do think maybe pulled some shenanigans, but we won't bring that up. Yeah, and now I get screwed with this. So what do you do here when there's nothing
When there's nothing, you just can't do anything.
by the highest
I
card?
mean, you look for removal. That first thing when you have nothing, you look to see if there's any removal that's off color that you can still play. Like, what's the one where you can bounce things back into the hand? Way.
I don't know.
Wayward or something like that.
Yeah.
At 5, it's still playable.
Waylay.
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 Waylay at 5 is still playable in draft.
Do you do that, or do you know what other people? Because you pretty much know what people are going with because they sell their leaders
They
out there, and
still
you try
suck
to
at this point.
draft
They
against
still
them. What?
suck. All those cards still suck at the
Yeah.
end of the deck. It's been
Yeah.
passed around for a reason.
Yeah.
If there's anything decent, take it. If there's a hyperspace, take it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Foil and hyperspace I was pulling at the end because it sucked. This deck doesn't get any better. I started off hot. I got spoiled, and then like every deck I opened after that, it was.
If you pull a showcase, you're like deuces. I'm out.
Well, the guy across from me pulled a legend. Eric
Leave
pulled the
now.
legendary. So then I'm gonna pull a speeder bike. I
At
bet.
least we got camera here.
Hey, a ghost. That
I'll
ghost.
try to do better next time. These guys are really cool about it. I don't think I could do it at the other game.
That's an unfortunate pack for draft.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I got 2 back-to-back unfortunate packs. It just is. I couldn't. And the guy next to me wasn't getting anything good either, which sucked. And then Eric had a crap pack last time, and then this time, no wait, which way is he shuffling? One time when he's shuffling the other way, he pulls a legendary, and gives me a crap pack on the way over. So I'm like, oh dude, this is just. It was a baloney
It's
luck.
hard.
Man.
Draft is hard.
Yeah, this is the
I
one.
personally
So
don't like it, to be honest.
he pulled a legendary there. And I'm like, wow, dude. So like they're gonna take the good. So like this is why we keep saying that if they take if they get a legendary card, they're gonna take it, and that means they might leave you a great card, a playable card, the best playable card, probably still in that hand. So you
Take
can
Morian Guard. Or you take Lando just to fuck Lando.
I eventually take Lando just to fuck around. But I take this because I need to play it. Because at this point, I don't have enough cards to play. If you didn't see it, but at one point when I stopped the camera last time, I counted the cards. I'm like, shit, I gotta pull another 8 cards, or I don't have a deck to play at this point. I think
Yeah, you can take the Lieutenant.
Yeah,
Lieutenant's a good card.
Lieutenant. Or do I take that card? Eventually, I have that card in my deck somehow too, because I never had it before.
Don't take that card.
I don't. I'm willing to bet that I take something playable.
Take the Lieutenant.
Oh no, I take the suppressor. I'm deciding between Lieutenant and suppress. And I take
9/9.
I know it's tough. I did get to play it though, and it actually helped me win. It was like right at the end, and luckily the guy had laid out a bunch of stuff, and I had all air. I had all air out. So
you got a good one there. TIE Advance is good.
Yeah, TIE Advance. Yep. And then I think that TIE Fighter finally came back to me, which I was hoping for earlier because it's
right.
cheap.
I mean, it's a great space card that is playable.
Good space card.
The Interceptor.
Yeah.
Both. No, the regular TIE. It's a 1. It's like
the 1 play.
The 1 play.
Yeah,
it's a 2/1. 1. It costs 1. Is it 2 damage, 1 shield? But it works out well. Okay, that's the end of that one. So then
it's really good in draft because lots of people don't have space units. It's hard to have,
So that's one I win. I played versus Victor, who's very good, and I was surprised I beat him. And how I ended up beating him was I had a ton of space. He had wiped out all my grounds, but I had that suppression card. I pressed the ground suppressor down. It suppressed all his cards, and I was able to build that side while attacking with air, and it just took over. There's Vanquish, so
you got to take your removal.
Yeah, I do. I take Vanquish.
Don't take another 9/9. I'd be so mad.
I know. I took Vanquish. Come on. That was the best deck I looked at. I was like, sweet, Vanquish. By that point, I knew blue wasn't getting back to me anymore. So I was taking whatever card. I wasn't effing around. I knew what I had in my hand. Like, that's the one part at least I was happy about. I was like you said, dude, you got some high cards. And like, try not to take high cards. So like everything else I did, I tried to make it work where I could find Sentinels because I had no Sentinels in my hand.
3/4 is good card. Overstated, 3 costs, 3 drop, 3/4. The green.
Yeah, is that the Sentinel one? Yeah, that's the one I think I take. Yep. See, so I'm doing. No, that's not what I took.
You took a yellow card. You just took a yellow card.
Yeah, because it's rare. I needed it. I didn't have it in my deck.
You don't need it.
Yes, I did.
What is that Walker
It's a common, a yellow common.
Reinforcement Walker.
Reinforcement Walker.
Yeah, that's a good.
The Reinforcement Walker, the Suppression Walker helped me out. They really did.
Wow.
A lot of the experts are saying I think it's the Reinforcement Walker.
I took another Vanquish. I don't get no love.
They're recommending as the
that's good. That was and it was
the
a foil
cheap replacement for Vader actually.
Yeah. Was it
a foil Vanquish, Steven?
Yeah, hyperspace.
Oh, yeah, now you got nothing to choose from.
Yes, I took the Ghost.
The best replacement for Vader.
Hey, do you see what I'm doing though? I got 2 piles. 1 pile of shit I'm never gonna play. I think I have enough cards in my hand now.
You take the Lando.
Yes, I take the Lando. I'm like, fuck
like
this.
the worst card.
I'm like, I can play. I don't have a Lando. It was a 4.
What do you do?
Now I do.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, JJ, there's nothing there. I don't need it. I have a deck. Do you see that? I've got 35
you
cards.
Sentinel with Chewbacca. No.
You can't play it.
I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. I forget what color.
I think you take no. Go back. Take that yellow card. No good to be dead, right? It's no good to be dead, right?
Where?
Yeah.
You skipped a no good to be dead here.
Yeah, he did.
He did. You take it because even at 4, no good to be dead is a solid card. So I think people get so locked in and don't realize the removal, even if you're paying 2 extra because it's out.
No, we're going back through
right there. No good to be
dead.
dead.
Yeah, I know. Hey guys, once again, at this point, I think my deck's already set because I can't get no more fucking cards.
Or if it's Asteroid, whatever, it's still playable removal.
It's Asteroid, and I'm just trying to.
It gives you a shield. It knocks a character.
I'm trying to pull. I'm not playing that card in this deck anyways, and I already have enough.
It's removal. Even at 4, it's playable.
Oh wait, I did pull that. Yeah, the whatever red 2. That sucks, but
boo this draft. Boo.
Boo you. Yeah, I'm admitting it wasn't a great draft.
Take the Caden.
Yeah, I do. I take the Kanan.
No,
No,
you
you
took the
didn't. No, I
Acolyte
didn't.
card.
Oh, I already took a Kanan. I took a Kanan before. I wasn't going to take 2 Kanans. I wasn't going to take 2 Kanans.
Why not?
Oh, damn it. Because I already had a Kanan.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
it
playing them
increases your
anyways.
chances of
Damn, this
drawing
is
the
bad.
Kanan.
I was showing you all my cards. This is bad.
How many did you win?
2. I won 2.
That's not bad.
I got smoked by the guy in the Michigan thing. I got smoked by him. And the last game was close. I misplayed 2 cards. He might have still won, but it definitely cost me the game.
You went 2 and 2.
Yes, I went 2 and 2. The third game, I finished that game in 5 minutes. Let me put it that way. And he kept saying like, "Oh, dude, you made a mistake there." He's like, "Do you want to change it?" I was like, "Man, I can't. I don't have time." But I didn't want to give him. I didn't want
for a minute if you want, Justin. We talked a little bit about it last week. But
about what?
the collation of legendaries
Yeah.
and
It's
how
not just legendaries. I think
it's all
like rares,
cards for
too.
the most part. But,
Yeah. So here, this is Jedi. This kind of answers your question. So we do, but we were also way ahead. So we were supposed to have 29 seconds left. This thing went on for 30 more minutes because they're still on pack 2 behind us at the other table. So instead of being, and we started 30 minutes late too. So we were really an hour and 15 minutes late. And that's Eric. Yeah, Eric got legendary. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I told you I pulled this." I was like, "Oh, dude, that's cool." I said, "Eric, can we start this?" He's like, "No, don't be a dick." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick." He's like, they're only on pack 2.
Is Eric the guy across from you?
Yeah, very nice guy. Yeah, he's the guy that runs it, so he'll be the guy that gets the judge card too later on. He's honestly does an awesome job. We had to listen to lo-fi music after that, which you could hear in the background. So I also kind of muted because you didn't want that.
Yeah. So what I was saying earlier.
Oh, that guy pulled out a
and
whole
JJ,
box over there, a red box.
I don't know if JJ had a comment, but yeah, I've seen videos where they say that Reinforcement Walker is a good replacement for Vader. Now that
They
Vader's
say.
out of reach for a lot of people.
Those well manicured hands.
I mean,
personally, I think it's U-Wing probably is the better. It's the same cost as Vader. Obviously, you don't get ambushed, but it's the one card you're going to use under heroism where you get to immediately play those.
So you
But
kind of see
U-Wing,
my
you
hand
can't
here.
you can't use it as a unit afterwards. It's an event card, right?
Hey, you guys keep saying I don't
Right,
like
the
clears and
Replacement
event
Walker,
cards.
Replacement Walker doesn't play him, right? You just draw him into your hand, if I remember right?
Which card?
I thought Replacement Walker was a unit. You could play him out.
yeah.
It is, but I think when it allows you when it's called Reinforcement Walker, you just draw them into your hands. You're not playing those extra cards that you pull off the deck, right?
Right. Well, yeah, I get that. It's just it's a good unit that.
It's a good, yeah. I'm not saying it's bad.
I think that's why it's just replacement.
Yeah, I think they're saying the stats are good. That's
yeah. But the ability, besides the stats, what makes Vader so great is the ability that you get to play cards while you play him at the same time. So it puts more than just his unit on the deck.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And U-Wing gives you that ability.
Yeah. A lot of they were saying there's
Sentinel.
There's very few, if any, like 1-for-1. This one's just as good as this legendary. Yeah, they were just trying to say.
I know that was a 6th to last card, but you get to pick a Sentinel with it, and which could be any card, and it has an attack of a 5. Takedown. All right, good card. You guys criticizing this. Now I'm looking at some of these cards going, some of these aren't bad.
Your deck's not bad. I think the curve is a little off.
It was tough too. I mean, I will tell you, I 100%, like you said the same thing. You're right. I couldn't pivot. That's why I talked to those 2 guys afterwards about across from me, and they gave me some good advice. They said the exact same thing you said, Wayseeker. Like, you're not locked in on the first pack. As soon as you saw that poll was being, when it came around the second time and you saw somebody's pulling blue, you should have gone. But the problem is everybody else here drew red. Like, they drew the shit out of red because everybody went villain and whatever.
Are you playing without a mat at all? Not even.
Yeah, I don't play with a mat at all. No. I don't have a mat. I'm going to get a custom mat eventually, but I don't have one.
Yeah, I mean, even still, you just don't need – you might end up blue-green either way, but you just don't need to lock yourself in yet.
Yeah, that probably was the lock-in because it could have easily gone
Even
red.
still, you take some of those good cards out of circulation from other people early.
Yeah. Well, then I looked at the guy next to me, and every low card for blue, the brothers, the older one, like every card where I was like, damn, where is this card? Because I know this deck well. He had everyone. He didn't have the extra ones that he should have, like Vanquish. He didn't have the ones like there's the I get it. You'll see it here in a minute. There's one of the space ones that heals the base.
Do you like Vanquish? Am I the only one that doesn't like that card as a play?
I don't love it, but it works. I mean,
it's really good in draft.
Again, I got two Vanquishes and 2 takedowns. Like those cards shouldn't have been passed to me if he was pulling them. You know what I mean?
I like takedown better.
Oh, I do too. Agreed. I do too.
Lower cost and more effective because you can actually.
I agree, but in this deck, in the deck that I'm building, especially for this, it's like those cards are key to have 6, like 3 and 3. I'm not gonna say no to it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the draft card did. Yeah, I agree. It's not great in constructed, and it as more sets come out, you will very rarely see it in constructed. But you have to have, because draft is set. You know, you can't have multiple sets in draft. Like you just have to have more removal than you know, even poor removal. So
this is what happened when I played with the M guy too. I used a mulligan. I actually used a mulligan. I took JJ's advice on stuff because Jedi. Thank you. You asked him a question one time like, do you take a mulligan? And when we play the simulator, we never take a mulligan. But in real life, JJ's like, yeah, dude, like the majority of the time, you take a mulligan. Let me get rid of this one. I might have one more for us. It might have my whole.
I'm going to use them for drafts. So that's what is 3 booster boxes?
So one box is a pod. So I think what their plan is to do 1 draft a month, and then the 3rd box will be for prizes.
Yeah.
Going forward.
So they limit it so that out of 3 boxes they get 2 get eaten up in draft, and then it's prizes for 1 box is all.
Still rough though. 1 draft a month.
Yeah, it's only 1 a month.
I hope you give them a product because 3 boxes is not.
It's not enough.
A lot of shops get three cases. Like I know our shop gets 3 cases.
Well, yeah.
We also have 40 people that show up.
Yeah, you had to, but see, like that's it. Like our casual play only gets at this shop, the casual play only gets 8. Okay, so they did casual shop, they did it for like 3 weeks, it gets 8. Now that these newer players are coming in and being able to do this, maybe we'll get some more. I think that's why they've been super cool with them too, doing it. But right now, with the stats that we're getting, we're only allotted.
Well, my fear is that at this point, with official tournament play and stuff starting not too long from now, shops are going to be locked in from what they originally get now. I think it's going to be that way till set 2.
Well, I hope they go back and check. I hope that they go back and.
I hope they do too. I'm just saying. I fear that they won't.
I hope they go back and check some, like the people actually, like what days, like have a little bit more proof of holding events, because, like I said, and I'm leaving this muted too because they talk about it. Like these guys know what shops are selling cards and not hosting events and what aren't. And there's 2 that are getting the cases and they are not hosting events.
I could be wrong, but Wayseeker might know some more about this than I do, but I think that's already set. Probably.
Right. I wonder how much store championship or whatever they call them here, how much that will affect how they get product going forward, because they'll see actual numbers of people who register at those tournaments, a lot more than weekly play, and the numbers for store championships will be a lot more trustworthy. So I hope that.
Yeah, hopefully too. Yeah, I mean I think with some of these side events too, like you're supposed to have the registration card number, get it all together. I know the shop got a little bit of a late start because it didn't actually even open up because it didn't have a pre-release event, and then it didn't open up till later. Some of the people that had pre-release event but do not hold weekly play are still getting credit for the pre-release event. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that with this next event that's coming out, the Showdown, that they're actually going to eventually what's going to happen is all you got to do is say, wait a minute, people can't be at both stores for Showdown. It just can't happen. So hopefully that puts up some red flags.
I don't think they'll do that though. I think they might look at numbers, but like as far as like a person, like are you saying like they could fake register them to another shop? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that they're using the same register. So what's happening, from my understanding, is the people who registered and gave the accounts for the pre. This is just what my understanding is. I'm just reckless speculation here.
Yeah, I get that.
My understanding is the people who did the pre-release event, when they did it, you gave them your card with your whatever the place is called with your number on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of places were writing those down because the website wasn't working right. They then entered those later. they are now currently using that same sheet and every week re-entering it like they're having events and stuff.
I think it's more set in stone from pre-release events. I think that as far as the promo product and stuff like that goes, that's going to your shops that were registered for pre-release, that were registered for official play then. And until you get past probably the store showdown phase, that's probably going to be the shops that still get that
Okay.
stuff.
What I'm saying is I think that's who's getting more of the product. I agree. But I will tell you that this store was not open during pre-release, and they weren't open versus the 2 weeks of first play. And they are getting less of a stock, but they are still getting the promo cards. They are getting the kit with the one case for the showdown, and they're getting 3 cases.
Yeah, I hope they get at least double. I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
It'd be cool because they're a very honest shop. I mean, they are really honest.
2 events a month makes a big difference over one. I mean, yeah. Jedi, you playing with your son?
I have not got him to play again. I don't know.
We'll just have to play online.
Bribe him, I guess. I don't know. I play online a lot. I play the sim like at least 3 or 4 times a day. I'm probably playing a couple of games on the sim. In fact, I learned something interesting.
Justin, you probably should, bro.
Jedi's lessons learned that I learned just probably yesterday or the day before, which is good. Is I was playing some cards, and then it's on the sim, and then I forget the name of the card, but it's like one of those cards where you can give credit. It's either you give credit or you can attack in tandem. I can't remember, but it was 2 rebel units, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at what's up there. I'm like, okay, rebel. Okay, good. I'm going to play this card, and the sim wouldn't give it to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? So I quickly realized that it has to be the primary element, the primary aspect only. It can't be the secondary I was like, well, okay, I'm glad I figured that out.
Yeah.
I actually, what I always say about learning too is when I play live, I either screw up how it's going to play or whatever. So then I enter the card that I see either opponent play that I was like, shit, I didn't know that's how that card works. And I put it into the deck so I can then try to figure out how the thing works. Yeah. Or a card that I misplayed and got called out, I kind of do the same thing too.
One thing.
Hey, real quickly before we start, we got like 19 people up to 23 listening to us with this unlimited stuff. If you want to in the chat, if you want us to do live play again on Monday, just let us know in the chat. I might not be able to make it, but I'll set it up for these guys, or maybe I can be in for a little bit. But we might do that if you guys caught that. I know we got like 100 views on that. Not a ton of people, but that's okay, man. It's just like if all the people we can get to watch it or do whatever or participate. And if you guys want to participate, reach out to one of us too. We'll try to hook you up with a way to do it. You don't have to show a camera for your face, at least. We would like to
show the cards. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to show the card somehow. So, but even if you want to do simulator and play simulator, we might be able to figure something out like that too. Go ahead, guys. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick.
I was going to say one thing to that point, Jedi, and I think something that confuses a lot of people that haven't played trading card games before is that I wish, like for villainy, for instance, they did not use the Imperial symbol. It's just, it kind of looks a little bit like it, but it's basically just a black round kind of symbol. But for heroism, or some kind of called white as the aspect, they use the rebel symbol, which I kind of hate because I think that even confused me a little bit at first.
Right.
But the actual aspect of it being like printed on the middle of the card, as far as what kind of association it has. But I think people see that rebel symbol and think, "Oh, I could play a rebel unit." Like
so Jedi, I don't think it has anything to do with I don't think.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. Okay,
I don't think it has anything to do with that. Rebel is a title on lots of cards or whatever they call it.
Yeah, so you're talking about like right there,
right. Yeah.
This
so you
Imperial,
need Rebel on that card. You need it to say Rebel if you're going to use that card. It's not the icon; it needs to say Rebel.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
As long as it says Rebel, then
still learning the anatomy of the cards.
Well, that's hard. I mean, that's a hard thing, and especially as a Star Wars fan going in, that's a hard thing to remember because you see the Rebel symbol, you think Rebel. But I wish for the whole of the game is going to be like that. Unfortunately, but I wish they'd used a different symbol other than that.
And even like what some of them's confusing that gets me sometimes. There are neutral Imperial cards, right?
Yeah, like Yularen.
Yeah, Yularen's an Imperial card, but it's neutral. It can go on either deck. So there are certain cards that affect Imperial, and you're like, oh, I would just think it could be only work for the dark side, but no, that's not how it works. It can be neutral cards.
Yeah, so I don't know how long this has been up there, but yeah, so if you bought an 80, yeah, you might want to sell unless you're going to open
Wait.
them. You
My
might want to
advice-
sell. You think it would wait?
I don't know. Wait till it hits 300, then I'd sell.
I would start. I would periodically sell a box. So if you have a few boxes, I might sell one now, and then I might stagger one at like 270, and then one at 300.
Yeah,
I would at least lock in one right now because you're getting almost your entire money back in just one box.
Part of it depends too on what you're doing. If you want to play the game,
well, clearly,
you're probably gonna. Well, I don't know. He may not want to. I don't know. I
mean, clearly he doesn't want to play the game. Or
I don't know. We don't know how many boxes he's already opened. I mean, he may have already
that's
opened.
the thing. He may already have a deck. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a deck, is what I was getting at, and you want to get into the game and play the game, sell those boxes, build a deck you want. You're probably gonna have money left over.
Yeah.
At this rate,
so, I would sell one box now, and then I would hold up and wait till they go up.
I'm selling. I mean, and it's weird for me because I tend to get attached to cards, especially if it's a card I pull myself. I tend to get kind of attached to it. But yeah, so I sold. You guys know already, but I sold my my Hera showcase.
Yeah.
I even priced it a little on the high side for what they were selling for. After seeing what they were selling for, I said I'm just going to price it a little on the high side, kind of my I don't care if I sell it or not price, and it sold within 2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and that's the other thing you could do. Like you can list a box right now at 280, and it may not sell right away, but the way it's going, it'll eventually work itself into that price and sell.
I think so. Yeah, Justin, what showcase did you pull?
But to me, that's the thing. At least it varies for every person. But if you're playing the game, that's the
Which
thing
one?
you want to do is sell your high value cards or sell a sealed box or whatever, and kind of build yourself back into the game with if you want 2 Vaders for your deck, go buy 2 Vaders, whatever.
Marco, you saw your Thrawn yet?
Oh, we got a Tarkin.
Oh,
No, I got a Thrawn, but I'm not selling it. I don't need to. I can just buy, like, bruh. Talking to the wrong guy, dude. Just talking to the wrong guy.
I know you don't need to, but you still sell comics. You don't need to sell comics either. You still sell them.
Dude's cheap enough.
Yeah, but I have fun doing
his
that.
constructed deck out of going to draft play, but at the same time, he wants to.
I like doing it. No, slow the fuck down.
I ain't buying a Vader. I ain't spent $100 on a Vader.
Yeah, I'm definitely not spending $100 on a Vader.
Getting Hosk is like $12, but I needed that.
But he probably doesn't want to give eBay 25% either. So.
No, here well, hold on. First off, I'm enjoying myself. I'm meeting the Heathenist card group, and I'm meeting some wonderful people. They're not all like JJ and Wayseeker. There's some absolutely wonderful people in this card community. So I'm having a good time of it. Number 2, yeah, I'm cheap as fuck. So I'm not out there just spending money.
You could
buy an expensive deck.
You could sell your Thrawn and buy all 3 Vaders to be break even.
Hold on. You guys don't understand what cheap as fuck is. If you sell the Thrawn, you still don't buy the 3 Vaders. You're just Thrawnless. You're just Thrawnless. So what the fuck good does that do? Because I'm still not spending $100 on a Vader. I'm not doing it. Like
you don't want to
that's
spend the market price.
Yeah, what you don't understand is
I
I'm
don't
that
disagree
cheap.
with that totally.
I'm that cheap that no, that's like I hear you.
With it when you have all the money in the world.
How do you think I got all the money in the world? It's because I'm cheap as fuck.
I get that, but at some point you can be like,
if he wants to Scrooge McDuck his way through the game, let him Scrooge McDuck his way
Bro,
through
that's
the
what
game.
that's how I live my life. I'm gonna be okay. It's all right. I'm not knocking the way you guys are saying to do it. You didn't hear me knock that shit.
You're
but
the
don't
one
come.
that buys all this expensive chocolates though for Christmas. You'll buy expensive chocolates. For Christmas.
No, they're
You
gifted
won't buy
to
a
me.
Vader.
Thank you very much.
I
buy expensive pairs for gifts.
If you want to, there's a high probability that some of these cards, some of these showcases will remain high even after the reprint. Some of them are not going to go down that much. So if you pull one and you want to hang on to it as a collector, hang on to it as a collector.
You
don't have to sell it, but yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Thrawn's one of my gamer tags. It always has been. So like I'm gonna keep that card. Like
so every time I defeat Thrawn, like when I'm playing a game, I'll be like, "Oh, I just beat Marco." It's good to know.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it'll
don't
never
play the
happen. But
card.
if there was a C3PO showcase, I wouldn't sell it either. So I mean, if I have
that's what I'm saying. So like, that's it too.
It's also a sentimental value for some people. Like Marco, a lot of people will keep their first big hit of a card game. Just
Well,
out of-
not that, but also too,
Yeah.
like the store on the corner. I got it there. They had just opened. I was the first one to buy a booster box off of them. Hit it there. I know Wayseeker, who for some reason loves stories and fucking blue teddy bears, but literally hates anything that has to do with being halfway decent and having a sentimental attachment to a fucking human being. It's like, oh shit, bro. I get it. But like, yeah, dude.
You're the one that
That-
gets mad at the Jedi for having attachments, and look at you being.
Well, that's
all-
because it's not my fucking rule. It's their rule. I just
no,
just
no
follow your
attachments
rules.
in card games.
No,
It's like
hold
a
on,
Jedi
hold
order.
on now, hold on now.
I'm
No,
the Jedi in
bullshit.
this game.
The bullshit. Here's what it is.
The downside is
If you're gonna have
Marco.
the rule, have the fucking rule. If you're not gonna have the rule, then go fuck yourself. Don't have the rule. But don't sit there and have the rule and then just, oh well, I only want to apply the rule when I apply the fucking rule. Fuck you. No, that's what I have a problem with. Get out of here, Wayseeker. Everybody's on the me one. You are by far like you hate Christmas. I love Christmas. Like, yeah, I
I
don't.
love Christmas. I just don't like Santa Claus. Get rid of that. Gone.
On the subject
So
of
would you guys
showcases,
rather pull a? Oh, go ahead, JJ.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say on the subject of showcases, anybody have any guesses of what the next leaders will be?
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
I think Han's gonna be the next leader. I think, yeah.
No, I mean like for set 2.
For set two.
Oh, is that two?
I think Afra will probably be one.
Yeah, I think after 2. Yeah.
I think it is because they showed some of the
I think
cards.
you'll
and
see
then
at least
gave us
one
that.
Bad Batch leader.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Now we'll
Hunter,
see
right?
Bad Batch unit cards. I'm
Omega.
sure.
see on
You
there.
have an Omega leader.
I'm
No,
curious
it's
if we'll
probably gonna be
see. I'm serious because of the
Oh, Hunter, yeah.
the This Is the Way card. How many Mandalorian cards we'll see?
Yeah,
Like whether we'll see like a Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan
leader.
being a leader, no doubt.
But
Yeah.
Ray and Kylo, right? They're pretty much confirmed because the play mats they're on.
Yeah.
So they'll be leaders.
There's gonna be-
Who's gonna be the smuggler leader?
I don't know though. That they're not really related to the theme of the deck. I always
I
thought
know.
that was kind of weird, but
I know they aren't, but I think they need some blue leaders.
So it'll be 8. There'll be 8 leaders per wave, right? Is that the
There's
formula?
more. Oh, you mean per dark side, light
Is
side?
there 8 or
That's a good
10? No,
question.
there's 10 leaders. 10, right?
There's
For
more
wave
10
than
one.
leaders if you include the starters. We already so yeah. 8 we don't know, and then 2 that we do because they're getting
GTK Comics, get it. We're not gonna get into it because some younger people watch the show, but yes,
There's more than 10, right?
I think it's 10.
Is it?
10
I
what?
thought it was 10.
I thought every color.
Oh shit,
maybe
John! If I
it's
stop
12
by, I'll
leaders.
show you.
2.
No, it's 10. It's 10.
So
Every color is
John,
2, but villainy and heroism don't count, right?
I should go grab it. John, you
Yeah,
had a
just
question
looking-
too about storing the cards or whatever. What I do is, you know, the binders that if you know somebody who works in the office,
It's way more
they
than
can
10. 'Cause
bring
you got
one
Hera,
home.
Because every color has
Wait,
three,
Hera
maybe.
You got Hera
Okay.
Palpatine, Andor.
12.
These are all rares. Thrawn. Those are your rares.
Thrawn, yeah. Then you've got IG-88. You've got what's her name from the video game? You've got Iden.
Biden.
Can I just go through the color ones? That's
Krennic,
easier to go through colors.
Leia.
Yeah, Leia. You have Luke and Vader
Mhm.
technically because they came in the pre-release,
Yeah, that
which is where they might do.
No, there's more than 10. There's like
9,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12.
Well, counting them right now.
what?
I counted.
Well,
I
counting
actually
like-
counted 17. I counted 17. That's
think
it's
seems
more like
like
that,
an odd
yeah.
number though.
I think it's
Oh.
15 and 2. So
15.
15 in the packs and 2 in the starters.
It's an odd number.
That is a weird number. That's a lot too.
But I think we'll see that many again. So yeah.
Yeah, 17 altogether. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a lot.
Which ones do I not have?
I wouldn't mind if they cut
I'm
it down to 10.
Okay, I haven't played Sharut.
We know that set's gonna be just as big. I think for draft you have to have more than 10. You need 2 per color.
Yeah, but you drafted a whole lot of
If
whole
you
lot
have
of the trading
17
card games that don't have 10 that don't have
17
17 leaders
that's a
a
lot.
set.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could do
Well,
2
maybe-
per color per
Do you,
per
think,
side.
do you think they'll reduce the amount that they do next wave?
You mean like the number of cards in a set, you mean?
No, the number
No,
of
the
leaders.
leaders.
Leaders. So maybe cut it down to 10.
No, like I said, I think you need 2 per color per. So I think you need at least 12. So blue hero needs to have 2.
God,
Right.
you're going to get down in the weeds
That's-
on some of
that's
these
16.
characters by wave 3,
Um,
though. So,
yeah.
you know.
Well, maybe that's why they have IG-88 in the first wave. Like, no offense to IG-88, but like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah, I guess.
Or Iden, like who would have thought Iden would be a
yeah, who thought Ida would? Or I mean, think about it, director too. Like, who There's a bunch of cards. Who the hell else is in here for Wave 1? Now you guys got me interested.
Krennic.
Well,
Jin
you
and
could
Andor, like
get into
Rogue
the
One
syndicates.
leaders.
You could have the Hutts. You could have Jabba. You could have.
I bet you. Actually, that's one. I think Jabba probably will be a leader.
Jabba probably will be. I mean, you got to think too. Just because they were side cards too, don't mean that we're not going to get them as leader cards.
Ezra will be a leader. I bet we get an Ezra leader.
Ezra.
That could be right.
Maybe we'll get Ahsoka.
There was hints at an Ahsoka.
What are you going to do with an Ezra leader, though? Would you make a Spectre version 2?
No, I
No,
think
because
it's
he's
more
gonna
like
get
that.
Are we going to get the Tusken Raider King? What's his name?
Oh yeah.
No, I Ezra, you can do some like Sabatier stuff. He can be yellow, where he's got all the cunning and aspects to him from when he was in Rebels. So it doesn't have to be Spectre stuff.
Bounty Hunter. You can probably get another Bounty Hunter leader.
What if they give us another Han, just a different Han?
They will at some point, but not yet.
Yeah, I think it'd be too early.
You're going to get Diaper Head. I can't think of his name. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Dengar.
Dengar, yeah.
Dengar. Boss.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see a boss.
Hey, they did make Sabine a leader and Hera a leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Ezra, you'd have another one. You're going to do another Spectre deck.
Holy shit! Does
Are
anybody
we gonna
play
see
Have you ever seen anybody play Cassin?
We see.
Cassin
No.
Yeah, I've seen
Cassie
people.
and Jin.
I've
never seen anybody play Jin.
I think you'll see maybe we'll see Obi.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Obi would make.
Yeah. And damn it, I suck with names.
You know who
What's
would make
the
sense for a red?
Cad, what if they do? They're probably going to do a
Guerrero.
Cad Bane. I bet you do Cad Bane.
Yeah.
You gotta get
Guerrero
Cat-
for a
who's
red
the
deck.
Yeah.
who's the
Saul Guerrero.
senator?
Mammoth.
Mon Mothma could be red.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she be green?
How would she be red? Aggression?
Yeah, wouldn't she be
red.
like she'd be like Leia, right? Green and
I don't know.
I would
be
be green. I
white.
would command.
Maybe I could see it go either way.
Who would be yellow blue? You know what the weird part is? Some of these could be like Palps is green black. You could.
Yeah, it's command. I can see that.
I still don't know what all that means, to be honest with you.
Let's see. Green is command. Blue is what? Vigilance? Is that right? Something like that, technically. Red is aggression. Yellow is cunning. I think that's it, right?
Yep.
The white heroism and black villainy.
You can get Phasma.
Yeah, you could get Phasma.
What's she gonna do? Fall in a hole? Is that
Holy shit.
her exhaustibility? Character disappears from the trilogy when you.
Dude, could you imagine if they give us Phasma and Cardinal? That would be so awesome, dude. That would be so awesome.
Yeah.
What if they have a Sarlacc pit card and it just is just
the character
defeats
leaves for
the Boba
Dude,
just defeats the Boba legendary like
Can
that.
we not-
Just
can we
plans to
though-
defeat it.
Can we not have John? Can we just not have a John card, a John F card? Like that just
Maybe we get Poe.
Yeah.
Poe. Yeah, we could get Poe. Poe would be it. If you're gonna go with Ray, you're gonna go Ray. You're gonna go Ray Poe Finn, right?
Maybe.
What was Hoda? Admiral what? Hodor or whatever her name
Yeah,
is?
Hoda.
Oh, the
Hoda.
purple hair.
You know who I'm talking about? Yeah, purple.
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
You get Snoke even.
Yeah, you could do a.
Yeah.
So you could go. So if you go, let's just do that. Let's get 6. So if you go 3 on the 3 side, you go Ray, Finn, and what's his name? Poe. Then
Poe.
the other side, you do Kylo, Snook, and then who?
Well, you already have Gideon. Maybe.
Half melted. Oh yeah, but that's under the Mandalorian. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be more. Yeah, Mandalorian.
Half melted. Half melted Palps.
Gideon's green black.
What's
Yeah,
the
Snoke.
what's the second in command?
Oh yeah, what's the second command guy? Husk. No, not Husk. It starts with an H. So his dad was
Oh
the guy
God,
that
I hope not.
led the training program.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Snivelly guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
His
think
dad
he's
was a general too. I can't
Yeah,
remember his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
that
Ran the training program for the kids. Yep, you're right. You could get him. So that would be those 3. So that's 6 right there. And then the Then you have to do bounty hunters and scoundrels, right? So your bounty
hunter scoundrels. That'd be it. Yeah, Hux. Yeah, Hux.
Hux. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you have for bad side of Mandalorian? Well, I guess you got Gideon, but like if you have like a Bo-Katan, you might need something to offset that.
Yeah, but you'd offset them. You'd offset the Mandalorians with
No. Do the armor.
You'd offset the Mandalorians.
Yeah, that's true.
With well, because you might just do two smuggler, or one like oh no, because you got to do that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, you could just do the Mandalorians as throw-in characters. So you do Mando, you do Gideon. You could just leave that there.
No, I mean we have the card that's gonna be searched for Mando, so we're gonna have more Mandalorians somewhere. I think we have another Mandalorian.
Yeah, but they could be playable cards, just not leader
It can
cards.
be, yeah. But I just think
because don't you? Or they might not add any smugglers. We're thinking they might add smugglers, but they might not. So they might just go Mandalorian, and you could get your cards could be Mando. They could be who else? A Bo. They could be what's the Nick Nolte character? Dude, that'd be hilarious. That'd be so hilarious. Huh?
I have spoken.
Yeah, I've spoken. I've spoken. And they could have Creef Guard. But and it plays into the smuggler thing. You could get
I think we'll get a Kira. Kira's already in the deck.
That doesn't matter. So is Boba. Boba is in the deck and Boba.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. She's already in the deck, so why not have a Kira leader? She's in the deck.
You're saying.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Kira will.
What's his name that just died? What's his name that just died? That was the mayor of the town, but before that was
Grief Karga.
Oh, Carl Weathers' character.
Carl Weathers, yeah.
Oh,
Grief Karga. Yeah, Grief Karga.
I don't think Grief Karga will be a leader.
A leader?
I mean, on the so you could do so you got Ventress. I don't know Ventress. We got Dooku. I mean, you can have a Dooku leader. He's already in the deck as a.
I think you'll get Phasma if you're going to do Mandalorian. So I think the other one will be Phasma.
Phasma's not a Mandalorian though.
But she got the armor, so they can at least like.
No, you would do Gideon. You would do.
So I think you would. I'm just saying for Dark Side. I think you do Snoke, Kylo, and Phasma.
Oh, really? Okay.
Instead of Hux.
Yeah.
Just because of the Mandalorian armor, Mandalorian theme, so like you can at least.
Yeah, Ventress was a bounty hunter too.
And maybe you do what's her name that was in
early Ventress
that had the staff that Mando took.
Yep.
You could do Crosshair as a leader too, because he was a villainy card when they showed his unit thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even think about that. Holy crap! God, maybe they're only gonna do 2 from each thing because there's a lot of options.
There's a ton of options. You could go for a long time.
Yep.
You could go for a very long time. All right. We went for way too long because now we got 4 again. Hopefully tomorrow around the same time. I think it's like 10 EST. If they're going to do the card thing, I might do it too. We'll see how my day goes. But thank you for everybody for stopping by. I can't believe we had 20 plus here just talking cards. Once again, reach out if you want to. You know what I mean? That's going to be more casual type of stuff for us. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're a channel, obviously, that just wants to promote great environments. Other people. So if you guys want to, just reach out to us. We'll figure out a way you guys can hang out, play, do whatever. Thank you for your time. We'll see y'all later. Good job, Jedi, by the way, on winning the thing without even having a category in there.